All right. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rajj Royale podcast.
Yes.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your very, very busy quarantine schedules to join us on one of the most scuffed podcasts on the internet. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sky, I see you. This is your first time. We're going to Sky, this is your first time. So first things I want to say before we start, I'm sorry. That's what I'll say. I apologize of the events that potentially could unfold today. I will go over the rules of the podcast. Every single member will have an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then we will get started with our wonderful topics that we have today, okay? All right, let's start with the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rajj Royale podcast brought to you by Displate. The Rajj Royale podcast consists of the folks that you have on the screen today and a timer that sits above their head. Once that timer hits 0, you will be given a poll in the chat where you can vote. Say it with me, chat. You can vote for who to keep, not kick. Not kick. Very important. You are voting to keep, not kick, okay, in the poll. The person with the most amount of votes will choose between the two lowest amount of voted people on the podcast to eliminate from the show. That process will continue as the rounds get progressively shorter until one person stands as the winner of the Rajj Royale podcast. Does that make sense to everybody on the screen and in the audience?
Yeah.
That was the best time I've ever explained this show ever. You got to give it to me. That was incredible. Thank you. Let's start with our introductions. Top left-hand corner, Mr. Hasan. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys? I'm HASANPIKER. My channel is HASANPIKER. I'm a React streamer.
Okay, welcome aboard.
That's it. And a Call of Duty pro.
That's awesome.
And also well-known Tanky.
I love North Korea, and also Big Coomer.
That's right, the biggest Coomer that I know. That's right.
That last one was
sarcastic.
Very much so. Big Coomer, and also one of the most attractive men that I know. To the right of Hasan, Mr. Richard Lewis. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir. Welcome aboard the podcast.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me on. Been a while. I've been taking a break from podcasts. For those that haven't seen me before, I'm ostensibly, I guess, a games journalist. So I'm the most wretched, servile creature on God's planet. So should be a fun show. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Richard. Welcome aboard. Thank you. To the right of Richard, joining us after his amazing victory on the Rajj Chillerette featuring Minx. Stand up, take a bow, Mr. TWOMAD. Welcome to the Rajj Royale podcast.
Hello, thank you, Raj.
You're welcome.
Somebody tried to steal my bike today, so I'm on edge.
You're on edge. Okay, well, you might have to take your anger out by way of some of these topics and your opinions that you have on them.
Sexual energy, yes, it's coming today.
Okay, I'm ready. Thank you, TWOMAD. To the right of TWOMAD, my good friend, Mr. TRIHEX. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? I am your certified #1 overall most used global emote on Twitch. T to the Hizzle. Try hard in chat, y'all. Up there, over 1.4 billion uses last month. That is insane.
What?
Destroying the second place emo by over 400,000. I don't know what's going on right now, but currently, if you have money, invest in this Try Hard because the stock's at an all-time high. I, unlike Hasan, am not an amateur Coomer. I'm a competitive Coomer. I've been doing this shit for 31 years now, so whenever you want to get the 1v1, bro, holla at me. I'm ready. I don't play games. I don't play Xbox. I don't play Call of Duty. Let's get it, fam. What's good?
Welcome aboard, TRIHEX. Thank you so much. In fact, I had the Try Hard emote blocked for a period of time, but I have unlocked it today for you. Okay? I did it.
Oh, I'm flattered. Okay.
I did. I cleared it during the intro. I gave the okay, and it was cleared. Right below Hasan, joining us for the very first time on the Rajj Royale podcast. I'm a huge fan. Introducing Mr. SKYWILLIAMS. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey.
Hey.
I did not know the rules coming into this.
Oh, you didn't?
You're right. No, the whole like the first place picks the last two.
Oh, you didn't know about that part?
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So, I'm a streamer now. I'm coming back to YouTube, and hopefully I will not be picked between two people by one person.
It's
just
okay.
gonna try to... Oh no, I'm terrified, but I'll be okay.
No, you're gonna be fine. No, it's totally good fun. It's all in good fun, Sky.
You're gonna
Don't
die.
Well,
Wait, why did that
You literally just said before this though. You were like, "Oh, it's fun now," and then you're gonna hate everyone. And
No. The thing is, Sky, is we used to do it. We used to run the show as you would vote for the person, like the top person to get kicked. Basically, they would just vote to kick, and they would kick the most hated person on the podcast, which coincidentally usually would drive a lot of the content. So, for example, Alabrel was a huge, he was really, people would vote for him, or Jenna, they would vote for them, but they would provide a lot of content. So we changed it, we reversed it, and then people that usually got voted off first were able to last a little longer. So that's what we did. I should have probably told you, Sky. I'm sorry. That's irresponsible.
Don't apologize. I think it's fun.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, welcome aboard, Sky. Good to have you. To the right of Sky, he has found fame recently. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to the show, Mr. Bob Seven.
Hi. On the last Rajj Royale, I had one goal. It was to win Pokemon's heart, and I can't do that today. So I'm gonna just have to win with my cool woke opinions. I sort of consider myself the last SJW. But at the same time, I am ready to throw out insults just to look cool, and so I guess I'll try one out. Kate, you're looking silly today.
Who?
I'm looking silly.
Yeah, she's looking silly.
Okay, Baldy, that's fine.
So with a combination of good opinions and insults,
You're already molding. It's fine. Nobody cares. Just move on.
Kate, you will get voted off.
Hi, I'm Bob for the millionth time. Nobody cares. Just go.
She gave you 4 insults.
Katie, everyone feels the same way about you, so I don't know why you're.
Why are you chiming in? What the
Why am I
fuck?
chiming in?
Were you waiting for me to say something? QT's like, oh my god, I have to wait for Katie to say something so I can snap on her.
Career to be like me, so I
You're
don't know
only
why
here
you're
because
showing
of
up
me,
today.
okay?
I'm what?
You're only here because of me.
No, honey, I am
Yeah.
not here because.
Yes, you are, sweetheart. You haven't been on the show in how long and you just appear? Okay.
Oh, honey,
Can I
it's
fi-
because I don't
can I
need
finish
to
my
do these
intro,
shows.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, sorry.
irrelevant.
Ladies.
Talk to me
Yeah,
about
then why are you
irrelevant.
here? Why are you here? Okay.
All right, ladies, please.
The whole time they're waiting for this shit to happen.
Please,
I
ladies,
swear.
we need to respect Bob Seven's
Yeah.
introduction.
I just want to do one more insult. Like Cutie Cinderella and Kate are a lot alike. They both hide the fact that they're not funny by just being mean to people.
I can't be here.
Okay.
You are bold. That's a fact,
I
okay?
have to get away.
That's okay.
Sky,
This is okay. I'm not
Caroline,
okay.
there's a difference.
It's not like I'm just calling you ugly. I'm saying you're balding, which
All
you
right,
are.
hold on, folks. Yeah, Bob,
I
thank
mean,
you.
think I'm hot?
Thank you. To the right of Bob Seven, introducing to the show one of my favorite people to have on the show. Lumiru, how do you I was gonna say miss, but is there a pronoun that I'm serious here? Is there something you could say to
Mix.
mix?
People say mix. Yeah,
Okay,
MX.
mix Lumiru. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Raj. Hi, I'm Lumiru. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a gender theorist, and I talk regularly about intersectional feminism. I guess I'm not the SJW because we have Bob here, but I guess that's okay.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you very much, Lumiru. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. To the right of Lumiru, joining us from Trump headquarters for his 2020 re-election campaign, Mr. Lecture Fan. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Raj. I'm a conservative lawyer. I do support Trump. I stream politics and law during the week. I'm here to bring a sense of reality and sanity to this podcast, which is sorely missing from everybody else. I also do Bible studies on Wednesday night on Twitch. Check it out.
There's that fucking reality right there, yeah.
Thank you,
Bible
Lecture
time reality.
Thank you, Lecture Fan. Appreciate it. I'm sure all of us will be showing up to Bible study, especially Hassan. Bottom left-hand corner, ladies
Wants
and
to say a
Ramadan
prayer for Kim
Mubarak,
Jong-un.
lecture fan.
bottom left-hand corner, joining us for the first time on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Miss Kate. Kate, go ahead and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kate most know who I am. I did have something I wanted to say to Hasan. I'm wondering why you're proud of being a COD pro. Because isn't, like, aim assist broken in COD? Like, you don't have to try.
Well, I mean, I don't play with a controller. I play with a mouse and keyboard.
There's no pro scene for PC, so I don't know why you're calling yourself a COD pro.
Dude, Kate, you could say anything, and you just chose to say it. Why did you say that? You could have said anything.
Yeah, there's a lot better. There's a lot better criticisms than attacking me for being a COD pro when it was clearly his game.
I'm just wondering why you're saying you're a COD pro when PC there's no scene for that. There's no COD scene.
Will you put her on your stream? She really needs more viewers. Please, Hasan.
Kate, please finish your introduction, Kate.
Look at Sky's face.
Sky needs to be the meme for the first impression of the Rajj Royale ever.
I don't know.
COD pro.
As you scare the shit.
Okay. Kate, go ahead.
If you actually watched my stream while I'm playing Call of Duty, you would.
I don't watch your stream. You're boring.
Yeah, you would know that I was memeing 100%. I'm terrible, notoriously bad at all video games.
Isn't the definition of a pro someone who gets paid to do what they do? So technically, anything you do on your stream, you're a pro at it.
Anyway, back to my intro. I'm Kate. I speak my mind.
I am a pro.
Some people don't like that, but that's just me. So get used to it.
If you aren't speaking your mind, then what are you?
Based on what you've said so far, I think it's just your mind that people don't like. I think people like people who speak their mind in general, but holy shit.
I think they're just not
Like, you couldn't tell
they're
he
not
was
used to
fucking
meeting
memeing about
girls
being a
that speak
COD
their
pro. This is
mind.
gonna be a
All they
fucking
know is
thing.
guys, and they're like okay with it.
Themselves, Kate.
Cutie.
I really appreciate Kate. I think she looked at like Tommy Lauren and was like, you know, if she was brunette, she would go far on Twitch, and now we have Kate.
I'm confused. Why is Hasan?
Wow,
being
nice
to her?
one,
Does she
Hasan.
have a my free cams or something like that?
Okay, guys, let's.
It's okay. I'm used to the show always being about me. Continue, guys.
To the
Wait,
right.
Cutie Cinderella did
We're
not
on your
listen to what I
fucking
was
introduction.
saying.
What do you mean?
I was actually dissing Kate, but okay.
Damn it. See, I'm
So
not
I still got your attention.
To the right of Kate, ladies and gentlemen, joining the show, Miss QT Cinderella.
What does she do? What do you do? Like, what do you play?
Nothing.
Oh, let me tell you about her, okay?
You don't have to tell me. What the fuck? Nobody wants to hear from you. He's asking me.
Okay, hold on, Kate.
Sky,
Let Cutie Cinderella go to her introduction now. Let her go to her introduction. Go ahead.
So, Sky, a little bit about me, okay? I have been referred to as the bitch of Twitch because I am clever. I am smart. I am relatively okay looking, but I'm a likable bitch. Kate right here has been irrelevant for 5 years, so she's trying to be the knockoff version of me, which is Ride Raj.
No, I'm not. That's your chat telling you that. I am Kate, okay? I'm not trying to be you. Yeah, it's chat. It's not me saying that, okay? And the reason why I haven't been in Raj in a while
Hold on,
is because of
ladies.
my fucking life.
Ladies.
No one cares about your voice.
Scripted drama.
Anyway,
Ladies.
this is my intro. So back to what I was saying.
Improv.
I couldn't stream, okay? I had to go to college. I had to get a job. I could not afford to, like, live my life.
You're right. It must be so hard being as dumb as you are to make it in life.
I'm not fucking dumb. Why don't you take off your hat and actually be
Okay,
here for
Kate.
once?
Kate.
Anyway,
Can we jump down an
Kate,
octave?
let's.
What an insane
Cutie.
report. Why don't you take off your hat?
Cutie, let's finish your introduction, Cutie. We got to get through intro.
Try.
We're trying to get through intros today.
Anyway, I'm mostly here because, you know, I'm Raj's ex-girlfriend and he brings me on every once in a while to remember why he doesn't date women.
So true. To the right of Cutie Cinderella, the queen of the gays, and also the queen of my favorite drug that it should be legalized across the entire globe, Casey Tron. Yes, marijuana. Oh wait, I forgot the marijuana part. Anyway, go ahead, Casey.
Hi, my name is Casey Tron, and Raj asked me to come on the show today because both Cutie Cinderella and Katie don't have tits. Candyland wasn't available. Quincy UK wasn't available. West, by the way, wasn't available.
Why are you tit shaming? Like what? It's 2020.
I mean, it's the truth.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's the truth. I have small tits. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
Kate.
that?
Imagine a joke. If you were smart enough, you'd understand it.
Kate.
The last time you were relevant was when you
Can
were
I
doing your
just
intro.
understand? Wait. Casey, that was a little
The last
rude.
time you were relevant was never, Kate, so I don't give a fuck what you say.
Okay,
Yeah,
ladies.
I'm new and upcoming, okay? You're
ladies,
over.
please, let's, for the sake of the show, we let Queen Casey please finish her introduction. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it. I'm just here because Candyland, Quincy, UK, and West were available.
Okay, thank you very much, Casey.
Raj, can I just reassure you, like Kate and Cutie, if you guys had a slip, like I would look at it.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. That's enough, Bob. Thank you. To the right of Casey Tron, joining us. Get your pagos up for one of my favorite sexy men on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nim.
Hey Raj, thanks for having me on. Hey everyone, if you're not familiar with me, name's NYMN. I am all the way from Sweden.
Yeah.
And I am a professional semi-gamer. I'm a professional consumer of soy, professional React Andy, and the only person Raj paid to be on this stream tonight.
That's true. Wait, don't say that. Don't let that out. Don't leak that. Okay, anyways, what? Nothing. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, your cast.
He paid me $2 to wear this shirt.
Content, dude.
we have
the year to sell out.
we have our cast today for April 26, 2020. Give it up for him. Spam up your hey guys in the chat. That's what we got for today. All right.
I'll clap.
All right, let's do it. Let's get into the topics.
Let's keep it intellectual today, please.
Now,
Coming
folks,
from you, Bob.
well, I want to say
Good
something
one,
here,
Katie.
and obviously, look, there's a lot of people.
What are you, a simp for Bob, or
Kate,
what's your problem?
Kate!
No, Kate, I'm just over you being unoriginal.
Kate,
Now
ladies,
I know what all the viewers mean.
I've
whenever
never
they
watched
say
a lick
that.
of your
Ladies.
content, honey.
ladies, please, ladies, hold on. The only rule I have to. God damn it, ladies!
My chat wanted me to fucking host you.
Hold on, Kate.
Why? Because I wanted to see the better
Kate
version
and
of your
Cutie.
content, you dumb bitch.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
B word.
Okay, look,
I'm actually starting to miss Alabrel.
ladies, please, and this goes for the entire cast.
It's funny coming from you,
Kate!
Cutie, because you're actually nice to me on stream.
Kate and Cutie Cinderella.
Sentence you say starts with
No, you were like, you were
Kate.
so fucking nice. You're such a two-faced bitch.
Oh my God, this is insane.
Yes.
Kate.
Oh my
All right,
God.
Kate. Hold on 1 second. Kate and
Oh, I
Cutie
thought you didn't watch my
Cutie Cinderella. I'm gonna mute them
I
real
had to
quick.
leave. It was fucking boring.
Okay, I'm gonna mute you
I'm
guys
enjoying seeing two playing
real
Spy,
quick
though.
while I can say this, okay? Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, please, it is critical that when I speak and I tell you to be quiet so I can delegate the conversation that you listen, or else it's going to become a noisy mess. I don't mind the occasional fight. That is allowed. However, make sure that when you hear my voice, listen to it. Please respectfully stop. I will allow you to respond to the attacks that are made against you, okay? It's very, very important because it's very loud. I love the talking. I love the passion, believe me. But we just have to make sure that we get we allow everybody to speak a little bit. Let's start with our first topic. Here we go. Protests have erupted around the United States to reopen the government. They claim, those that are protesting, that the COVID-19 guidelines that have led to the state shutting down businesses is an overreaction and in violation of their basic fundamental civil liberties.
Until they die.
The question is that I have to say is, do you think the regulations put on the government are too harsh, and are you in agreement with these people who are protesting? Let's start with Lecture Fan. Go ahead.
Well, obviously the protesters are absolutely right. Every prediction about this coronavirus thing has been totally wrong. The models were totally wrong. And it's just sad that not only are people willing to allow the government to tell them that they have to stay at home, but they were begging for it. And so hats off to these protesters for standing up for the basic rights.
What the fuck is wrong?
Wrong.
Wait, what?
All right, okay.
The people that are protesting are the ones that are eating Tide Pods.
Go ahead. Lecture, finish your thought, then we're going to get a response. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I've been talking for hours and hours and hours about these issues. I'm 100% in favor of the protest. The lockdown should have never occurred, and thankfully we now have some federal judges actually issuing orders that find these orders unconstitutional, particularly as it applies to churches and things like that. So you're seeing more and more litigation about it. There's a Wall Street Journal article yesterday about all the different lawsuits that are coming out of this, and we can only hope that the Supreme Court takes this up at one point and says these are total.
You don't think there ever should have been a lockdown?
All right, 1 second, Kate.
No, I don't.
I want to get some response. Let's go to TRIHEX. Go ahead.
So wait, do you like not believe in the asymptomatic spread of coronavirus? Like, I'm trying to understand here. Under what situation are you like open with like church service continuing, where like the one thing you don't want to have happen right now?
Dude, that's an absolutely insulting question. The fact of the matter is that over 99% of people that get this survive. And the point is that you can actually do less restrictive ways to control this. literally like people were already social distancing and working from home even before these governors issued lockdown orders. And so
you don't care about the 5%? You're just like whatever, fuck them, like they're gonna die.
No, what we've seen is that people that
No,
are at
like
risk,
you literally just said that. Why are you saying no?
because people that I think that people that are at risk, vulnerable populations, they should stay home. I'm great with that. What I'm against is the government telling healthy people they have to stay home. That's what's wrong.
Staying home isn't enough. Like you order groceries, like the person delivering them could give it to like the person because there's no social
That's great. If you
distancing
want
or
to do
there's
that, that's
nothing,
great.
no lockdown.
Go for it.
You said you don't want a lockdown.
The hilarious thing is all these Democrat governors and mayors that are ordering these lockdowns, all of these mayors and governors that are doing it, they end up going out and going to the nail salon themselves. They break their own quarantines.
what?
This is complete BS.
I have a question for Lecture Fan.
When Lecture Fan originally said there was a lot of misinformation and that everyone got it wrong across the board every step of the way, I was like, oh yeah, I agree with him, because Donald Trump was consistently wrong in every press conference that he had since the beginning of this fucking pandemic, from telling people that he was going to reopen the economy on Easter to talking about how it was going to inevitably go away, that only 15 cases were prevalent in America and that it wasn't that big of a deal, and minimizing the impact. I mean, I'm just glad
all
that
the Democrats were saying the same thing, dude, and so were all the scientists. Everybody was saying the exact same thing.
From his Bible seminars and to come on the Rajj show. Luckily, every moment that he's on here, he's not fucking injecting bleach directly into his veins. I'm assuming that was another thing that you probably took seriously as well, Lecture Fan.
Dude, that's the perfect example of how you have nothing. So you're going to attack Trump on, oh my gosh, Trump said something silly at the press conference. He was thinking out loud.
So it's
big deal, dude. You got nothing real to go after. Here's my question for you, Hassan.
People are dead.
To be fair, Lecture Fan.
Why were Democrats even worse?
Go ahead,
Wait,
Rich.
can you explain to me? Look, I shit on the Democrats more than you do.
And then there's asking a medical
Hassan, didn't you invite a girl over during quarantine? Like, why are you even talking?
Hold on, let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop here. Hold on. 1 second.
God.
1 sec. Hassan, if you want to respond, or Richard.
Okay. Of course.
Hassan's a hypocrite.
So, one, by the way, Kate was like, I never watch your streams. Turns out she's definitely stalking, but you know, we already knew that. Secondly, we were talking about spreading misinformation from the bully pulpit, right? Which
it
is
was
very
on
important.
LSF,
It's a very
Hassan.
significant. It's a
By the
very
way,
significant
Let
thing.
him. Kate, please don't interrupt. Please don't interrupt Hassan. Please
Kate,
go
no
ahead.
one's talking to you. You'll have your 3 seconds of relevance in a moment. Okay. Listen.
Okay, Mr. Boring.
Okay. We were talking about spreading misinformation from the bully pulpit, and that is precisely what Donald Trump did consistently, and it is directly related to how many deaths we have here in the United States with over 50,000 people. Do you think it's appropriate to be joking at a press conference when 50,000 Americans have died or not?
He wasn't. He says that he was being sarcastic. I mean,
Okay,
the whole press conferences are a battle between him and the press because you've got literal fake news there. And so you're gonna. What are you gonna cite CNN? Oh, CNN did a fact check on Trump. Whoa, look at that. CNN did a fact. Come on, dude. The fake
do you
news
think this
media
is a
way
reasonable
more.
rebuttal? Is
There's
just to, like,
way
do a
more
voice?
misinformation from the press.
So it's okay. So you're saying it's okay to be sarcastic and joke at a time when
No, I never
50,000
said that.
people that you're supposed to be protecting are dying.
All right, I'll tell you my actual position on that. I think it was a really weird thing that he said. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He was asking the doctors to investigate something. He was speaking out loud. I'm not gonna. Okay, fine. It was a bad thing that he said.
Okay,
Big
good.
freaking deal. The point is that he's been
No. I'm glad you haven't lost that remainder brain cell that I hoped you had. I'm glad that you're at least honest about that. So good. We can move on from that. So do you
have anything real? Do you have any real criticisms?
Do you think China is culpable for
Of
the
course,
spread
China.
of coronavirus?
Of course, this is all China's fault. Of course.
Okay, this is all China's fault, right?
All
Okay,
China's fault.
Walk me through the steps. Walk me through the steps of what the Chinese government did, slowly but surely, step by step. Talk to me about all, because I agree with you. I think China is responsible to a degree for coronavirus. Talk to me about what China did.
Well, first of all, I'm not here to answer your questions, but I will do it just to. So primarily, so what China did is they opened a laboratory, and then they had terrible sort of safety mechanisms there. The U.S. government was warning for years about how the Chinese government, these communists, should not be doing this. They're incompetent. They're not allowed. They're not capable of handling viruses like this in the lab. And then they lied about. And then when it escaped, they lied about it. And then they arrested people. They shut down all the information, so all the social media coming out.
Lecture fan,
They totally. They misled the WHO. The WHO was carrying a lot of
You're right about that
So
stuff, but hold on.
Hassan is going to now defend the CCP. Go ahead.
Listen, the topic was not the lockdown.
You're right about China. If you were to say the Chinese government, especially the local governments, kept the wildlife wet markets open, you're right about that. If you were to say the Chinese government originally immediately took Dr. Lei Weifeng, I think his name is. I always fuck the name up, and stopped him when he originally raised the alarms about a potential new SARS-CoV virus, you would be right about that. Suppression of information, absolutely correct on that. However, you're incredibly wrong when it comes to this was a lab-built virus. You're literally
I never said it was a lab-built virus. Quit lying.
Guys.
How about?
Okay, so it's a natural virus.
Hey.
And the lab.
Yeah, I want to get back to it.
The lab conspiracy theory is falsified through empirical evidence, through journals that have already, through credible journals that have looked into it and said that the virus had to.
You're arguing against something that nobody said.
The virus had to jump from a bat to a pangolin. Okay, so
penguin?
it's not coming directly from a bat, and
Sky,
that
I'm gonna get you
lab
in.
that you're talking about was looking exclusively at bats. If that was the case, the virus would have jumped from a bat to a human being. But currently, the studies are, or at least the opinion of professionals.
Okay, lecture.
Hey Hassan, can you shut the fuck up?
Hold on. Oh my God, my display fell.
To another animal, and therefore became more deadly.
One sec, Hassan. I do want to get back to the topic at hand, gentlemen, and I'd like to go to Sky Williams first, and then Bob. Go ahead, Sky.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you. I actually, for a lecture fan, you were saying that like 90% people, like it has a 90% like you live, right? You know that.
Over 99%, yeah.
So I think that just one thing I wanted to say is that I still believe, because the numbers are so massive, that even that percentage, that's still a shitload of people.
Don't Don. That was a good one.
Okay, that's all I had to say. I was just thinking, like,
yeah, that was good.
If it was even 3%, like that's still like, if it's the world population, that's like 200 million, like.
Yeah, I never said that. You know what? 40,000 people die from car crashes every year. Should we ban cars to save 40,000 lives?
No, but the
One second.
What do you think about vaccines? This is a basic like flu comparison right now you're making right now.
A million people would probably fucking die of car crashes every year if we didn't take
Hold
the
on.
measures that you.
Go ahead, Hassan. Finish your thought.
Idiots like you ran the government. We would have never had fucking like seatbelts to begin with, because you'd say it's an inconvenience and therefore no measures should be taken because you're gonna die in a fucking car crash anyway, or you'd point to some other fucking natural catastrophe.
Seatbelt laws. Yeah, I disagree.
We have to take preventative
Wait,
measures.
hold on, wait. 1 second. You disagree with seatbelt laws?
I swear.
Yes,
bro.
I think. Look, if you
think
want
you
to
should have a driver's license to drive a car?
it's not the job of the government. It's not the job of the government to tell us how to live our lives. Each individual daily decision we make.
AR-15s do you own?
Wait,
lecture fan.
Okay, hold on. Let's hear Bob. Bob, go ahead. Bob, go ahead.
Yeah. With
sorry.
lockdown,
TRIHEX, I'll get you after Bob. I said he'd go. Go ahead, Bob.
I feel like we could all agree that people are all at different risks, right? For the coronavirus. Like I would argue that cute girls in particular are at highest risk, because like everybody does whatever they can to get as close as possible to cute girls. So I think that we should have different
that means Katie's safe.
And that I think I think that cute girls right now should definitely not go outside. I think they have the highest
Thank you,
risk
Bob.
to actually spread it. But also lecture fan, do you think that
Bob, do you ever have an intellectual thought, or do you just come up with some bullshit, or do you write it down?
Lecture fan, do you think that we need a driver's license to drive a car?
Oh, dude, that was my point.
Sorry.
I'm fine. Dude, I'm fine with the driver's license. That's a dumb question when you're talking about government lockdowns, complete shutdowns. That's not even on the same planet.
Well, I mean, we didn't know how fucking dumb you were until you mentioned your stupid takes about seatbelts. So I think it's understandable for someone to ask if
Can
you
I
also
say
think
something about the seatbelt thing? You
Well,
don't want people to wear
TRIHEX, did you still
seatbelts.
want to go? Did you still want to go?
I just want one last thing, Raj.
No. You had your time, Bob. I want to say something.
Kate, he didn't finish your thought, Bob, and then we'll go to Kate.
Yeah, lecture fan too. Like I know you don't seem scared of it, but I do want to acknowledge like you are the most likely to die here. Like I'm not boomer shaming you, but like you got to be careful, man. I don't want you to go. So just
thank you.
Kate, go ahead.
Be careful, man.
Okay, I'm saying you don't want people to. There's not a law to keep you using your seatbelt, but do you agree that people should strap in their children? Because I feel like if there's no seatbelt law, then there wouldn't be a seatbelt law at all, and then people could not strap their children in, and they wouldn't be safe.
Yes, I'm fine with that. Here's the thing.
Wait, so you are fine
I'm
with
okay.
that?
I'm more okay with
You're-
the status quo, but what I'm against is further and more government restrictions on everything we
You're
do in
changing
our
the
daily
subject.
life.
Wait, so you're now
No,
fine
I just
with
said
it?
I'm fine with that. If you want to have a law
You're the one
that
who asked
forces
him about
people to have
seatbelts when we were
baby
talking about-
seatbelts, I'm fine with that. Okay, it's not.
So why
what
would there
we're
be
talking
two
about.
different
We're
laws?
talking
Like,
about
okay, so
government
the adult
shutting
doesn't have to
down
strap
the
themselves in, but the babies do have to be strapped in.
Guys, this is the lecture fan concedes show where he says something fucking insane and then with minor pushback immediately buckles down and goes, "Oh yeah, you're right.
I
I'm
haven't
fine with it
conceded
now."
everything. I'm still
You haven't
100%
conceded
opposed
to
to all of
everything.
these lockdown orders.
I mean, you haven't conceded to everything. It's like 75% you've
Well,
conceded
if you
to.
condition people to not use seatbelts, they're not going to protect their children either.
Okay, so let's
I don't
again.
believe in a nanny government.
I'd like to come back to the topic and allow people to speak on it that haven't been able to speak. Richard.
So the nanny government is good in certain instances, though, right? Like you agree with that? You said you like driver's licenses, which I think was a reasonable question.
Why don't you defend the lockdowns or let Richard speak for a second?
Yeah, well, Hasan, I would like to come back to the topic before we kind of go down to.
I want to know if QT's actually going to
Kind of
add anything to the
debate
conversation, or if she's going to come at me the whole show.
Okay, the
like, are you
lockdown-
gonna hate
you're
me or
just-
something?
Kate, you just played into that. I'm just saying.
Katie, you're muted. Cutie, you're muted.
The
What have you
lockdowns
added, Kate? You
are
just
very
calling-
good.
You just keep calling Bob.
I've
down
added a
and
lot,
flirting with
actually.
Hassan. No, you just.
Are you even listening?
Adding questions. There's no.
Guys,
add
you're
questions
disappointing
Yeah,
Richard right
talking.
now.
You're just
Really.
sitting there.
You're letting him down. He was hoping
You're
for
literally
conversation.
just sitting there.
Katie,
He
I
was hoping
wait
to
for
just
my
have a
turn instead of just
take.
rudely interrupting people because
I'm sorry,
I have
Richard.
something.
No, listen, Bob. This is.
Try
I'm
it.
actually glad
You
to
have
be
nothing to
here.
add to the conversation. It's okay.
Cutie, would you like to speak on
fair.
something?
Nope, I don't. I want to sit here and get free votes.
Okay, great. Okay. Richard, did you want to say something on the topic? I want to allow you to.
Yeah, just on the topic of the protesters, like I got to be honest, I'll probably be a fence-sitting Andy on this one a little bit because while I think it's very easy to like point and laugh at the protesters, saying, oh, we shouldn't be locked up and blah blah blah, and you're taking away our liberties and call them idiots because ostensibly they are. Equally, it's got to be said there is a big class divide in how we've approached the quarantine.
True.
And if a lot of the people who are out there protesting are people that have been victims of the insufficient government response, with the $1,200 checks that you might get in fucking September if you're lucky and you filed your taxes and then you turn 40. The reality is some people do need to return to work, especially if you're in that weird area of being a minimum wage worker that's deemed non-essential.
100% correct.
So yeah, so I do sympathize a little bit with the protesters because it's one thing if you're a fucking upper middle class person sat in a big house and your inconvenience is that you have to order your fucking groceries and you don't get to pick it off a shelf by yourself and decide what type of foie gras you're gonna fucking have. But equally as well, some people need to get back to fucking work, and if the stimulus package had come through sooner, I think the protests would have been greatly diminished. So. I'm trying to see things both ways, even though right now the priority has to be stopping the spread of the virus.
So
There is a problem though with like workers.
Richard is absolutely correct. He is absolutely correct when he says that there are definitely very real wage laborers that are a part of these protests. Even though they are astroturfed, like previous protests of this magnitude and size have been. Betsy DeVos's foundation has agitated in Michigan specifically. They're linked back to Koch's subsidiaries as well. So this happens in America a lot, where the wealthy people agitate the poor masses to go out and protest on their behalf, while they sit at home from the comfort of their homes, like Tucker Carlson does and like Lecture Fan does, and let you die out in the cold. Now, Richard is very correct when he says that there are people who are suffering right now. There are people who have very serious problems as far as like getting the breadcrumbs that this government is deemed worthy for them in the form of $1,200. And what these people should be protesting, or what they should be using their energy towards, is not to fucking reopen the economy, but instead to agitate for their government to give them more than just fucking $1,200, because it's disastrous. It's the fact
There's
that
some people that are getting paid
change.
more to not go to work than they did actually working.
Correct. Yep,
Yeah.
that's correct.
All right, hold on, one at a time. Lumi Roo hasn't had a chance to speak. I'd like them to be able to speak. Sorry.
I'm going to say I care way more about them being able to get access to the resources they need than whether or not they're making a little bit more than the few crumbs they were originally making on shitty, like, really shitty paying jobs in the first place. So we're all going to be like, oh my God, they're making a few dollars more an hour. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Listen, we need people to just survive through this. And if they're going to get a few more dollars, oh, well, what is that? Like, that's absurd.
I just want to say,
Go ahead,
I
Casey.
don't understand how people protesting to work is freedom. Isn't working the opposite of freedom?
No, working is freedom.
True. Wait,
I don't know
what?
what I'm saying.
Wait,
Arbeit
macht frei? Lecture fan?
Nim, I really want to get your opinion from Sweden
Lecture
because you're in
fan
Sweden.
with the lecture fan just dropped a literal Nazi quote. Very cool.
Wait, is that? I don't know.
Dude, people want to work.
Monkeys.
Just get, I know, maybe
But
lefties don't want to work, but a lot do.
Slaves in their
Yeah,
brains.
what
It's not
Hassan's
that I
referring
don't
to,
wanna
lecture
work,
fan,
I
is
just don't
Arbeit
see a
macht
reason
frei. Go
for
Google it.
Just look up Arbeit macht
macht
Why
frei.
don't we all just give up now and just put our foot down and
My
tell
man said work sets you free.
Let's go to Nim.
Unfortunate, really.
Let's go to Nim here, who is from Sweden, and I don't believe they had any stay-at-home orders the entire time. I'm
No,
curious what
well,
your
we have a lot of restrictions. There are a lot of restrictions. They're just not maybe taken quite as far as a lot of countries. I think most people can agree that, closing absolutely everything down is not reasonable, and doing nothing is not reasonable. So the idea is find the most efficient ways of shutting this down or minimizing the risk of spread, while also allowing the society to keep on operating as best as it can. And so far, the model here has not been quite as aggressive as in many other countries. And I'd like to think that it is because our politicians have dared to listen more to the experts and less just attempting to collect political points. So that's my opinion. I can't really get too involved in the U.S. politics. It's a completely different country.
Do you guys
way
have
bigger.
This is
you know,
world
my-
politic, though. I mean, sort of. This is world.
Well, we don't have people protesting and talking about changing the
that's true.
restrictions. But on the other hand,
you
our
never
restrictions
had
aren't as
aggressive lockdown either.
Right. And so one of the big reasons why they're doing this also is because they need to find something sustainable. So shutting too much down too quickly can often lead to it falling apart, kind of like we're seeing. So I don't know exactly what my opinion is on this. I will say, however, that showing up a bunch of people to a protest, all kind of packed together, must be like the dumbest way of saying that we find this.
Yeah,
wrong. I think
lecture fan.
there's no way of
Nim,
defending
I
that.
want to follow up with that.
Do you guys have old people in Sweden?
Sure.
Bob,
Poor people?
Bob, please don't revisit.
Nice, Bob.
Lecture fan.
I'm just, I mean,
lecture fan. Does it bother you at all that all these protesters are clumped together while they protest a virus that spreads easily by being clumped together?
That's a total misstatement. That's fake news. That's mainstream media stuff. In fact, what the
is it
protests
then?
were in
Okay.
Michigan, what happened in the Michigan protests is it was a driving protest. So everybody was staying in their cars, everybody
true?
was driving, and everybody was social distancing. Lots of people were wearing masks. Yes, there's a picture here and there of some people not wearing masks.
Okay.
But the organized protests in Michigan were literally it's called like Operation Gridlock. It was supposed to be everybody who's
a follow-up question, lecture fan. If I may, hold on. If I may, so you're telling me that you think that the stay-at-home order, the restrictions, and everything are insane, and we shouldn't be doing them. Yet people are protesting from their cars, and they're not standing next to one another. Wouldn't you think that would sort of it's sort of like it sort of contradicts one another?
No, it's
Why would
not.
you
It's not
protest from
no.
your car
Okay, I'll
if
tell
it
you.
wasn't a big deal? I don't understand.
I'll tell you, it's not inconsistent at all. That's what you want to people that are opposed to the lockdown orders. You want to assume that they think the virus is a hoax and it's not serious. Just like people that are opposed to the government mandating you wear a seatbelt think it's a bad idea to wear a seatbelt. It's not true. You can both think that it's a good. Let's wear a seatbelt when we can. Let's be hygienic. Let's do social distancing. But I don't want the government forcing it to me. And I don't want cops going and arresting parents in a park for playing with their kids. This is preposterous. The number one story out of this whole thing is how easy it was for the government to implement tyranny, and how easy it was for people to just beg and beg and beg to be told what to do. That's now we have SARS, we have MERS, we have swine flu, and all of a sudden now
TRIHEX, I'd like you to respond after lecture fan.
That's the
Oh,
takeaway.
Richard,
The next
sorry,
time
there's
we
just
have
so
a
many
bad
people.
flu, we're gonna have lockdowns. It's bullshit.
The difference between the flu and this is that it spreads not just through spit and stuff like that. It goes through air. It's airborne. That's incredibly rare, and it's very contagious. It is different.
Does
It is
swine
going
flu-
to affect a
does
lot more
swine
people.
flu?
And then we also have that it is It's incredibly contagious. So it's just absurd to me, and we're not prepared. Like the flu, why are you fucking comparing it to the flu? That's so absurd to me. Do you understand that we are prepared for the flu so much more than that? I don't understand these absurd comparisons.
Wait, do you believe in vaccinations?
I never compared it to the flu. I'm saying we've had other viral pandemics, including SARS, including MERS, including swine flu. And the point is that the takeaway from this going forward is that now governors and mayors know that on a moment's notice, not only can they order people locked down, but the American people will beg for it and plead to have their rights taken away.
The biggest difference between everything else that you mentioned and this is the asymptomatic.
I know that there's differences. The point is that
but that's a
it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
Yeah, I know, and it's good. I hope we lock down. I hope we fucking lock. I hope we lock down if it happens again. No, I don't. I want to get laid and go to the fucking gym, man. I'm fucking losing my mind here too.
You're getting laid anyway, Hasan. Don't lie.
Okay.
Wait,
so I'm not.
That's the funny thing. Everybody that's in favor of these lockdowns, they're all going outside. They're all going about their lives just normally.
I know. I sit in front of a camera 13 hours a day. Like everybody knows what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, listen to me.
The one point Lecture Fan has, right, is that there has definitely been a big shift in like media priorities and the coverage of these protests, which by comparison are a pretty small story. Like you're talking in some cases like under 100 people gathering, which obviously is going against protocols, you know, for social distancing. But there's certainly a bigger story that's been ignored during this time, which is what happened in New York, where Cuomo made it part of the plan to combat coronavirus to take people with coronavirus and for the overflow of hospitals in people that were not as serious that they needed a hospital to put them into elderly care homes. So you took people with the virus and then put them around the most vulnerable group, and that's definitely led to an increase in deaths in New York. That's been covered relatively little in the press. It's there. If you go back 5 days. Meanwhile, these protests and kind of let's all laugh at the silly working class protesters stories have definitely been put front and center. That I will agree with.
It's not all working class protesters though. You have to remember that like a lot of it is backed by.
Generally, those are gonna. I from what I've seen coverage wise, they are low economic, you know.
Especially because like they're like running around with guns and shit. Which by the way, like guns are cool. Shooting guns are fun. You guys know that I've shot guns on stream and shit before too. But like, why the fuck are you LARPing as like a guerrilla? And
that's the problem, isn't it? You heard it out of fucking Lecture Fan's mouth. Like, he thinks the country's descended into tyranny.
Yeah.
Do you know what you sound like right now, by the way, when you say ridiculous things like that? You know all of those, like, lefties that you were fucking laughing at when they fucking were crying about Trump getting in and that it was a fascist takeover, and you sit there in your streams, like, mocking them? You now sound like those guys. We haven't descended into tyranny because of 2 weeks of fucking stay-home advice.
Are you scared for your fellow Christians? Because church was popping today, dude. You know, I don't know if this is, you know, just evolution's plan to weed out religion, but they're not stopping, dude. They're praying together, and is it working?
Am I scared? No, I'm not scared.
I have another question for everybody here in regards to like potential future lockdowns, especially Lecture Fan. So let's say there's another pandemic. And this time instead of 50,000, like how many Americans have to die, and like why do you want China to take over the entire world? Because obviously they're much better at dealing with these sorts of pandemics, and Korea as well. Like why do you?
That's a cool loaded question, Hasan.
I have a really good answer to that.
Why do you hate American national security?
I've always been so bad at word problems.
Why do you want China to take over the world? Lecture Fan answer.
No, here's the thing.
Sky, just make wacky faces. We're killing it.
When somebody is diagnosed with coronavirus, we send them home and say, hey, go home, fight through it, don't leave your home. You know what would we do if this was a genuinely real quarantine? You take sick people and you do a real
TRIHEX, step in.
You put them into a place and you don't let them leave.
Finish your thought, Lecture, and go ahead, TRIHEX, please.
So you want more tyranny?
TRIHEX. 1 second, son. TRIHEX, go ahead.
No. Quarantining one person.
One sec.
Let me get in here. I've been so fucking patient right now.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, TRIHEX.
About if you have coronavirus virus and you get to go home and just fight out and be safe and all that. Let's pause right there because there's already a massive failure in infrastructure of the American medical systems because the idea that you can just easily, accessibly, affordably go to a doctor and get a certified certificate that you have coronavirus is already like in a facade. Like the average working person cannot afford to go get a $200 medical checkup to make sure they have coronavirus.
Yes, Lord.
The testing is not accessible.
Not only
it's not affordable, and it's full of bullshit. You can go and get told you have flu-like symptoms and don't have coronavirus, and still be told go fuck off and come back whenever you can afford to. Like it's not there. There are.
But
stories
isn't testing
of, like,
free for people that have symptoms right now? If you actually are like really sick, it's not gonna cost you anything. Are you high, Casey? Have you been smoking up before the show?
Okay, hold on.
You have symptoms here. The whole point of that is that you have to make that risk. That's a risk assessment. Like, is it worth going for? There are stories, for example, of like certain, like, I guess DoorDash or door delivery people who were tested positive for and then laid off anyway because they were now considered at risk of symptoms. But there's not really incentives to actually like stay home and stay safe if you can.
Okay,
We have right now.
So guys, I would like to wrap this topic up because obviously we could talk about it all day. Cutie Cinderella, please. And then we can still oh, I'm sorry. We can continue a little bit longer. I'm not saying we're done yet.
Hey, from a
but TRIHEX,
Canadian
were you done yet? Were you done yet?
No, that was just immediate.
Okay. Go, follow up, TRIHEX. You've been patient.
I had a turn I didn't hear.
Yep. Go ahead.
Earlier lecture, your issue seems to be the fact that we have like restrictive government oversight that's like, impeding on your liberties. That is one that's like pretty high in opinion. I would rather like move off that one. If I can here, let's talk about it being more of a pro-economy argument. So like the whole thing here is like if coronavirus is still out and about here, irrelevant of how deadly you think it is, do you really think if we reopen the economy right now, is going to be consumer confidence to go back in dining rooms, to go back on airplanes, to go into movie theaters in abundance?
Yes,
with this
yes.
delay right now, it is in your effort to, in a pro-economy, to like maintain the like status of living for everyone in America right now to have the virus defeated here. So in that regard, you do need to have adequate, abundant, accessible testing incentives for business to not actually lay people off here via federal aid for those who are currently affected right now. And we don't have that. The reason why the governments of local states must step up right now is because you have a complete systematic failure of the federal administrations right now to actually give people and business the incentive to care for the people at this time. So that's why the government's coming and doing that shit.
Ooh, get him.
Cutie,
I can speak for a country that doesn't have restrictions and kind of how that works.
Nim, I'm going to come to you. Cutie hasn't spoken really the whole round.
My biggest thing, lecture fan, is like how has the lockdown affected you directly? Has it done anything to you directly? Because like me personally, I'm not out here saying let's end the lockdown, and I am on furlough. I'm not getting a paycheck right now, and I made too much money last year to qualify for the stimulus check. So like,
cool brag,
I'm someone.
I'm so rich. I made too much money.
That's
Bob,
not what
let
I'm saying,
Cutie finish.
Bob. What I'm saying is, I'm in a situation now where I don't have money to pay my mortgage. So, but I'm not out here picketing the lockdown. Like, I'm not saying we should stop the lockdown because I care more about the community than I do myself. Like, so how has it affected you for you to even have an opinion?
Well,
are you just mad?
I don't have $5 to sub to the
like, I don't.
Well, it hasn't affected me directly because I'm able to work from home in my profession, and that's why what Richard was talking about is right. That all of these liberals that are in favor of it all have these professional jobs where they can work from home, and it's the blue collar workers that are getting screwed over by this.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
in favor of
talk about the economic situation. Hey, poors, go out and fucking. Go out and die. Like I want to get my hair cut. I want to get my fucking nails done. It's easy for you to say it from the comfort of your home.
Let's go down to Nim because Nim and are you guys comfortable wrapping it up? Is there anybody that has like a last thing to say or anything? Sky, I see you posturing.
No, I just want to know if Hassan's okay.
Yeah.
This apparatus and he's doing this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hassan, you all right? You need Sky and I to come over and give you a back massage or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
After quarantine.
Don't play along with it. I hate you.
Go ahead, lecture fan. Nim. Go ahead.
Nim had the tape.
Nim, wrap it up, Nim. Let's go.
Okay, first and foremost, I want everyone to keep in mind that it doesn't have to be on or off. There is middle grounds when everything. We have, for example, we have restaurants where every other table is closed off. I don't know how effective that is, but there are things like that. We have gyms that are open, but they've lowered the staff hours and they've upped the amount of cleaning that happens, so they make sure to wipe out the surfaces more often. We have schools partially closed for the older kids. They can take care of themselves, but the kids that are younger that would have to stay somewhere anyway, they still go to school. So there are partial ways. I just want to put that out there for starters. It doesn't have to be black and white. And then another thing that I wanted to talk about, but I never got into it, was the whole tyranny thing and about making rules. I want to sort of kind of in a way take lecture fans' side just a tiny bit in that I hold on. I think that there is something that is too many restrictions, and I think there's something that is too aggressive of an enforcement of restrictions, where the only thing you're achieving is undermining your own government and experts, and people are not going to take you seriously. For example, it was like Italy or Spain or something, where people were told that only one person was allowed to walk the dog. So you'd have two people living together at home, and only one of them is allowed to walk the dog. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? And then what that's going to create is frustration. It's going to create distrust to the government from the people. And so I think you need to be very careful when you do put in very harsh restrictions that you're enforcing using cops and you're using fines, that they're not stupid ass policies, because that the only thing that's going to do is we have right now, we've got like a very strong trust in the government in general in this country. A lot of people are quite happy with it, and I think that's because they're conveying this feeling that we're all in this together, we're all working towards getting rid of this together. It's not us versus them kind of.
Great point.
Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
This just in, breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Rajj NN is proud to report that the state of Sweden has gone to Donald Trump for the 2020 presidential election.
The funny
with
thing is that
1% of the
keeps, bringing up Sweden like we're all dying like flies over here. He keeps using us like some example.
I just want to say that in this time I do feel thankful, because as a gamer, like, this is the first time I don't feel oppressed. We could finally just sit at home and game all my life. Never mind.
Okay, folks, let's wrap it up here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to put into the chat the poll that you will vote on who you want to keep, not kick. Say it with me, cast and audience. Keep, not kick. You're voting for your favorite person on the podcast. Keep, not kick. The poll is in the chat right now, okay?
Keep, not kick.
Keep, not kick. That's right.
I vote for myself. Is that allowed?
Yeah, you can vote for yourself. Hell yeah. No problem. No problem. There's no...
It's
really,
not allowed.
Guys...
I'm gonna vote for Richard.
We pulled straws. We can only vote for Casey this round.
And look, guys, I want to be clear here, okay? Obviously, this is a show. So if you get voted off, don't take it personally, all right? This is, hey, it happens,
Who do you guys want to get voted off? Like, if we got to pick it, who would you pick? I would pick...
Imagine it was just like that, like the Survivor.
I guess I'd pick Kate. I'd kick off Kate. She just sucks. Like, not as a
It's not surprising at all,
wait,
Bob.
No. I need to
I
clarify.
never thought you'd be a predictable person.
You don't suck as a person, just like on this show, you're not adding a lot of value.
I wasn't asking.
Okay.
It's crazy because typically Bob likes girls that will suck anything.
I literally am not a coomer,
Yeah, because he
so,
seems
okay.
desperate.
That was the joke, Kate. Good job. You got it.
Anybody else have someone you want to kick? If you say me, I won't be offended.
Well, at this point, I might just myself.
Sky, you're doing awesome.
I feel like
we're both making faces.
Guys, can you mute yourself in the whereby?
Yeah, in the whereby. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that part.
Sorry. No, it's okay. Sky, listen, you're a perfect.
Nim, you can mute them too on your
Keep
end.
doing what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, the poll has come in, and after 1,300 votes in a 36,000 viewer audience, HASANPIKER has won the first round.
Again. Always
No way.
In the bottom two, ladies and gentlemen, sitting in the bottom two, Miss Kate and LumiRoo are in the bottom two.
Wait, Cutie, you're above Kate. What does that mean?
Isn't that crazy?
I mean,
Kate,
you have more viewers
I'm
than
freezing
I do.
the
That's the
poll.
only reason. You have been
Kate,
talking this whole time.
Kate,
Yes, Kate, exactly. I have more viewers than you because I'm a better streamer than you. I don't know why.
Raj, you really shouldn't invite QT on because she just sits here hoping for votes. I think that's why you didn't invite Slicker on anymore.
I don't need to hope for votes, and he still.
You
doesn't
said
fucking
you said
right.
one thing the whole time we were talking about this conversation.
Hold on,
Yeah.
folks.
Kate,
La-
I'm relevant.
ladies,
You're
please.
not relevant.
Please calm
Kate,
down.
Kate, you're
Please.
trying to
Keep
beat
going.
Me. If you're
Turns
saying
me
I'm
on.
not fucking trying to beat you. I do not want to beat you. You're fucking boring.
You're fucking boring. Every single thing you say is you're fucking boring. What a good, clever comeback, Kate. You are so original. I wish I could
You
be-
are boring.
I can't tell if this
I
is
wish
real.
I could be more like.
I'm not scared of you,
I wish
QT,
I could
okay?
be a dumb cunt that would have sex with anyone. Then I'd be more
God!
like Kate.
Cutie
I think that you
Cinderella.
would have sex with anyone. You look like
Cutie
a psycho.
Cinderella. Do not call her a cunt.
She can call me a fucking cunt. I don't care. She wants to suck my pussy.
Order! Order!
You want to eat me? You want to eat my pussy, QT?
Okay,
Is that what you
ladies,
want?
now please.
Is that what you want?
Nobody's eating anybody's pussy, okay? That's enough.
You either want to be my friend, you want to beat me, or you want to eat my pussy.
Nobody is eating anybody's pussy, okay?
Which one is it, QT? Which one is it?
Nobody is eating anybody's pussy right now. We are ending this right now.
Down. So nobody wants.
Which one is it?
Ladies,
Which one
please.
is it?
I think Bob does.
Okay, sure.
Look.
It's one of those three
Ladies.
things, okay?
Ladies.
Over again.
Ladies.
Anyway, Hassan, will you please kick off Kate? We're bored of her.
Okay. Hassan, it is your choice between Lumiru and Kate, who you're going to eliminate from the podcast.
It's so hard because my contest skull wants me to keep Kate on because of especially the last second Coomer trolls that she put out there, but with the eating pussy talk, which I'm a big fan of. But
Don't worry, she'll slide in your DMs later.
we already
definitely
have
won't.
we already have Cutie Cinderella on here. There's no reason for scuffed Cutie Cinderella to stay on.
Cutie hasn't
you know?
fucking been talking this whole time.
Yeah. So yeah,
Sorry,
bye, Kate.
Are you kidding me?
Bye bye.
Are you deaf?
Kate has been eliminated from the show by Hassan.
Sorry, can you repeat?
I'm sure it's a popularity contest. You guys are all friends. It's fine. I get it.
Yeah,
We're all popular. We're the cool kids. You're a loser.
Hassan's just
Go
mad
sit
I
at the table by
exposed him, okay?
yourself.
Because he was breaking quarantine.
Go sit at the table by yourself.
Okay,
Go
that is
sit in the
actually
bathroom.
Kate. This is the first time in Raj show history that the quote unquote most hated person on the show actually got eliminated first. Kate, you have been
Yeah,
eliminated
it's
from
because
the
I was
show.
on his Rajler. He already doesn't like me.
Kate, you have been eliminated from the show. Please.
You know that's not a good defense like you think it is. That just means that I have more.
You're just mad I
exposure to you.
exposed you, Hassan, okay?
That just
get
means
over
I
it.
had more exposure to you and therefore already liked you less.
All
because
your
of it.
simps voted for you. That's the only reason you won. It's fine.
Kate, you always come onto the show with like
Imagine
3
not being
different
able to
things, and then
farm
you just
Sims
cycle
as
through
a
them. You just go
woman.
1, 2,
Bob, you
3.
literally didn't talk about the politics the whole time. Like, the conversation we were actually talking about, you didn't add anything to it. I don't know why you're even talking right now.
Okay.
Like, you kept up, you're like, hi, I'm
Ladies.
Bob. Insert dumb, corny line here. Like,
Oh, Kate, it's really exciting. 'cause
nobody
now you have
cares
some-
about you,
now
QT.
you
You're
have some
irrelevant.
free time. Now you
You're
have some
irrelevant.
Kate.
Go watch
Nobody
my podcast.
cares.
You have something to scream about. Go
Okay.
ahead and
Irrelevant.
Kate and Cutie Cinderella, knock it off. It's Kate. It's the end of the road for you. I'm sorry. It's time to shout out your channel.
Twitch.tv/Kate. Spelled weird.
Thank you very much, Kate. Have a wonderful day. Everybody throw some hearts up for Kate. Thank you, Kate, for coming. Casey, you can join
Have
the
fun
other
with
room now.
Scuffed Kate.
Peace.
Bye, Scuffed Kate. All right, she's been eliminated from the show. Give yourselves a round of applause. Casey,
I have a
Casey.
question.
Casey, you can
I've
join the
never-
other room now, Casey.
Yeah, bring
I've never been that unlikable, right? Like, I know I get a little weird sometimes, but I don't make people feel like that, right?
Casey, you can join the other room now, Casey.
I think the thing is, Bob, people can
But at
see
least you're
very
funny.
clearly that what you're doing is persona driven. Like, I don't even.
I'll give my good opinions later, because like there's too many people giving good takes. You know, Lumi or
That was some
TRIHEX.
high
Like,
school
there's too many good takes right now. I can't just give another good take.
I mean, yours is absolutely right.
What are
I
you?
think that-
Are you waiting for the quality of the conversation to drop
Yes.
far enough down to where
Yes,
you
and
can
then I'll give my real
this is my
opinion.
level.
You gotta get
Now
in
I
there,
can
dude.
operate.
Casey,
Yes.
my queen.
Okay, so let's move on here to the next topic that we have on the show today, and it's a topic that obviously was a little bit more relevant, but we haven't had a show in a few weeks, so I thought I'd bring it up again.
Damn.
So iDubbbz was recently under fire for his girlfriend launching an OnlyFans. His audience reacted with an outpouring of hate or whatever you may call it, calling him a simp for quote-unquote allowing his girlfriend to have an OnlyFans during a relationship. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I'm just curious of your take. And generally speaking, the idea of a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever having an OnlyFans while being in a relationship. TRIHEX, let's start with you. Go ahead.
Major important context here. It was a non-pornographic
Yes.
OnlyFans.
Yes. Very, very important. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Non-pornographic. Yes.
Why are they mad? What the fuck?
Because they assume OnlyFans only for e-thoughts, sluts, whatever, and just body exploitation in their eyes or whatever. So I have to what the framing that Raj gave you. It was a loaded statement, or it can be perceived as such, and I have to elaborate about what the actual context here
I'm sorry.
is. Which is
I know everybody expected more of me from the Raj Royale, but anyways,
there was a conversation here about the idea that OnlyFans is intrinsically pornographic by perception, but obviously it's not. It's just it's OnlyFans.
But weren't the pictures?
Pornographic either here, but I just want to bring them.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you for
the photos. What would be considered erotic to a degree, though, right? I mean, not that I'm totally on the side of iDubbbz with this, by the way.
Yeah, they're sexy pics. I'll say.
Yeah,
they're sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, would you care if it's pornographic? Is that obviously?
No, I wouldn't give a fuck. In fact, one of the things that needs to be said here is that the word simp, while there's a fucking element of truth in it, all the fucking sad fucking loser incels have weaponized that word because they're like, right, now it's your turn to get got, right? And but all the people that were lashing out at iDubbbz, basically their argument was, if I had a girlfriend, I'd treat her like a queen, but I'd expect her to be loyal to me, and this is a betrayal. You're a simp. It's pathetic. It's one of the most pathetic fucking dramas I've ever seen.
The Venn diagram of people,
fucking losers who've never been laid.
The Venn diagram of people who deserve to be called out for simping and call others out for simping is just one circle. It's the same people I've come to find. It's always the incels that are like, you guys are simps, that also then themselves do really dumb shit that would warrant them being called simps.
Yeah.
Sky, I'd like to hear
of inceldom as well, right? Because simping, they don't even understand, if you compliment a woman, you're a simp, right? Because they lack the social wherewithal to know how to talk to people that they're interested in. They view everything through that lens, right? So I mean, that's literally what happened at iDubbbz. I don't think he realized he had so many incels in his audience. I think it was a big shock for him.
Sky,
well, can we? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I remember there was a little bit of a revelation on their relationship where it seems like Anissa's not using any of my money. I don't know if that's true. What I do know about Anissa, when I used to be her friend, is that she definitely strikes me as the independent type. I kind of feel like this move is just to make money so that she doesn't have to use Ian's. I don't understand why that's a simp. I don't know why that makes him. I'm a semen demon. I can't make money the same way a hot girl can, like that shit. I look like a lesbian. I'm built like a Michelin man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
If I was hot, I would make an OnlyFans, and I think that no one should care, at all.
True.
Make your money.
TWOMAD, did you want to?
So I mean, he's not rich. She's making her own money, but Anissa's definitely getting money off of iDubbbz, 100%. Most of her subscribers are coming through iDubbbz through the controversy, and Anissa, I mean, I think we're on the same page. Nobody gives a shit. It's kind of alpha as fuck that he's letting her do that.
Right.
But there's no big deal, but it's kind of cringe because iDubbbz is the one who's always criticizing everybody, and that's why he's getting all the controversy. It's because he criticizes everybody, and then he does this weird thing that's kind of cringe. Okay, it's fine, but it's normal. It's fine. Nobody cares. I'd let my girlfriend do it, but he's committing cringe as the person who criticizes cringe, so he's getting controversy over that. But she's definitely using iDubbbz, or at least
you think.
But I can see that. I was only thinking and again, that's why I just want what I heard. I guess residually, you're always going to get the benefits of iDubbbz. You're absolutely right.
But is that her fault? She just happens to be dating him. Is that her fault that she gets those benefits?
I mean, I think she cultivates the drama.
There's
she
no
keeps
fault
pushing it forward.
There's okay.
I gotta say though,
honestly don't really understand why it's a big deal. Is that a crazy take to have?
It isn't a big deal.
Very cool.
No, it's
why
not.
did
It's a really easy topic, actually.
Does anyone here disagree?
I'm gonna get you, Lecture Fan. Yeah, I think Lecture Fan does.
That's what I was wondering.
Lecture Fan might disagree, and we're gonna get into porn too. But Lecture Fan, go ahead.
What TWOMAD said, I don't agree with that second part.
Oh, okay. We'll get back to you, Rick.
I have interesting opinions.
Lecture,
on this.
do you have anything to direct specifically to TWOMAD? I don't want to drift too far away from that, but can we get Richard first and then you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Richard.
Well,
Go
no,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, dude. Like, I mean, this whole like she's using him thing, I think it's like really fucking weird. Like, it's borderline mental illness, frankly. When people start speculating about the nature of people's relationships when you've never met them, never interacted with
Honestly,
them,
you're correct.
don't know
I
the
should
fucking
probably-
first thing about them. Like, I'm not. This isn't just to call you out, by the way, Duke. 'Cause obviously, I like you, and I'm looking forward to talking K-pop with you. But you know, like one of the things that is as streamers and influencers that we all suffer from, right, is we've all had that one fucking fan that doesn't understand where the boundaries lie, and they start making huge like protestations about how you should live your life based on their sensibilities, based on preconceptions that might not even align with reality. And the bigger you are, the more often that happens. And iDubbbz is a huge fucking YouTuber, so he's got a lot of fans. That kind of speculation, because I think we can't know one way or the other. Like, you can't.
Well, it's
quite
not
know her
speculation.
mind.
She is soaking up the juice. Like, it's just fact of the matter.
No,
She's
but I
playing
mean, that's
into it.
like saying, you know, I don't know, pick an influencer, and if you started dating them tomorrow, right, and they happen to be bigger than y'all, like, is it fucking fair that you would be called? I mean, you might have a really good relationship, right? I mean, you know, when you're both public figures, there's always going to be a differential. One's always going to be bigger
I
than
don't
the
think he's
other.
faulting at all. I think he's just saying that it happens. Like, it's just a fact.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
just
matter.
stating that it literally happens.
not
She's
that
juicing
she-
up
But
that
you
drum.
did
She's
use the
taking
phrase
money
that
off
she's 100% using iDubbbz. That's what you said. Quote.
Right, but I think, but what I'm saying that, like, I assume, and TWOMAD, if I'm wrong, tell me. I thought you were just saying, like, no matter what, by proxy of dating someone that popular, you're going to get some like
No, that's
revenge.
literally
Yeah,
where I
but
was
you
going.
using implies it is by design, that she's
Yeah, I
only
gotta take
dating
that
him
back. I
for
gotta
the
take
juice.
that back. I think she's
Okay.
just juicing it. I think
The-
she's
the
just
week-
juicing it, and it's kind of weird.
The week that she did it, I swear, like in that same week on Twitter, I saw like 5 different girls just get big fake cans and start an OnlyFans. Which, again, like I don't know, is there like a sadness to that of just girls like feeling they need to get big fake cans, you
If
know,
I
to,
could
to
get
look
big
good?
fake cans, I'd start an
Wait, her
OnlyFans.
tits are fake?
Yeah, because they look good before. Like,
No,
you
they
know, she
look
did the
good now,
before and
like-
after
Yeah,
picture.
one
I
of the
thought
other bits of
like,
ammunition
that's what I'm saying,
people have
like,
been using is
like-
that they were saying iDubbbz funded her breast enlargement surgery, and then she gets the OnlyFans, and this is another reason
yeah, well,
why.
I just want to
he's
be clear.
supposedly a
I'm not
super
like
simp
I'm
all
not
the time.
shaming girls for like getting
Whoa,
big
I
fake
didn't know
cans.
that.
It's
I
just
would just-
more. I just want to say it just might be sad if they feel like they need to get big fake ones to be beautiful. I
Also,
think-
maybe
think all
maybe
women are
he's a bit of a cuck. Like maybe it gets him off by knowing that other girl or other guys are getting off on his girlfriend.
But I think,
mean,
that,
I
I
think
think, but hold on, but I
Kinda
I
cool.
believe personally. I mean, I can't. Damn it, I'm the host. I'm not supposed to give my fucking.
Yeah,
opinion.
let me hop in here, bro.
No, give him,
Yeah,
bro,
go.
it's fine.
TRIHEX, go ahead. I'm not.
Let's
I'm
slow down
supposed
here
to be
'cause-
neutral. Sorry.
And there were so many things going on right here. Okay, so slow down, because so someone earlier said that iDubbbz is a simp. Okay, we're running it way back here. Okay, let's establish what a simp actually is. A simp is someone who's generally like head over heels and admiring for a girl, confirmed not interested in them. iDubbbz is not a simp in this regard. It's a fucking loose ass word, looser than like Taco Bell diarrhea at this point. That means whatever people want to throw out to project,
He's a
to
cuck.
insult, do and do.
Yeah, the
So,
cuck is a better word. Yeah.
slow it way
I
down
think
there.
he is a cuck,
And then,
which is
and then
kind of
two
cool.
man, your
He's
comment
honestly a cuck.
earlier. What cringe was iDubbbz committing here? Because he's a person who critiques other people. Like, what is critique worthy about iDubbbz having a girlfriend with an OnlyFans?
I think it's kind of cringe that his girlfriend's doing that. It's cool, and it's probably the good direction to go in as a society. But
So if it
it's
was the
cringe.
Patreon to be fine. Like, I'm like,
But
Wait,
he
would you-
criticizes everybody else on the internet for doing shit like that, for having small chains and stuff like that. So it's kind of cringe that he does something that could
Selling
be considered.
booze.
Wait,
I have a real
He
question.
criticizes
So I
people
think it's
for
ridiculous to like be mad at him for like what his girlfriend's doing, but like, does anybody here like would they not be okay with their girlfriend doing that? Because
I'd be
I
okay
guess
with
you
it
know
100%.
maybe it's toxic
I wouldn't,
masculinity,
because
but
it is kind of cringe.
wait, well, I'm still not following you too, man. Like, so you'd be okay with it, but you're not okay with what iDubbbz does it, but nothing.
No, I'm just saying that's why people think it's bad, because it is a cringe thing. Like when I think about it, like I would be like, okay, that's kind of weird, but I would still be okay with it. Like if I had a girlfriend and she said I want to make an OnlyFans to be independent, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Would you
But it's still
cringe
in my
whenever
head,
she said
that's
it?
kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
Wait,
but
I
I'm
think-
okay with it.
Okay, I want to get lecture fan or
Thank
lecture
you.
fan in
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
Not typically,
So,
Go ahead, lecture fan.
So what I was gonna, this isn't really like a political or legal issue. Like iDubbbz is free to do this, his girlfriend's free to do this. But my personal opinion is, I would never be with a woman who had an OnlyFans or even was like
That's also a cringe
immodest.
take.
I find that a huge turnoff, immodesty, and I think that this the
Don't worry,
sexual
brother, I'm
revolution
not
in
gonna
this
be with
country.
women
This
anytime
is
soon.
this is
Let
just
him finish.
further evidence of the spiritual rot and cultural rot in our country, where
God.
the pornography, the over sexualization of everything.
Oh, man.
Like we need to
You'd
return
really like
to
Saudi
traditional
Arabia.
sexual morality.
Let me tell you.
Traditional sexual morality.
Listen. I think that
Pornography.
Hold on. Anybody want to?
I love
I
this.
respond to that. I
I
just
want
want
to
to
say something.
I think that OnlyFans is probably better than free porn because, like, think about how many addicts are out there because they don't even have to pay and they just start blasting. You know, whenever they're bored, they're blasting like 3 times a day. I would say, on average, the people in this chat, they're probably might be hitting 3-4 times a day.
There's people
but with
masturbating
OnlyFans,
right
when you have
now.
to pay for it, then you know you can't just buy the infinite porn. So I think free porn, it might be bad.
Lecture fan turns more and more Sharia every day, bro. Sharia anti. You got the beard and everything. Jesus. Y'all Qaeda motherfucker over here. All right.
Y'all Qaeda? I've never.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to say it's really hard anymore to keep up with which woman to hate. You know, there's just been so many lately.
Yeah, there's.
I agree. That's why I just perpetually hate Casey.
Kind of cringe. Like,
Yeah.
She'll make a newsletter.
Kind of an asshole.
Casey.
Oh, by the way, I haven't called
Like,
you a
it's
bitch
like,
today,
who are we
Casey.
on to now?
So,
But no,
lecture
I
fan-
wouldn't date a girl, I guess, that would have that. And you know, I can't justify it. It's just like the same thing. I just, you know, it's a little bit of toxic masculinity. Just think about, like, you know, when I get married, I want her to take my name. I can't justify that. I just, you know, I can't get past these toxic masculinity takes
Some
that,
people,
you know,
some
have been
people
ingrained
get
into me.
off- Some people get off on jealousy though. Like, imagine you're at the bar with your girlfriend and some guy hits on her. Like, does that not like get your testosterone pumping or anything like that? Like, maybe he just gets off on like knowing that other guys like want his girl.
Okay, I want to follow up
Yeah,
here.
I
I
mean,
wanna-
in a way that
Go-
can raise
go ahead,
the
Nim,
value of a girl, right? If
Yeah, if everyone
Like, it's
wants
like
her,
the
you
camp
can
stuff,
have her.
actually.
So-
people are willing to even pay to see your girl, not even be with her, but just to see her. I guess
guys,
that's
I'm
in a
gonna-
way that would-
I'm
People
gonna
are
step in
literally
here.
paying for pixels.
I'm gonna step in here and add some food for thought for this discussion. Okay, I think this OnlyFans the drama surrounding OnlyFans and Anissa and having an OnlyFans. I think it kind of the root cause is the stigma sort of against porn. I mean, obviously she's not doing full nude, you know, porn, but the stigma against porn is probably what led to this controversy. People's feelings about adult content in general, whether that be lewds or nudes or whatever. So the question I have is, do you guys think that porn should be treated, you know, as the same as a profession as like an accountant or a doctor or a lawyer? Do you think it's different? Is it maybe a profession that you don't respect for some reason or another? Sky, go ahead.
Illegal for one.
I think it should be treated like a model, like modeling.
Go ahead, Sky.
Porn should be on par with being a doctor. The porn helps so many niggas get out their stress. Like,
True.
You bust
True.
knuckle children, and you feel great. You're never mad.
You just
after
say
that.
knuckle children?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you bust some knuckle children out, and those performers put on a good ass show. Whether it's the delivery man or my personal favorite in gay porn is when they're like the teacher and the kid, you know. They're like, the high school person is 18 and then whatever.
Yeah.
That's preposterous considering all the negative consequences of porn.
What negative consequences?
Listen,
legalized
okay,
prostitution.
how do I
Okay, tell us the lecture fans.
Think of all the negative consequences of eating sugar.
Listen, I need to.
Exactly. Look at
I
the
need to.
studies.
I need to hear from guys. Hold up. We need to hear from
men and women, and they do things that you can't do.
I need
guys,
advice.
Guys, hold on. We
Go ahead,
need to
Hassan.
hear.
Hassan, go ahead. Go ahead, Hassan. Hassan, go ahead.
We need to hear from Mola fan. Go ahead, please give us the hadith. Please go ahead.
He's gonna tell us some dumb
Well,
shit.
first of all,
Drop
that's
the
preposterous
hadith,
to
sir.
compare me to that because I have nothing but love and respect and kindness towards everybody, which a lot of the terrorists don't.
Wait, I'm
True.
sorry. Are you
Whoa,
saying
True.
Muslims are terrorists? Wait a
Well,
minute.
no, you did call him Y'all Qaeda earlier. I think that's what he was referring to.
I know.
so.
Now I'm saying he's a Mola.
For the sake of being, yeah, I don't know if I don't know what
Lecture
that
fan,
means.
what would you describe a terrorist looks like?
Okay, let's move on from that, Bob. Lecture fan, let's allow you to.
Use one more to describe it, please.
Let's allow you to answer it. Let's allow you to lecture fan to answer it.
Yeah, he wants it to
You're
stay
gonna
illegal.
answer that?
What sort of problem do you see with porn in society, considering the fact that it's consumed by, I don't know, I heard this number, maybe I'm incorrect, but like something like 80% of adults have or do consume porn, probably more than that, 90%. I don't know what it is. Mostly everybody, right? Consume porn at some point.
Well, exactly, but that doesn't mean that it's good or that it's okay. And the reason I have against it is because I think human sexuality is one of the most important parts of being human. Human sexuality is really a spiritual thing that should be enjoyed between a man and a woman in a marriage. I think anything outside degrades that and cheapens it. And if you actually look at the actual science and the data and the studies, it's pretty much undisputed that pornography has overall.
Lecture fan makes love. He doesn't have to.
Between a man and a woman.
Sky, you can go. You can go if you like.
Wait, I need to understand something really important now. I need to understand something really important that lecture fan brought up. Do you want to make it illegal? Like, how would you regulate it?
I don't know. I don't think we need to make porn illegal. That's why I started out saying this. I don't think if this is a political or a legal issue. This is a cultural, personal belief, spiritual issue. And, it's funny to me because I'm the only one on here that's representing what 70 to 80% of Americans believe. And you guys are all acting like
Whose fault is it? Lecture fan.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Lecture fan, you think 70 to 80% of Americans believe what exactly?
70 to 80% of Americans think that porn is bad and have a negative view.
Wait, but hold on.
Hold on.
I have an idea.
They're just lying.
But they also consume porn, dude. Let's slow it down here, dude. You can't have the facts on that one, man.
Okay, hold on. So
I do feel like we need a citation there.
Lots of people get angry too, and you can also think that anger is a bad thing, but you can sometimes get angry. It's not just because you think something's bad doesn't mean that you never get it.
Okay. I think on porn websites we should have a checkbox that you have to check. And before you go to porn, you have to check the box condemning yourself to hell. I think you're right, lecture fan. That's what we should do.
Can I actually have some advice?
No, hold on one second. Sky.
That's what we need to solve the culture.
Sky,
that's in the Christianity book.
Okay. How is the sexual revolution worked out? How are the stats on human relationships going ever since the sexual revolution, huh?
Are we gonna blame that on the sexual revolution?
I don't know what it's like to enjoy.
Do you put your penis in your gun?
Sky, I want to come back to you, Sky, because I think you had a problem with one thing that he said.
Women, non-binary people, gay people in here even how the sexual revolution has worked out for them, where they can at least, at the most be bullied and still harassed, but no longer fucking murdered at the same levels that they would. You're right, lecture fan.
Go ahead, Sky, please. Please let Sky speak. Please let Sky speak. Go ahead.
This is why I say
HASANPIKER! Please let Sky speak. Go ahead.
Bitch, I've made like 3 comments.
How is it possible that just like a little bit ago we were talking about simps and incels? Okay, if those niggas got pussy or they got fucked or they could just get off them knuckle children, they would feel a lot better. And porn gives them that. I do not see how you can actually believe that 70% of people. You show me someone that says they don't watch porn, give me their phone.
Sky,
let me get that Google.
Did you know that almost all rapists and murderers are addicted to pornography?
Well,
wow.
There's so many normal people addicted to pornography
Checkmate
too.
there, bro.
I just want to say.
I actually think it's so important for his. It's really important for his sexual revolution, and maybe that's normalization. People like me that grew up very religious. The other day on my stream, I was just telling the story about how I lost my virginity. Someone in my family watched me telling that story, and now members of my family are not talking to me because I am not a virgin. So something like that is the complete opposite side of the spectrum. So maybe if we normalize the porn industry a little bit, then you wouldn't be just completely black sheeped because of something you've done in your life.
I need some advice. So like, how do I become like I'm pro slut, but like people, how do I express that? Do I not say slut? Well, how do I like? Okay, if I I'm never gonna S word shame. Do I say S word? How do I become like
You stand up to people like lecture fan over there being a little weird. Like
F you.
So Hasan, I'm sorry.
You stink.
And Nim, did you want to speak? I'm sorry. Have you been trying to get in? Go ahead, Nim, please.
Okay, so I think lecture fan is taking things way too far. But on the other side, or on the like the flip side of things, Sky, you seem to react like the moment he said that there was possibly anything negative with porn, you seem to flip out already. Do you seriously believe there are no downsides whatsoever to porn?
Of course.
Do you think that it might not be such a thing as porn addiction, or like that potentially it could kill the spark somewhat in like a marriage, for example?
I definitely think that there's like, obviously it's not just danger free. I will not subscribe to the idea that if you're addicted to rapists, I think that's just completely, that's trash.
Sure.
I think that the negative of porn, remember, again, dick. So the straight porn industry, I don't know, maybe there's something in there that might be something that you guys think is problematic. On my end, there's nothing problematic.
I'm not talking about the porn itself. I'm just saying that to pretend like it's a godsend, or to say that everything's fine with porn. I think that's also kind of disingenuous. Or
there's dangers and a negative.
I'm just saying that it's a natural thing. Everybody's trying to most, and so it's like I just feel that in place. If we didn't have porn, I think niggas would just go crazy.
Wait, why? But why?
I just think we
Don't you
should
want people to have
support-
more
Probably.
sex? Wouldn't that be beautiful? Like rather than jerking off alone, if they just had a nice human experience
Some
with each other,
people-
practice
yeah.
some safe sex. I
And
want,
there
I
are
want
some
everybody to have
people that
sex.
If
You know?
there are some people that don't shower, and there are some people that don't brush their teeth. So some people need to just stay their ass at home and jack off the porn. Sex is no. I don't play
Sex
that.
is a human right. Human right.
Okay, that's all.
Lecture fan, would you like to respond to these assertions because they're obviously directed at you?
No, I think
I can define
find
what
it
I mean by
interesting
that. I could
they
define
want to talk about sex and stuff when actually what the younger generations are having way less sex than almost any other generation, and a lot of that is because of pornography use. It's actually destroying people's sex lives, and it's terrible. So if you actually cared about healthy sex, you'd be opposed to pornography use.
I think it's more
And
socioeconomic
what
factors than
studies
that.
what studies show is that the best way to have a fulfilling sex life is to have as few partners as possible and to enjoy a sex life within a marriage, and that's how you get the most fulfilling sex life.
Hold on, go ahead, Hassan. Hassan, go ahead. Hassan, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like, what fucking studies, dude? Like, you're like you keep mentioning studies. I would like to see them because what you're talking about is so difficult to measure in and of itself that I would
go to yourbrainonporn.com. They're all there.
Okay. Oh my God.
Sounds
You're
like
brainonporn.com.
Okay. They're all there.
Okay, dude. All right, listen.
Happen.
Listen. The point I was gonna make is that Nim isn't incorrect. He is correct that there are downsides to everything, and then there are positives to everything. Obviously, like porn is still overall a good thing. It's entertainment. It's just like any other form of entertainment. It's just like consumption. But your puritanical brain forces you into thinking that it's something different because like all work is exploitative. But why do we think about how exploitative sex work is? Because sex is involved, and we have a very different view on sex work. We don't think about the same way as
because
with a
a lot of it
massage
is actual
therapist.
rape. There's a lot of rape videos on these porn sites. It's disgusting. You would support that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's shocking to me that lecture fan is.
What the fuck?
It's shocking to me that lecture fan is very aware of what kind of porn he likes to consume. I guess, and maybe it scares him a little bit.
The only way that you would know that many rape that you have the type of. Because I'll tell you.
Now, guys, let's not make allegations. All right, we don't know that.
I would rather.
I tried so hard to be straight. I looked at all the straight porn sites, and that you will not. I've seen a lot. I wanted to be straight more than anything. I can tell you right now, those kind of porns are not all over shit. You have to look for them.
Yeah, lecture fan. You know when like someone gets shot in a movie. You know when someone gets shot in a movie, it's not real like violence, right? I hope you knew that. I don't know if you like think that like maybe kink porn or fetish porn is like bad because you can rely on everyone else also intrinsically assuming that it's bad, but you know that
there was just a news story a week ago about a woman who was raped, and the video was put on Pornhub, and she tried to get it taken down, and it wouldn't get taken down. And the entire industry is exploitative and terrible. It has negative impacts on the people that make it and the people that do it.
I agree with you.
What about if it's handled in like a non-exploitative way? You know, like OnlyFans.
Go ahead, Lumiru. I'd like you to speak on this. Go ahead.
we can't even get into talking about how we could have a porn industry or sex work industry that would be non-exploitative if you were there shaming people for having sexual relationships that, you know, you don't agree with. And I'm not saying that you are shaming them, but you're saying, well, I think that this, well, you are shaming them, and there's no way to deny that.
I disagree with it.
I want legal prostitution.
Let them finish.
That's a crime.
And
Does
so we
anybody agree with
can't
that?
even
1 second,
talk
Bob.
about how to fix the issues in the porn industry because you are over there and other people are over there claiming that the sexual revolution that has allowed people like me and Sky to be more open with our relationships is a moral right or law in the United States. And that is so damaging. So of course we can't fix the issues in this industry. If you're saying things like that, we have to fight so hard just for it to be here. And it feels like we're overcompensating, which we shouldn't be. We want to address those issues, but overcompensating just to push back against that. And that's disappointing.
I really do think that legal prostitution would be healthier than jerking off to porn because, say, there's 36.
Decriminalization.
I want it fully legal, man. There's 36,000 people in this chat, and I would say probably 30,000 have never had sex. And if they just spent a night with a prostitute, I think that they would respect women more.
It could be an educational experience.
It's a human experience.
If you look at these prostitutes,
It's a bit early in the broadcast to turn on the audience, Bob.
People who are bad at sex how to be good at it.
You're brave.
And more women get an orgasm.
Republicans like to lock you in a moral conundrum, and then that moral conundrum will cause additional harm, as Lumi correctly pointed out, and then they'll use that additional harm as justification for why it should not exist to begin with. Lecture Fan earlier had some things to say about OnlyFans. OnlyFans is a much better way for content creators to seize the means of their production, and it's a much better way to pay out sex workers. Lecture Fan also wants to shame sex workers, which further causes them not to get regulated appropriately. The story that you're mentioning is terrible. It's devastating. There is one way to stop that, and you're too much of a pussy to say that you want to ban all porn. So either fucking admit that you want to ban all porn, or shut the fuck up and get on our side and admit that we need to regulate it, which would, by the way, be a communist action. In your words.
Lecture Fan, do you want to respond to that? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm all in favor of reducing exploitation in the pornography business. And if you've got ideas, let's talk about them. I think the best way to reduce exploitation in the pornography industry is to not consume pornography and to not promote it and to not encourage
babies.
So like abstinence.
You're right.
No, I was abstinent.
Can I hop in here?
Yeah,
so wait,
TRIHEX,
earlier
please.
lecture you said something about like younger generations having less sex, or like the current generation now, right? Like the I guess the Zoom right now.
The
Consumer
Zoomers,
having
yeah.
less sex or whatever, and you kind of like I don't know if you exactly blame it on like on current society or like the rampant consumption of porn now. But I do want to slow that down a little bit here because like that to me is not exactly correct because there are societal and economic factors because of the shit fuck economy that kind of tanked in 2008, where generally millennials and Zoomers never really had the resource to actually be independent and explore the possibilities of like just
Having their
generally
own
like, going out
place.
and getting laid. They're at their mom's house or whatever it may be here.
Yeah.
So there are factors beyond just like I feel the one you kind of like shoved in here about like porn consumption for why there's less sex being had right now. I wouldn't agree with any study here that anyone under 18 is going to ever tell you the truth about like whether or not they're actually getting laid.
There's a ton of socioeconomic factors
in the first place.
is to
Chat, are
why
you guys
people are
getting
having
laid?
like younger generations are having less sex. And porn is like the tiniest little. I mean, I kind of agree with Sky. I think having like a masturbational alternative is inherently a good thing. But it's like TRIHEX said there's more people living at home with their parents. There was a study out at Stanford University about like the hours that we work. People are too fucking tired to have sex. Apparently there's like a 14%. If you get 1 hour extra sleep, you're 14% more likely to feel like having sex and maybe going out and getting laid the next day, according to a Stanford University study. Obviously as well, there's like, we all know we've got a mental health time bomb ticking away. A lot of people are depressed. There's a big sort of self-esteem cycle going on in if you're already suffering from something like that, where if you go out and you get rejected, you don't feel like going out again. It gets harder and harder. I'm sure people can identify with that.
Yes.
So
TWOMAD, wake up!
There's a lot of stuff going on there, and it's not really about porn. What I do know is about the porn industry. Back when you go back to the fucking dark days of like the 60s and the 70s, where it was really stigmatized, but we were having a sexual and cultural revolution at the same time. This is the time bomb that led to AIDS being rampant. It led to a lot of people dying. It led to women being put in terrible exploitative situations. I'm not saying that doesn't happen in porn today, but I'm sure if Mia was here, she'd tell us all it's a lot better than it used to be decades ago. And I think that it's one of those industries where, like, because sex is sort of such an important thing to the human psyche, I don't think having it kind of like, put away in a fucking closet somewhere and let's never talk about it, especially given all the people that generally seem to have a stigma with porn, are fucking jacking it to fucking porn every day. It just seems so such an absurd.
I just think
cognitive dissonance
Lecture
in
fan,
your
what's your
fucking
favorite
brain.
category, man?
He already mentioned it. It's rape, I think, rape play. But lecture fan would have such a better time in Turkey where pornography is banned, brother. Like, just I know K-Konas love to tell me to leave the country, but it seems like a lot of K-Konas would be better off living in, I don't know, Saudi Arabia or a country like that.
So I like how your only response is to be just totally sarcastic and unserious and okay.
So hold on, question.
I just think porn isn't going
80% of
away.
rapists are porn addicts.
have
I mean,
you
how the
ever
fuck do
wanted
you
to
even
fuck-
break that statement down?
Have you
We
ever
shall have
wanted
fun,
to
brother.
fuck your teacher? Have you ever wanted to fuck your teacher in high school?
Yes.
To the
But
quantum.
I'm just saying, now on porn, you can find two niggas to act it out for you. I don't like you. You get it. You actually get to do that now in your mind. 'Cause
Okay.
you're at home and you're not.
So hey, I have a question.
If we're gonna talk about serious stuff, I have numbers as well. I know that Lecture Fan originally said that like 84% of Americans don't think porn is good. That's incorrect. That number might be an old study. The studies that I'm seeing right now, like Gallup polls, show that more Americans year over year think that pornography is morally acceptable. Within the year 2018, 43% think it's morally acceptable. However, that's not enough. What's actually that means the 60% or close to 60% of Americans think it's not morally not morally acceptable, or rather have no opinion on it. Don't try to
that same study.
Okay. Okay, guys, one at a time. One at a time, guys.
But what's actually interesting to me, of course, is that a study conducted in 2006 found that about 84% of people between the ages of 18 and 49 had watched pornographic films, either rented or on television, and another 82% had viewed pornographic magazines, which shows me that Americans are deeply hypocritical, and that's precisely what we were fucking talking
That's
about
not
from
what
the jump.
hypocrisy
Is that you think porn is morally unacceptable, and you still like to consume it because deep down inside you like pornography.
That's not hypocritical.
And the virus is out.
I have a question. Would you guys choose, if you had to decide between either porn or prostitution, which one would you pick? I think I'd pick prostitution.
We know you would.
To do what with
Because
it?
okay, think about
Thank you,
it.
Bob.
I think it was the Netherlands. They actually provided free legal prostitution to disabled people, and they reported way happier than other disabled people. North.
Thank you, Bob.
Wait,
And that's
you
really
know,
good.
Is that actually true?
Yes,
It
that's
is
that's a real
true.
thing.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, Lecture Fan.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
I need to
everybody,
know.
everybody should have sex. It's pretty good.
Go ahead, Hassan.
I need to know how that's not hypocritical, that Americans think like engaging in morally bad actions that they claim is like not good. How is that not hypocritical?
This is a huge misconception that people on the left have. They think it's hypocritical to say XYZ is morally bad, and then for that same person to then make a mistake and engage in that's making a mistake. That's being human. That's not hypocritical. You need
Here's
to
the follow-up.
read. You
How
need
do
to
you
learn the
stop it?
definition of hypocritical.
Okay, so it's a mistake that they're accidentally cranking out to some sweet pornographic material, including yourself, I assume, Lecture Fan. So answer me this question then. Without government intervention, how the fuck are you going to push for abstinence? Because abstinence-only education is still technically government intervention.
Well, I think the only solution to this issue and the only solution to our political issues and problems in this country is to have another great awakening that we've had in the past, spiritual reawakenings that this country has gone through in the past, and that's really the only way that we'll solve a lot of our problems.
Hey,
Okay.
I think
one thing, guys. Before we got to move on. We got to move
It's
on.
moral rot. He says it's moral rot, so he just
More
wants
like
to
moral
shame
hot.
everyone out of it. And so that's essentially where we are. He's
Lecture-
going to be against the interventions, but he's just going to shame.
Lecture fan. What do you? My curiosity would be to answer what Lumi Rue had alluded to earlier, and what about the people that have lives have been made easier? You know, gay people can now get married. You know, now they can face.
You hear that?
They can, people.
Oh, we need to get into that shit.
People can't get, people aren't, like, as Hasan said, people aren't getting murdered as much as they used to for, just being who they are. So do you think that there's any positives that comes out of a sexual revolution?
Sure, yeah. Sure. Those things are positive, and I have nothing against people that are gay or trans or anything like that. Like I said, I believe in loving everybody, kindness, respect for people. And what I'm talking about is not hateful towards homosexuals or trans people or anything like that. This is my personal opinion on spiritual issues, and that's what we're talking about here. And you guys are the ones shaming me. I'm not shaming anybody.
Okay,
now you literally
you just said it's moral rot.
You called it moral rot.
You said the only way, like, you were talking about enjoying sex, and you specifically said between a man and a woman in the Constitution of marriage. How the fuck is that not just like invalidating and shaming gays?
That's my own personal religious opinion that Christians all across the country believe. That doesn't mean that I hate anybody that does it. I love people that are gay. I have no problem with gay people.
Have you ever
I've got a personal spiritual position. That's it.
I bet you it would make you a little bit aroused.
Personal spiritual.
So then why don't you
give it a try?
Do you think that it was misinterpreted though? Do you think that the people who interpreted the Bible misinterpreted that part about being against the gays?
And I think anybody that is hateful, that is hateful or violent or anything like that to anybody, I think is misinterpreting the Bible.
But
yes.
wait, but
I have a Bible question.
You hold on. You just said your ass just said that you're not shaming, okay? But then if your own personal belief is the man and woman marriage shit, so can you admit, in your own opinion, that you actually are shaming a huge section of people that are just alive? You're just doing that. Shaming
is like an actual action. What I have is a simple personal belief. A personal belief doesn't shame anybody. Shaming is when you actually do something to somebody.
Can we all agree that marriage wasn't invented by Christians? It was invented by the Druids.
Hold
and men used to get married.
Wait, I have a serious question then. Okay, let's not talk about
gay people or whatever. You haven't had a serious question all freaking podcast.
Let's say
one serious thing.
Let's say you have an opinion that slavery is morally permissible as it was in the Bible. Let's say that you read that and you took that seriously, and you think that like black people deserve to be enslaved. Is that okay? Is that an okay opinion to have, you think? Or
another unserious question. You're a complete joker, dude. Say something real.
Can you answer?
The only thing you can do is troll and say unserious questions.
Just your own personal opinion. It's just your own personal opinion. If you were to just, would you be this?
It's a nasty question, Hasan. Believe me, it's nasty. It's a nasty question.
You're fake news, Hasan. You're fake news.
Are you from CNN? It's fake news.
Might as well just.
I need to understand. Why can't you answer it?
Dude, I don't even know what the question was. It was something.
I said
why
that
don't I support slavery? Fuck you.
Oh,
okay.
Okay, fair enough, gentlemen.
The other question is, why do you want China to take over the world in another pandemic that
real quick? We must move.
Subscribe to my own.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You can say fuck you.
Is that a no?
Cutie, you can't. Don't advertise that, just in case. Wes just got banned for a joke like that. I don't want to.
What? Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
right.
Last question.
Yeah,
Did we answer this? I just got. I got to remember here real quick. Did we answer this? We got to move on to the next round. Did we answer the fact that do you guys? Is there anybody here that being a porn actress or whatnot? Do you think it's the same category as a doctor, lawyer, dentist, whatever?
It's a profession.
Yes.
100%.
It's a skill.
Okay.
Well, certainly.
It's useful to society in general.
Make your money.
Okay, fair enough.
If I can chime in further,
watch how Mia Malkova doesn't tell me that's not a skill.
Should be decriminalized. Should
legalized.
Be legalized.
Thank you.
If at minimum here for the fact that whenever a prostitute's working right now and they get, unfortunately sexually assaulted, they could then call the police rather than call their
step further. What happens if we had government provided legal prostitutes?
To protect that, and you need to legitimize sex work so that way it's not stigmatized by bigotry that may come from people like Lecture Fan ultimately.
Like, what happens if you applied like, hey, I'm an incel and I've never had sex, and the government, they helped you out. So then, like, because you're always scared.
Yeah, they would do that.
Some people,
That's
they
mental
become
health
hateful.
service.
I think that maybe government, legal prostitution, have them be employees and on, the government pay grade. That's good
A
shit.
lot of mental health issues are just like go have sex, go jerk off,
Can
or
I-
something like that.
I just want
It
to.
makes me feel better.
Hey, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up here. So let's just close out here very soon.
Okay, I just want to point out a funny observation that I realized just now is that Lecture Fan apologized for saying "fuck you," but literally defended that homosexuality is a sin and morally bad in his mind, which shows where his
Hasan,
allegiances are.
will you forgive me for saying "fuck you" to you?
No, I don't care. I mean, I curse all the time. I got a dirty potty mouth myself, but
No, I was more saying sorry for getting too mean and aggressive and.
No,
Lecture Fan, with due respect, I mean, he is tanking. He is his opinion. He's the only one that has his opinions on the podcast, so he is getting absolutely piled on.
Well, I lost control of my anger, and I said
okay,
bad, and so sorry.
I don't have a problem with "fuck you." I do definitely have a problem with like homosexuality is moral rot. I think that's an infinitely worse take than "fuck you."
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's kind of a much worse take.
I don't think I said that.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break real quick. We gotta vote, guys. We have to vote. I know you passionate. Let's hold on to that thought, Hasan. Don't forget it. If you want to come back to it, we can come back to that at the beginning of the next round. Chat, it is time for the moment you've all been waiting for, and that is the time to vote who you want to. Say it with me. Keep, not kick. There we go. You're going to vote with the straw poll that's going to be coming to be distributed in the chat. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick. The person with the most amount of votes will choose between the two lowest voted people. Now, I also have a rule I forgot to share at the beginning. If you win 2 rounds in a row, you're not allowed to choose 2 times in a row.
I can't click the shit. Put on sub only. Fuck, I can't click it.
What do you mean? TRIHEX, you can click it? Come on.
Can I pee, Raj? Raj, can I please pee?
No, you can't.
I'm
yes,
already
of
pissing
course
right now.
You can pee. You can pee, of course.
In a bottle.
You can pee.
Yeah.
You can pee.
Peeing with your mic on?
Gamer straps.
I do.
Hey,
That's pretty cool.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, also, while you're ticking on that straw poll, take the time out of your day to use some Twitch Prime. That's right. The next person that uses their Twitch Prime subscription on the channel will get, let me tell you, will get a wonderful, beautiful round of applause. That's right. Woo! Isn't that right, Sky? That's what I'm talking about. We got to make that money. We have to make the money. That's right.
Do not repurpose my argument for what we just had to get fucking Prime subscription.
Wait, no, that's not. No, Sky, I wasn't using your argument. We're at a break. Did you think I was using your argument?
No, wait. Are we not?
No.
Wait, do you need more primes, Raj?
No, we have a break in the show where we're voting. So I'm just saying now that we're in the break in the action, now use your primes. It wasn't use your primes.
Oh no. I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, okay, go. All right.
Use your primes if you like porn.
Usually, the only time I'll use primes against somebody is to be like, oh, hey, use your primes if you don't like Cutie Cinderella or like Kate or something. Oh my goodness.
Well.
Gifted subs, 10 gifted subs. Also, Tom Jones Wales donated $100, and he said, love you, Richard and Raj, or something like that. I got to go back and read the donation.
You remember Tom Jones Wales?
Yes,
right?
of course I do. Tom Jones Wales. Yeah.
You need to get him on this show.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah,
all right.
Funny motherfucker.
Let's look here at the polling here, and Hasan is winning the poll. Lecture Fan's in second place in the poll.
Means he gets to choose, right?
That means he does get to choose. It is between.
Wow, look at that.
That's the first time he's ever gotten to choose.
No, second time.
Oh,
second time.
Bye, everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
so.
If you're gay, you need to leave right now.
So here we go. But in the bottom 2, Lecture Fan, joining Casey Tron is Richard Lewis are in the bottom 2. Those are the bottom two people. You must choose between those 2 people, Mr. Lecture Fan. Choose wisely.
I'm just gonna say maybe you choose the woman because you're already, kind of looking unfavorable. It would just look better on your.
Well, I wanted to argue with Richard about sort of all of the other
I'm sure
factors.
You did. You
all
guys
the other factors that he wanted to bring up.
Talk.
So I guess I'll choose Casey Tron.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the gifted subs. Young Andrew, 5 gifted subs. Version, thank you for 10. Casey Tron, it's the end of the road for you, Queen.
Oh, no.
Queen, and believe me,
No.
I am extremely disappointed. But I would be equally disappointed if Richard had to leave as well. Casey, please go ahead and shout out your channel.
It's 420 all month this month. 420 blaze it. Yeah.
That's right,
Bye,
Casey.
everyone.
Thank you very much, Casey. Give some hearts up for Queen Casey.
Yeah,
Thank you
take
very
care,
much.
Casey.
Bye, Casey.
She's so fucking
All
high.
right. Let's move on to the next topic that we have on the show today. And a lot of people have been asking me to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. Last round, we talked about normalizing pornography and things of that
We're gonna
nature.
talk about the nip slip?
Yeah, so I think this round we should talk about the most recent Alinity ban. Actually, that Alinity just got banned. She had an oopsie. She lifted up her shirt and accidentally showed her nipple. And was banned. I think it's a 72-hour ban, is from what I'm hearing from Twitter.
Jesus.
So I'm
I
curious.
have a theory.
I'm
I
curious
don't think
of
it's an
your
oopsie.
thoughts and I guess suppose theories
I'll
that.
go. I
ahead.
could go first because
Bob,
you
go
know I just want to
Bob knows
say
everything about this.
I think that this it was an accident because it was an unsexy nip slip. And to be clear, I'm not saying that her nipple or
Bob,
boob.
Bob, please,
I'm not
Bob,
saying that
do
it's
me a favor,
unsexy.
Bob, and let's avoid
Yes.
talking
Yeah,
about descriptively
I'm not saying that it is unsexy. I know that some people would make the argument that if the nipple was good enough, any nip slip
Bob,
would be
I'm not gonna.
I don't
I'm not
agree
gonna
with that.
engage in a discussion regarding the look of her nipple at all.
No,
Okay,
no,
Bob.
I'm saying
So
I'm
we're
not.
gonna
I'm
move
not-
on
I'm
from that
saying
right
it
away.
was
I don't care if it's a
unsexy.
joke.
I'm saying
I don't care
I
about
said-
anything.
I
like
think
that.
it was an accident, man. What
Okay,
are you talking
then
about,
get to
Raj?
that and stop bouncing around this
Can I
stupid
talk?
shit.
Can I talk?
Go-
Stop bouncing
I'm
around.
saying that it was not. It wasn't. It wasn't hot. So
What do you
saying-
mean
I think that
bouncing
should be-
around, Raj?
Well, Hassan, you know what I mean, okay?
Look.
Wow.
Look,
Can you just?
it's about the ban, right? We're talking about the ban. Look, she's hated. She deserves the ban. She needs to stop throwing her cat around. She deserved it. There's other people who have been banned for less. It's as simple as that. She deserved the
Yep.
ban. She got the ban. She acts all fucking tough about it and shit like that, but she's running some animal facilities, bro. And she needs
Like
to put
I just don't even understand like what the fuck is going on over at Twitch, because at the end of the day, like I've said this many times, if you have an accidental fucking wardrobe malfunction once or twice in your fucking entire streaming career, fine,
cares?
like shit happens. Like the idea that this person serially has these accidents, like what, every fucking month? It's getting fucking absurd now. Like, we've gone beyond the point of fucking absurdity. And whatever happened to this cumulative bans that we fucking heard so much about? That every time you had a transgression, they were meant to get worse and worse and worse until you eventually got permed. It's weird how that works for some streamers and not for fucking others, isn't it?
that
Right?
like-
really
doesn't that
fucking
kinda like-
weird. Really weird how some motherfuckers, like, they go straight in with indefinites, like happened to my boy Wes the other day for making a joke, like happened to Casey Tron, who just fucking left. Meanwhile, Alinity has an accidental, now the dog's sniffing my fucking minge again. Whoopsie.
Can I
Right,
just
like
say-
every fucking week with this fucking
I
broad.
do wanna say-
And like and she gets a 24-hour ban again. It's absolute fucking trash.
I'm okay with it, and I'll
It's
tell you why.
absolute
Because
fucking trash.
I
Twitch
consider
should be
my
fucking embarrassed, dude. It's a fucking joke.
I just want to say I do consider myself a horny feminist, so the free the nipple movement is very important to me, and I think that there should be equality of nipples on Twitch.
Why does
Lumi-
that attach to your horny feminism? Like, how about we just allow
Because,
it to
okay,
not
okay,
be
so-
sexualized? Would a
Yes, so that's the
would
thing.
a
It's like
guy
Hold on, let
be
Bob
having the
let
same
Bob finish.
problem?
Lumi, let Bob finish,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I'll let you
So-
go respond to him.
logically I want to have equality, right? But I can't admit I need to, like, I'm a little biased, right? Like, do I like seeing nipples? Like, yeah, that's awesome. So like logically I think that it should be equal, but I also have to acknowledge like sometimes it could be hot.
Okay, Lumi, go ahead and respond.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that's fair enough. However, my concern is that it's like, okay, as a horny feminist, I want you to have your freedom to have your boobs free, right? And that's a little concerning to me because part of the problem is that
That's a good point.
over-sexualization.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
we have societies where it's not sexualized for women to have their boobs out. And then I'm also in this weird place where May 4th, I get to go and get my gender confirming breast reduction, right? And I'm in this weird spot where it's like, they say feminine presenting nipples. Where am I at with that? Is it once I'm on testosterone? Is it once I have my partial reduction? These are really weird rules to enforce. So let's just make it easy and allow it to be equal. Both men and
Yes.
women can have their nipples out
I agree.
at the time that men
Look, we're
can,
talking.
women can, and then I don't have this weird thing when I'm like, when am I like leaning away from femme presenting enough to like have my shirt off when I'm working out or whenever it's okay. I don't know if that's a case with Twitch right now that's acceptable.
All right, let me say something.
Go ahead, too.
Look. The real question is this: Twitch has like some elite retards in charge of their shit. They're making rules that don't make any sense. They're
Careful on the
freezing
R
their
word there,
streamers
too,
in
man.
like anxiety bubbles. What? Can I not say the R word?
Just don't. It's gonna be.
Alright.
It's the next word to go. So just don't.
Don't say it.
Just don't say it.
They're giving their streamers anxiety, stopping their good content, and it's probably because of Amazon or whatever the fuck it is. Somebody at the top isn't doing their job right. They're out of touch with the actual streamer community. That's the real thing. And they're giving rules to different people. Alinity can do this. She can do that with her dog and her cat and that. XUC shows 1 pixel on a game, which wasn't the case before. You could show nipples if it just popped up. If somebody donates a bad word, you get banned for that. That's stupid. You're giving power to the trolls. That's why I don't stream on Twitch. So
I think.
But wouldn't that mean that we should be on board? Wouldn't that mean that we should be against Alinity getting banned though? Because I do agree that we do give too much power to the trolls, and that Twitch ban should be consistent. I don't think anybody is in disagreement on that.
No, that shit what she did was fuck. She threw her cat, she let the dog sniff her thing, and then
That's
she's
not what we're talking about.
Okay.
I don't think she should have got banned.
Okay, Cutie, I want to hear from you.
I genuinely believe with all my heart, Alinity has not been talked about for about 2 weeks. She got a little stir crazy and thought to herself, wow, Amaranth doubled in viewers when she slipped her hoo-ha. Maybe I'll double in viewers if I slip my nipple.
Do you really think that? Does anybody think that?
Probably
not. Let's do the same thing then, QT.
The first part was good, second part was trash.
I'm a fucking girl. Let me talk about it. As a girl, you know when you might expose any part of this because you've been trained your whole life not to expose.
So nip slips are a myth. They're a myth.
No.
I'm just saying,
Good
point.
I grew up as a girl too. I grew up as a girl, and I was very unaware of my breasts until everyone is pointing them out, and I'm still like I still don't have this. And you can say maybe it's me being non-binary, but I internalize that rule so deeply. So I don't think we can generalize all women and say, as a girl, this is what's happening.
And
with her.
Cutie, I'm gonna hold on. Can I back up?
for years.
I was in Mexico, Cutie Cinderella. I was in Mexico playing volleyball, and this girl was wearing a two-piece swimsuit, and her tits were out for at least 35 minutes until somebody said something about it, and she had no idea. Okay, she had no idea that her boobs were out. She was very competitive. She was diving for the balls, and nobody had the
Honestly,
nobody could say anything.
I think
this girl is on her stream. This girl is on her stream where there's a dress code where you have to be very aware of how you're presenting yourself. You're not picking your nose on stream. You're not picking a wedgie on stream. You're not doing these things on stream. So to be stuffing something up your shirt, I'm just saying.
No. I think there is.
She
a
might be
good
trying to
middle
be
ground there.
sexual on stream, but I don't think she ever intended to show her tit.
I think it should be handled.
I think that Cutie is onto something, and I think that but it's not on purpose. I think that there's a middle ground here. I think she did that, and if something slipped, she would welcome whatever came with it. But I do not think that was her direct intention when she did whatever she did.
If she's let me ask you this: if she's so cool with showing off her tits, why did she work so hard to get rid of that clip? You know, she copyright striked the clips, so they couldn't even like.
I mean, because she has to pretend like she cared.
No,
to control the narrative.
I kind of agree.
This is just getting so far. You're
Okay,
like,
so I think it's
so far.
Nim, I'd love for you to follow up if you want to continue. You haven't had a chance.
I don't think there's much more to. I don't know
Okay,
why
that's
people
fine.
are so obsessed with these crazy.
I think the way that
TRIHEX,
I'm not trying to
I'm gonna get
defend
you.
Alinity here. I don't think. I think she's done playing.
TRIHEX, go ahead.
But like that she's
After Nim, sorry, Nim, finish. I thought
You good, Nim?
Are you? I want to let you finish.
Sure,
Nim.
go ahead, it's whatever.
TRIHEX, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So yeah, so now we're getting into the external of the incident itself here now. So if you're bringing up the DMCA strikes that Alinity enforced on having her clip like not migrated everywhere else here, then we gotta pause here for a second and bring up the elephant in the room here, which is the fact that on Twitter.com, the insane amount of body shaming that was happening over like the pepperoni nipple.
I couldn't believe pepperoni was trending, mate.
Look, irrelevant of how
it was
you feel
trending
about
on
Alinity,
Twitter.
irrelevant of how you feel about Alinity, that is some super
That's
toxic
not
mega
okay.
bro shit
Yeah,
here.
that's not
There are
okay.
people who are calling out, oh wow, your nipples are not pink. Holy shit! Like it's practically like race baiting.
I'll take a brown nip.
Porn was more
Super-
normalized.
I'll take
We
it.
know the
I'll
different
take any
colors
nip.
of nipples.
Yeah, that is a.
Or
There are some
maybe
definitely
at
some
least
conscious bias
more
cut in from some things going on right now, and I thought that was like mega toxic.
Yeah,
Because if you don't have like porn perfect pink nips, Then
Also,
what are you, the innocent?
You want to know why it got so toxic though? Try because right. Listen, I know there's a hard percentage of people like that are just incels that are just riding on this, like they were with Catgate and every other fucking thing she's ever done. But the reality is, what the vast majority of the people that were banging on her about anything they can now are pissed off about is this like ridiculous double standard. Like, it ain't even 9 lives with Alinity. Like, you know, that cat, that cat got maybe more, less lives than her.
Yeah, and I hear that, but
she's
at the same
throwing
time,
that motherfucker around. So,
so to make your point, you're gonna belittle other women. How they?
No, I'm not saying that.
I think we need to like distinguish.
Right
no,
now,
I'm not
we
making
need
that
to
point.
distinguish this dialogue because,
as I just said, I absolutely condemn it. But what starts happening is with online discourse, when people get frustrated by imperceived injustices, they have a tendency to be more extreme in their vitriol as a result of that.
Can I mention something?
We've all experienced that.
I want Nim to come back though. Nim was talking. And then I'll get you.
I just wanted to real quick say that it's a very different question talking about whether or not Alinity should be banned or whether or not showing your nipple should be banned. I feel like we keep mixing those two up and people keep talking about like throwing cats and stuff. I don't think it's necessarily relevant to this discussion, but we can have that one.
I think the way Twitch should handle
it. So it seems like people are mad at two things: the consistency, like Bob said, and then they hate Alinity. And then I think there's a little bit of like weird misogyny.
She deserves to be hated.
Yeah, and a good way to be consistent. If they did a public poll and they just asked all the employees in Twitch, they had to either check a box like, was this sexy or not sexy? I think people would mostly do not sexy, which shows that it's a mistake and that she shouldn't get banned.
Okay, and so that's trash. We're gonna throw that out. I just want to say with this, like, look, I've been online. We all have for a very long time. The only thing that unites people, no matter who you hate, no matter what race you are, is animal abuse. So if as soon as an animal is hurt, someone could have just called me the N-word. Now we're looking for them their address.
I mean, the animal probably liked it when he was sniffing up her fucking, genital area.
Oh my god.
But my point is that like TRIHEX had a really good point saying that the pepperoni nipple was shamed.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But TRIHEX, I'm just letting you know, just personally, it is so hard for me to care about what she feels after I've seen all the shit she did to her cat. I think that has to always be relevant.
But also attacking.
That's fair.
Hold on. Finish the thought.
Do you want controversy?
Was not to like.
I'm gonna get you.
Fragile to Alinity's feelings. It's more like the unspoken victims who have brown nipples now, who may feel less attractive. Or,
am I allowed to say that it was?
One second, Bob. After TRIHEX, Hasan, please. Go ahead, Hasan.
I want to make her feel good about it. Like,
Hasan, Bob, please step away from that. Check your DMs. Go ahead. Hasan. Hasan, go ahead.
This is going to frustrate people probably because anything that even looks like I'm defending Alinity is going to piss people off. But here is the truth about the animal shaming part. I originally thought, it sets a bad example that she's like feeding vodka to her cat, or that she's chucking her cat in the air even though they have dexterity. I thought it was bad, and I thought that a ban was warranted in that circumstance. However, what I found to be interesting that we rarely ever talk about is that her local SPCA actually went to her house and did an animal wellness check and closed an investigation and said that there was no harm and no wrongdoing in that circumstance. So unless we're saying that, like, as Twitch viewers, we have a better understanding of animal abuse than the Saskatoon SPCA, which, does this for their entire, this is their job, then I don't know.
But she fed it vodka. That's definitely wrong. Has to
But
be.
that was, I know, but that was one
like there's a lot of body shaming going on.
Yeah.
But that was one of those.
But
if she was private, if she put that on
how do you defend? How do you defend Alinity from the body shaming? I feel like the trolls just win because like they're saying like it's ugly, but then at the same time, like if you say it's beautiful, then you're objectifying. Like, how do you win? How do you defend it? How do you fight against the trolls, dude? How do you?
Wasn't she also body shaming? Because wasn't that why she was stuffing a pillow in her stomach, was to fat shame, and then she accidentally showed a nipple? Like, it's kind of like she's body shaming.
I don't think she cares about her nipple color. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that. That's just the internet. They always talk shit.
TRIHEX was only trying to say that it started a hatred of a body part that shamed a lot of innocent women that now are going to look at this. He wasn't. It was two separate things.
Yeah,
he was just saying
you know
that,
what's worse than that? The K-pop industry. They make younger people think worse of
Ooh.
themselves than that shit. That's just the internet. I barely saw that anyways, the nipple shit. That's true. Don't look at me like that, Sky. You know it's true. The K-pop industry makes like 14-year-old like middle school girls like hate themselves. And that's just fact of the matter. That's worse than this validity shit. 100%.
So because it's worse, it's not worth covering right now?
Two wrongs don't make a right, bro.
So I want to go back to what Hasan said, because Hasan brought up something and nobody had a problem with it because Bob changed the subject, which is fine. But let's go back to it. Sky, did you have a problem with it?
Wait.
Oh, who had a problem with it? Sorry, I heard somebody.
Wait, can I go back? Wait. Who earlier said I was objectifying because I called
No.
Wait,
what
was that take? That was some pagan shit.
What I was trying to say is that there's people body shaming her, right? And say if I want to defend her, it's not like I could say that it's beautiful, because then I'm objectifying the boob. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to defend her and say like her body's beautiful, but I also don't want to objectify her.
You don't have to focus on beauty. You just say that doesn't matter. Stop over focusing on that.
Okay.
Like, she has value. She doesn't have to be beautiful to have value. She just has value.
Okay, so
are you okay, Bob? Do you need a pen and
I agree with that.
Does anybody dispute?
I was asking for advice.
Does anybody have anything to say at what Hasan referenced, the ASPCA or her local animal rights welfare?
You can't feed your cat
They
vodka.
did did a welfare check and they cleared it. Does anybody? Go ahead, Sky.
You just can't give your cat vodka. I don't need a patrol to go over there and check this out. We saw the bitch do it. We saw the cat. There's the clip. Yeah, exactly. So and am I saying that one isolated thing is gonna just blow everything up? Maybe not. But that judgment, that's trash.
Do you guys have animals?
Yeah, I do. I have a little baby angel. His name is Kitten.
I had a couple.
Okay,
Sky, come on, bring him on the camera. Come on, show him.
So you know that when you have an animal and you have an animal that's abused consistently, or even in that one circumstance, you're saying it's a pattern of behavior, right? Like, if she's feeding vodka to a cat on camera, what is she doing behind the scenes, right? Like, obviously there are clear patterns of abuse with animals, and that the SPCA is probably capable of figuring out if these animals were genuinely harmed or not. That was the take I'm making. And I know that it's not the best thing to do is defend Alinity, and I don't really give a shit. I don't know anything about her. I've never watched her content or whatever. But if we saw the fucking vodka clip, you think that the SPCA, which got thousands of fucking calls, saw that as well? Including PETA, they saw it and they looked at the.
There's a couple of things there. You can't feed your cat vodka. There was wrongdoing there. Maybe there wasn't a pattern and they didn't find a pattern. But of course, anyone would say that was wrongdoing. You cannot feed your cat that. That is animal abuse.
And maybe she's only doing that on stream. It's kind of speculation for me to say that, what happens online, offline. I kind of thought that, but I get it. That's not really fair to say. But that to me just means that now this cat is being used as a prop. And in that one instance, it was fed vodka. And yes, cats have dexterity, sure. But I mean,
you hear this insanity? Why are we even discussing if vodka is getting your cat vodka is a bad thing or not? It's just bad. It's just bad. Leave it at that.
I think we can all agree on that part. But what Hasan was trying to say is, I guess the animal rights organization went and checked and cleared her. So.
Yeah, well, I agree with
that. Do you guys think that they're wrong?
It's wrong to
no.
On that basis, it's probably wrong to characterize her as an animal abuser and use that broad term. That suggests she's abusing all of her animals all of the time. She's not fit to own pets. But just because some fucking mall cop pet detective went round a fucking house and saw that the cat, there's a box for the fucking cat to sleep in and cat food in the cupboard, and the cat wasn't it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got all its fucking legs, brilliant. That doesn't mean that she's completely absolved of any fucked
Dude,
up.
I walk the streets and I see dogs chained up to walls and shit like that. They probably get called to those and they don't do shit ever. I've had a
They don't even have any authority anyway. What they gonna do? What? Take? I'm
Canadian, dude. They fucking suck. I lived in Manitoba. My neighbor had fucking abused this dog, and they would do nothing. They would do nothing. They were useless.
Someone abused it.
Because they would never do it in front of them. They would just show up and be
It's not even about whether Alinity is an animal abuser or not, right? It is about, we're just talking within the dominion of Twitch. We don't know what goes on in a life off Twitch. We only know what happens on a life on Twitch. And she has violated Twitch TOS. She violated it with Catgate. Unquestionably, if it had been any other streamer, the penalties would have been more severe. In fact, what was crazy, there's a live example of that. Nicole got banned indefinitely and ended up serving about 2 years. because she handled her cat roughly one time on stream once because it blew up and went to the front page of the
And
League
she
of
got
Legends
permabanned.
subreddit. Yeah, and she was straight out, right? And I was the one saying, listen, one time rough handling a cat doesn't mean that you're an animal abuser, you know. So I adopted the Hasan position within that. What I'm talking about here is with Alinity, Twitch were even running like offensive, like going, well, we've investigated it and it's fine. There's nothing to see here, and they ignored Peter, who by the way were a fucking garbage organization. But you know, the whole thing was fucking like. The double standard is what pisses people off.
I agree with that, by the way.
Oh, I know, dude. Of course you do.
I think of course there's a massive double standard in the enforcement. I usually err on the side of like not banning someone unless it's like.
And I agree. If
bad.
this was her first fucking nip slip, dude, I'd be like, what the fuck are we even talking about?
Yeah.
But there is a pattern of behavior where she deliberately games the fucking Twitch system, and I absolutely do believe that this is contrived behavior. I absolutely do believe.
I think she would have
is
smiled.
deliberate.
If it was on purpose, I think she would have
and
smiled.
she does it purposely because she knows she is
Did you see her
insulated
face? She was like,
from any long-term effect.
You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's exactly how I would act if I accidentally showed my nipple. I'd be like,
Dude,
oh,
think
no.
about how much money she could make if she just sold that thing. If she just took a good picture and just sent that out online. I'm just saying, like, why would you do this on purpose, man?
Well,
my other nuclear take on this is
that watches Alinity and gets
I'm
off
defending
the
her, Raj. Let me
Alinity,
defend
knowing that
Alinity.
you tune in and at any time spontaneous nudity could happen. You're more likely to come back day in, day out. She knows that, and that's why.
So
that
Bob,
happens.
would you dispute what Richard is saying? That you don't believe what he's saying is? Do you think it was deliberate?
That it was definitely an accident. What the fuck?
No way.
I don't know if it was deliberate or not. I don't know if it was deliberate or not.
I don't know her
Look all this
personally.
clout she's getting right now.
Go ahead, Lumi.
Here's another. Oh, sorry.
You
Go
can
ahead.
get clout, but not. And again, this is me saying I don't know Alinity, but not all clout is good clout. I personally wouldn't want that. Maybe Alinity is different. I don't know her personally, but we could deal with this very easily by not having this sexist rule. Just get rid of it, and then if you
And I agree with you on that rule, by
normalize
the way,
that, that's
Lumi.
not a big deal.
100%.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I want to
Think about
follow
how
up
much
here.
money
Hold
she
on.
would make
The
if
last
she.
thing I wanna
Hold on, guys, Bob, let me redirect the conversation just a little bit, okay? I want to talk about the Free the Nipple movement, and I want to, Lecture Fan, you haven't spoke at all on this topic. Do you believe in freeing the nipple and allowing
Sounds like moral
Here we
rock
go,
to me,
Raj.
Raj.
Here we go. Here we go.
boobs and pecs to fly
We
freely?
should leave them as a Christian book. Follow the Christian overlords,
Let
man.
Lecture Fan speak. He
decide
has
if
an
she
opportunity
can
to
leak the
speak.
nipple.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Of course, I don't agree with free the nipple movement. Come on. Whether we like it or not, female nipples and breasts are sexualized, and I don't agree with.
So are
9
feet.
times out of 10, I don't agree with Twitch bans. I really don't. I think their freedom of speech policies are absurd. I really disagree. The one thing I do agree with Twitch on is the prohibition of nudity and over sexualized content and everything like that. I think that's a good policy that Twitch has. And of course, I don't agree with free the nipple. It's ridiculous.
So your take is freedom of speech as long as I agree with it. Is that literally?
Freedom of speech, except
Women, y'all
for
titties is ridiculous.
sexualized content.
Hey,
and
lecture
nudity.
fan,
So, yeah.
just curious. And in the 1930s in the United States, men were not allowed to show their nipples at beaches either. Do you think that we should be having men wear that as well, wear shirts at the beaches?
Well,
Because honestly, their nipples, I don't want to see their nipples. I think that's moral rot. Oh my God.
I get super turned
Well,
up.
I honestly thought that men were not allowed to show their nipples on stream. I honestly didn't think that Twitch
Can I
allowed
show
men
mine?
to show
Hey,
nipples.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
specific
Hold on.
context.
I think male nipples are really sexy too. Beyond, I mean,
True.
I'm-
I believe so as well.
I know, Lumi. We're trying. You're the cause, I suppose, is to desexualize the nipple, right? Is that the cause? But it's hard for me
I don't want-
to. What do you have to say to those like myself? Who like to, in sexual activities, some of us like to lick on a little nipple. I mean, hey, it's all right. Hey, I'm talking about Nim.
sexual activity. You might like to lick someone's neck or nibble on their earlobe, right? But
Yeah.
we're not covering those. So I don't think that we need to cover everything that we consider sexual during sex. We don't have to consider women's breasts sexual. A lot of societies don't. So I just think it's
Not a
kind of
lot.
absurd.
Sometimes I grab
would say
hair
not the
during sex,
majority.
but I
I
don't
mean,
want
here's
women
the
to hide
deal.
their hair.
It is-
also
I grab hair.
You can't break society's taboos with a flip switch, and Twitch is not the platform to start that. You know what I'm saying? Twitch is like, oh, let's free the nipples.
Wrong.
You know what's gonna happen?
Wrong.
Is...
We hold on. I think Twitch has broken the taboo and sort of gaming culture in many ways, right?
Yeah, but that's not a sexual taboo,
but
Raj. Who's
to say that we couldn't break something? We already did one thing.
Raj, Twitch will become a different website if suddenly we're like, you know what, women, free the nipple.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Free the nipple.
A cam site.
Just okay.
It doesn't have to be a cam site. No.
I tell my friends, my family that I stream on Twitch, I don't want them going around and just seeing all these girls with their boobs out because it's non-sexual.
But the thing is that it would only be in specific context.
Okay, but male nipples.
It does not have to be sexual.
We're really not.
Male nipples are currently allowed. Do you see everybody naked?
Hold on,
quickly.
Hassan.
Not.
Hassan, what were you
Male
saying?
nipples are currently allowed on the platform. Do you see everybody running around naked? No, obviously it doesn't matter when something is allowed on the platform. People aren't going to be letting out the puppers, okay? They're not going to let the magumbos out on a daily basis.
Remember when people said that breastfeeding was going to take over when they said that was okay? They're like, yeah, breastfeeding's going to be the most popular thing on Twitch now. And yeah, you know, they nailed it. It's getting 20,000 viewers.
Yeah, let the puppers out.
The nipples are allowed.
In Canada, I think it was in Canada somewhere they legalized it and people still don't do it, and that's okay. But then that would allow someone like me to, you know, have a conversation. Maybe I have an educational conversation on how my breast reduction went and explain to that how that went, right? And that would be, maybe some people would come in and be like, ooh, sexy, or some weird bullshit, and my mods would just ban them because we're not dealing with that. And that would be a
You can't stop people from jerking off. They'll jerk off to anything.
I mean, of course they'll still jerk off, but they're banned from our chat.
You're gonna keep squeezing it even if you ban me.
Sexualized in my chat, right? So it would work towards that and hopefully break a little bit forward. But I think Cutie Cinderella has a point in that maybe this isn't the best place because I don't know the issues around Amazon. There are a lot of issues around specifically minors and being able to see this content just around technology. Technology and the culture around that seems to have a big problem, and Twitch, I don't know if it'd be the best place to start. However, we could try. Pushing where you can push, I think, is good to do.
So do you think Alinity in any way showed her nipple as a way of like
No.
solidarity? Like, was she trying to show her nipple?
No, I definitely don't think that. But I just asked that we could take the wind out of this problem by not having it, because people are mad about the inconsistency, right? It's the inconsistency.
I think
but if it's not a rule break, then we're not even having this conversation.
I'm not encouraging this.
No, I don't think she was like, ooh, free the nipple. Like, I don't think she was doing that by any means. But I will have this argument. Like, it would not be a problem.
The free the nipple movement would eat into Alinity's business by quite a bit, so I'm pretty sure she's not for that.
I think Alinity comes back to Twitch. She's gonna have double the viewers. She's gonna be like, "Pog you, that was super cool."
I think she's gained viewers from this, but she sits
into
at like
positive PR thing because she even tweeted out saying, "Oh, I was only banned for a day, but I'm trying to get them to increase it to 3 or something." I'm like,
what a queen, honestly.
Yeah,
like, what a hero.
Okay, but she's
like,
like,
what is she supposed to do though? To be
like, damned if she does, damned if she doesn't.
What is she supposed to do?
Wait, could I?
My question is, what is she supposed to do? TRIHEX, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, let's slow down for a second here because like weren't there like Twitch rules made recently, like recent updates to nudity now concerning like body paint stuff like that?
Yeah, and you can't show nipples. That's what it is.
So you can't show nipples now. So like, okay, so my question here is, all right. So I'm wondering how oppressive this actually gets here, because if we're going to talk about the unfortunate and upsetting reality of how inconsistent Twitch TOS enforcement is, it has been for like years on end now. It's not like it's not like a 2018 problem. It's like a 2016 almond problem. It's actually a meme how pathetic and how long it's been like dragging their feet on fixing this shit. But let me pause a second here and ask here. So like, if you're a female and you wear like a shirt and like your, I don't know, nipple areola outline is visible, is that like, how oppressive is this like anti-nipple shit we're seeing on Twitch right now? I'm curious.
I know, it's crazy because like I think of like,
do you
when
feel
I had,
scared? Like, are you scared to?
I had retail jobs, and in the like dress code it said like you have to wear a bra. Which is like, I feel like Twitch can't do that because, I mean, I think there's a difference between me wearing a bra and Casey's my friend, so I can say this, and Casey wearing a bra. Like, I can get away.
What's the difference?
With there's a lot of difference. Like,
wait, what? What do you mean?
I can wear a bra and literally no one would know.
Casey got some breasts.
Everyone would
Casey's got milkers.
So it's like, I feel like that's not like it's such a crazy thing to even define. I don't think they can ever define that.
So not only that, but then my part two is also the fact that like ultimately breasts are not genitalia, right? So that's like the whole thing here. Like that, can we not get into that categorization discussion right there? Because like again, Lumi already hinted at it earlier, but like things can be fetishized beyond your control, but it should be upon the individual's right to like.
Were you here for the talk about breastfeeding? The mother feeding, and everyone was going mad and saying she should be banned.
Yeah, breastfeeding is a natural, like I personally say free the breastfeeding as well here, but.
Right. So I'm not. For me, I'm not talking about. Do I want to see boobs on Twitch? Should we allow it or whatever? Because if it was down to me, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Like, have at it. Make it age appropriate. Make sure Twitch was actually doing age appropriate checks instead of anyone just being able to create an account and check a box, and that's all they do. And actually get your security up to snuff. But the reality, here's how I'm looking at it. The rules are this. This one person has serially and habitually broke the rules continually to our own advantage for attention, and Twitch takes a very light touch with that individual for reasons that we can't fathom. Meanwhile, other people
Velvet's getting banned for big boobs.
Some animals getting, some action.
Velvet 7 she's just getting banned for having big ones. Like she's just.
Yeah, I know a lot of women who stream on the platform that, like, for example, what Cutie Cinderella's wearing on has got them banned.
Whoa,
and
that shaken's a little too sexual.
Banned for 7 days.
There's nothing moving.
Okay.
So the reality has to be this. Like, there's a bigger question here. And it comes down to, why is it certain streamers can have this outrageously bad pattern of behavior, and it's just a slap on the wrist all the time, but other streamers that are similar of far less or similar transgressions get the ban hammer from
I have a
Twitch?
speculation on this.
LSF should decide.
I have an answer for this, I think.
I agree.
Okay, here's what it is. I think that, and you guys would probably agree with this, that like there is more than usual of a pile-on Alinity that you don't really see for other content creators, and some of it is for good reason, and others is because everybody just kind of wants to get on the train. But from Twitch's point of view, she's a relatively large female content creator, and I think that they probably see this as someone who's getting piled on by angry incels on the internet, and it almost looks worse for them not to defend Alinity in this circumstance. And unironically, the people that like hyper focus on every single thing that she does and then makes a bigger deal out of it make it less likely that she actually does get punished for shit that she does on a regular basis if she is actually violating Twitch TOS a lot. I don't know.
And then we come on Raj's show and we're forced to care about it and have an opinion.
Okay, so
here, Raj, let me get you banned.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know if that would get us banned, honestly. Let's move on, okay? Let's move on.
By the way, that was a 5-head ass take, and if you guys are still saying simp, you're just fucking horny and mad, okay? I'm sorry.
It's time.
No, I still think it's a good take, but that doesn't mean she didn't do it on purpose.
Guys, it's time to move on from the topic, okay? We're moving on. And I want to say this, chat. Obviously, we're a little behind, okay? I know we went 7 rounds and only 2 people have got eliminated, but that's just the way the Rajj Royale goes, because in the spirit of good content and good conversation, that will always surpass the desire to follow the rules of the show, okay? So that it's
and listen, Hasan, you're not gonna win the show, Just wait. I'm gonna expose you later. You're gonna get exposed live on Twitch.tv. So enjoy the wins right now, man. Enjoy the wins right now.
Okay, here we go. Vote for who you want to keep, not kick. Keep, not kick.
Kick, not keep.
I said it right.
Oops.
Keep, not kick. Go ahead and vote. And in the meantime, use your Twitch Prime subscriptions. Now's the time to use your Twitch Prime subscriptions right now in the chat.
In the meantime, I wanted to say something for a really long time.
Yeah, go ahead, Nim. I'm sorry. If you ever want to say something, Nim, you just raise your hand or make a lot of noise. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then Rajj will yell at you every time you open your mouth.
That is not true, Hasan. Come on. You know I favor. You know I love you. Go ahead. Nim.
I'll finish that sentence.
Guy, you look so nervous. No.
It's his first time. Be gentle.
Go ahead, Nim.
You should.
Loopy.
What's that?
You should have.
Go ahead, Nim.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Go then, talk.
Adjust. I only wanted to say that you should adjust the sensitivity of your mic a tiny bit because you keep cutting out.
Are you talking to me or Sky?
No, Sky.
Oh.
Yeah, it's happened like for a while. I just.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk about Kim Jong-un having a fucking heart attack.
Well, we're gonna get to that. Trust me.
Such an aggressive.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a second here, but we actually have the Invader V topic before then.
Ooh, my favorite.
It's right after that.
Can I ask you a serious question just while the vote's going on, Raj?
Yeah, sure.
Are you ever in any danger from Twitch, like when we discuss other Twitch streamers?
I think because it's in the context of we are having a discussion about it, it's not like we're running a
No, they
absolute.
have double standards for Raj, just like they have for Alinity.
That's
Raj
not
is the
true.
fast. That's the only
That
way
is
they
not
can
true.
do
We discuss, TWOMAD, we discuss topics, and all podcasts are consistently discussing topics across the platform, including mine, Scuff Podcast. Some of the smaller podcasts are discussing
Let's test
current
it,
events
Raj.
topics.
I'll show my
It's
nipples.
your six-pack, man.
I'll do
Don't
it.
lie.
We're simply having a discussion about
being a liar.
a
Stop
topic
being
that is
teased.
in the news.
Stop teasing
Excuse me,
me
Bob,
over
I'm talking.
Oh no, Raj is talking. I better pipe down.
That's
sorry,
right. You
Dad.
better pipe down, Bob. That's right. That's right. Okay. Let's take a look at the poll. And Hasan, you are winning the poll. In the bottom two, we have the Lecture Fan and Mr. Sky Williams.
Oh, pick me to go. I'm tired as hell.
Oh my god.
I haven't slept yet. And I mean,
That's right. I'll be
he's a
honest with you.
villain.
Sky, you DM'd me and said you had like you were. Can I say this? Can I say this?
Yeah.
He took a sleeping pill at like 10 o'clock last night, and he was like, wait, no, fuck it, I'm gonna take. He tanked a sleeping pill
No, yeah.
to be on this show. He
was
stayed
like,
awake through a sleeping pill. It's incredible.
I was foaming at the mouth, nigga. I was sitting here like, God. And so then finally I got my second win. I got it, but then.
And then you
I'm out.
showed up and heard about the gays.
Yeah, and then I showed up, and now that I know that I can't enjoy sex because I'm not straight and I can't get married, it's a real and porn is bad. I can't even enjoy that. Damn, nigga.
I give you permission. If you want to kiss a boy, go ahead and do it.
Oh my God! Thank you. I'd kiss plenty of boys. Pick me. Let him be a villain a while longer. I can go take a nap.
That's fine, Hasan. If you want to pick Sky,
It's reverse psychology.
Sky, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Really was. I would love to have you on in the future.
Targeted Hasan's mean. Thank you though.
Please shout out your channel.
Thanks for saving me, Hasan.
Oh, my channel? Does anything?
You gotta talk more, brother. You stop talking. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you should talk. No, not you, Sky. You go ahead and shout out your channel, Sky.
Okay, yeah. Twitter /Sky Williams and Sky Williams on YouTube and Sky_MP3 on Twitch. But I'm gonna go take a big ass nap, nigga. I'm tired.
Okay.
Thank you. This was really fun.
Thank you, Sky. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, man. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Sweet dreams.
All right. Oh, wait. What, TRIHEX? Did you want to say something? He's still
I was
probably
gonna
in the
ask him.
voice.
Well, it was his first time, so I thought it was important to like kind of like ask him, hey, would you come back, or was it?
I mean, I'm down.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, hey.
See,
all right.
TRIHEX. People enjoy their experience. Hey, you.
Hey, that's what
All right.
I made it comfy.
See you later, Sky. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. The next topic is recently there's a little bit of drama that happened. I think it's kind of over with, but I'd like to get the panel's thought process on this. And the recently, hold on 1 second. I'm going to pull it up here. I had my question all typed out. Recently.
Wow. Scripted.
Yeah, I know. It's scripted. So recently, Invader V was involved in some drama related to her. In a 60-second clip, Invader V discussed how $5 to sub isn't that much money, and that if her viewers are spending time watching, they should have the money to support her, or they're financially irresponsible because they can't support the entertainment they enjoy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Wait, you have to mention she also then had the best apology of all time.
What was her
It was
apology? Yeah, she later apologized. And Bob, would you speak on that apology?
Yeah, she said sorry for everything, and I've been told I could make people uncomfortable, but I need to take notes from her, dude. She nailed it. Like
sorry.
I was terrified when I was listening to the apology. I was scared for my own life, dude.
Bob is missing some important points here. Prior to the apology, as cringe as it may have been or whatever it was, there was also a doubling down in the same stream where she got pushed back when she said that.
I think she should have doubled
There are
down.
3 clips here total you need to look at for it. So it was the initial claim, it was some pushback in the same stream, but pre-viral, doubling down, same stream, and then later the apology.
What was the apology? What was the apology exactly, Bob? What did she say exactly that makes?
I
you
don't
feel
know,
this way?
like I don't know what tone she was going
those-
for, but it felt like she was acting bad on purpose. Like she's just like, okay, your job is to be a bad actor, and she just was reading off a script, and
She said
it was
sorry,
it
and
was
then
strange, man.
She said all the things she was supposed to say, but the thing is I'll say this: V is my friend. V is a very smart woman. What she did was just dumb. What she said was just dumb. But also, she does have some
Femdom,
financial
right?
domination to
Or
her. Yeah.
Femdom?
And that's what she does. Like, if you watch her stream, which I've watched her stream consistently, like, again, she's my friend. I like to watch her and support her. Do I sub to her? No. So does that make me a bad? Like, that's the thing is, I just don't sub to her.
Shame on you.
Does that make me a bad friend for consuming her? You know,
That clip was comedy.
Free
the
entertainment?
content?
It seemed like she was joking.
You know, but
I
the
thought it
thing,
was
no,
funny.
no, I don't think she's joking. I think it's a sexual thing with her chat in a way because there are
That's
every
cringe.
single one
weird.
of her streams, and it is a little weird, but every single one of her streams, she does mention like that. Like she'll be streaming for 2 hours and she'll be like, "Hey, we're 2 hours in. I only have 10 subs today. Like, go look in your wallets." Like,
This
and
is
so
why porn should be legal and not
I
illegal,
don't
like
know if
like
it's a
Lesser Fan wants, because
financial
she's horny as fuck. There's
I
too
never
many
said
horny
it should be
people on
illegal.
Twitch.
I never said it should be illegal.
Well, I don't know if she's.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
know.
like some other Sharia type beat.
I mean, her stream is sort of like a horny daycare. Like she's in the blanket fort
Yeah.
and she's asking, like, it's like sex ed in the blanket fort. It's strange. It's a little weird.
So no, well, let's not criticize your content. I want to focus more on the issue exactly that's at hand here. And that
but
is,
if I'm not allowed to say that, then she's great.
okay, thank you, thank you, Bob.
She has some nice
So the
toys
question
inside.
is it questionable to consume content?
Well, the
and
question
not-
the
and
question
not
was,
mean we can contribute to it.
Well, I was thinking of your thoughts in the statement. Is there anybody here that actually thinks that her statement was sort of valid?
Yeah, it was true. $5 isn't much, but she doesn't deserve it. Nobody does.
No,
That's
it
the
was 10,
platform it is.
not
Nobody
5, 10.
deserves.
It was 10.
Nothing is handed to anybody. You have to work for it, and your content has to be good enough for it. But I do think part of her content is that domination, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. And taking out of context.
Well, that's what I originally thought as well. Then why is she?
So all
why
her
didn't
fans
she
are
just
cucks.
clarify? Like, why didn't she just clarify that? That's because that's what I originally thought. I don't really know Invader V that well. I've talked to her a couple times. I thought she was like, I don't know. I thought she was smarter than like going on the fucking timeline and being like blasting people in the middle of a fucking pandemic where 26 million people in America alone filed for unemployment in the past month. To say like, what, you don't have $5 and get the fuck off Twitch and go off and work is like not necessarily a good take. It's not a good take. It's a really dumb take. It's a really shitty take. Life is boring and monotonous as it is. I think that if you want to spend that $5 on something else, you should very much do so, especially because, you know, we have other alternatives as streamers to enforce more rigorous checks, like a subscriber-only chat, for example. So why doesn't she do that if
See,
she's
I
this
think that's
aggressive?
what she should do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I
it was
I
dumb.
think
It
there
was
are
silly.
appropriate ways to do that. I would never do that. I do not agree with doing that. I agree. Like, my whole goal is to earn your subscriptions. Like, I want to give you good content. I want to do fun things. Like, I don't want to ask you to subscribe ever. And so I do think that was done in a very poor taste. But like, just let her do her thing.
What
I
did she
don't know why
double
we all
down
need
on?
to, you
What
know.
did she double down on?
I wish. I thought she should have doubled down because it's not that big of a fucking deal anyway.
I
Like
think
it's
she
a
should've doubled
shitty
down.
it's a shitty thing that she said. Either she should have just been like, yeah, I'm doing Findom. Who gives a shit? Fuck off. Which is fine. Like if that's what if that's what her subs are into, then whatever. That's what they're into.
Does begging work though? Like, please sub.
I don't think it works.
It doesn't
Yeah,
work.
please sub right now, please.
I'll try it. Hey, please,
Please sub.
everybody, right now, sub right now with your Twitch Prime, please. I'm on my knees. I don't think it works.
I think in general, because like I only know her from doing this show, and she's been on a few times when I've been on. She's always struck me as like, you know, I don't think she's an objectionable person or anything. I agree with Hassan's comments
Yeah, she's
that
aight.
you know, that it's very stupid during a fucking, you know, we're about to head into a fucking recession. You know, it's very stupid to be saying $5 isn't a lot of money when we've got people queuing around the block for food banks. But I was more inclined to give her the benefit of the doubt because that affects her too, right? I mean, she's going to be going through that same anxiety about her finances that we
Oh my
all
God, it's
probably
working.
are right
What the
now,
fuck?
and maybe us to a lesser extent than some other folk. But, you know, maybe that was what drove it. And that was kind of, you know, what I was thinking when I first heard the comments. What I think's interesting is while her comment blew up and went viral, like 2-3 days prior to that, there was a guy on Twitch called Frosty Matrix TV who told the children in his audience to go steal their parents' credit card and then use it to subscribe to him.
Well,
That's equally as bad.
that seems
I
like a
do that.
fucking meme, dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but okay, so like we're giving Invader V all his fucking shit
Nah,
for
she's
saying
memeing too, that's
it's
fine.
because,
ain't
it's
a lot,
because
and
she made
is
people
she
feel.
memeing, isn't she? This guy fucking said that and goes, "I'm joking, not joking. Totally go and do it." And it just didn't blow up really at all. I find
because
that,
people
I find that
won't
way
take
more objectionable. I find that way.
So
more
who did it better?
Nim, do you want to
Invader V or Bad Bunny? Like who nailed it?
I want to hear it, Nim.
Invader V's went more viral.
I want to
so-
hear it, Nim.
What? No, Bad Bunny was.
No,
on
Bad Bunny
Trinidad,
went
dude.
more viral. Invader
Yeah.
V's went away.
Yeah, and remember when Bad Bunny said the same
There was a
shit
point where
as
Bad
well.
Bunny had,
Everyone
like,
was like so all up it, you know, and
30 videos made on her.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
She
It was like insane.
doubled down really hard and made it into like a thing, though. She capitalizes on that, right? So, whereas Invader
Yeah.
she said, "I'm
Her viewers are
responding to
cussed.
this, clip this. I'm gonna be playing games," which I've noticed brings her numbers down, and then she's just writing it out. She's not.
How
like,
do I
doing
get to
that
do
same
FinDom?
thing.
I want to do
The
FinDom.
interesting
I
thing
want
to
people
me
to give me money.
that makes me,
I'll
and
get
I
off on
don't
that.
know. I don't know if she's doing FinDom, but I'm just saying from my perspective of watching her stream, she makes a lot of comments. Like there was another clip going around where she was like,
I
next
know all of
time
your
you're at the
information.
store and you want to get a snack, instead of buying yourself a snack and making your ass fat, like save that $5 and give it to me so I
Which
can
is
buy
a
a
joke.
snack and make my
Which is
ass
just for
fat.
the clip for her cuck viewer base. That's it.
Well, is it a joke? I don't know.
100%.
Like, then why
100%. It
would
was
she-
for
why
her
would
like
she apologize?
500,000, 2,000.
Should jokes
cuck
be
viewers.
canceled? What do you
You
guys
know
think?
what I'm saying? No, that's what I'm curious about. That's the problem about
I
apologizing
want
for a
to
joke.
branch into something, and I don't know what the chat thinks. I'm sure I'd be curious to know what you think in the chat. Do streamers deserve subs and donations for the content that they put on the internet? Just out of curiosity.
No fucking way.
Not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You don't deserve anything. Like you have to work hard for everything.
I have
you
never
in
heard a
life.
streamer ask their audience, "What can I do to earn your sub?" I've never heard that. I've heard plenty say, "You should
lost
sub
one.
to me."
Okay,
I've
I disagree.
I've heard plenty say, "Hey, look, you're watching me for hours at a fucking time.
Go ahead
You're
and
getting
read
all
off
this
whoever that
content
was.
for free. Why don't you donate? Why don't you
TRIHEX.
subscribe?" I've heard plenty say that, but I've never heard a streamer ask their audience like, "What can I do to earn you sub? Am I doing the right thing? Do I need to do something
Well,
different?" People don't have
I
that
think
level
they
of
deserve it.
introspection, man.
I
It's not
feel
as
like-
simple as sit down in front of a fucking camera. It can't be that.
Hassan disagreed. I'd love to
Oh
hear
no,
that.
I was gonna say like obviously it's not like obviously there are ways to put your content behind a paywall if you would like to do that. That's your own prerogative. But do I think streamers deserve people subscribing to them? Certainly. I think that it's entertainment and it makes sense. And as Richard also correctly pointed out, it requires a lot more than just like opening a camera and just sitting in front of it. Like if that was the case, there would probably be a lot more Twitch streamers and a lot more successful Twitch streamers. Like it definitely requires work. Now, having said that, though, it's still a suggestion. There are ways that you can increase your sub count. There are things that you can do.
Like
do I
begging
have
for
a
subs?
disagreement with? Yeah, you can do things for your subs. Like, do I have a disagreement with that? Not necessarily, especially in the time like I've said this before. Look, if you don't have money, don't fucking spend it on me, stupid.
But if you have Twitch Prime, please subscribe
Like,
to
keep-
Bob7.
Yes, pay.
Keep it to
Use Jeff
yourself.
Bezos'
Don't be a
money,
fucking
please.
idiot and like waste your money on me. If you want to support it, then yeah, that's great. Go ahead. But like if you don't have enough money, then like don't fucking be an idiot and spend it on a Twitch streamer.
Do you want to talk?
I think something needs to be acknowledged as well. Sorry, this is my last point on this topic, just to follow up on what Hassan's saying.
Yeah.
Like a lot of streamers don't seem to acknowledge, and we never seem to publicly acknowledge, that just by being a viewer, you are potentially contributing something financially. For example, if you saw the pre-roll ad, or which you may have enabled on your channel. But more importantly, even if you have ad block and you don't see any ads, and you don't sub, and you don't donate, you are still part of my metrics. So I take those metrics and I make money from the metrics. I can say, look how many followers I have. Look how many people watched. Look at this geolocation sheet. And I can get sponsorships and money off the back of
Sponsor
that.
money's no joke, dude.
Yeah, so, and there are some seriously good fucking sponsors out there, even though we're heading into a recession, because more hours are being consumed through online streaming. So if you have the connections and you know what you're doing and you're relatively well established, now can be a good time for you. So I think when you are like rejecting viewers, just being viewers who maybe don't have the money, or maybe they gave their Prime away that month, or whatever the fuck it is, I think it's like incredibly short-sighted, and it doesn't tell the dirty little secret that just by being a number on a spreadsheet, you are making a financial contribution.
Fair enough.
I agree
Yeah.
with what
Give
I
me
agree with what
money.
Richard said. I think the funniest thing about this whole story was Destiny absolutely destroying one of his viewers who said that you don't have to have a PC and high-speed internet to be a Twitch viewer. I don't know if anybody saw that.
What do you
but
guys
that
have?
was
What do you have against Destiny, bro? You got some like resentment towards?
No, I said it was hilarious the way he.
I think he was
argued
kind
it.
of supporting Destiny.
Yeah,
on
I
that,
think
I
he
think.
was.
Oh, okay, I
Look,
misunderstood.
I've got.
Although I do think that
we
you
miss
can
you,
watch
Steve.
Twitch without high-speed internet and a PC, but.
So I have a poll to put out in the chat. I think we're ready to vote. It's time to vote. We are going to vote for who you want to keep.
Are we going to get into spicy topics soon? What's on the agenda, Raj? What
We
do
got
have
a
to
lot
look
of
forward
spicy
to?
topics. A lot of spicy topics, believe me. Okay, here we go.
Wait, Raj, do I start the name calling yet, or do I wait a couple rounds? Like, when do I start?
Bob, I think it's now. It's time to start turning it on.
Okay, Hassan, you are a fucking frat boy. That's the best one I got.
What?
Fuck. Dude,
Are you
okay, I
kidding
can't
me?
be here anymore. Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
I got called a frat boy in an article, actually.
Far. You also got called.
That's what happens when you talk to Kotaku, though.
Oh,
That's
well,
my favorite.
You got called
Twitch is
Twitch's.
Twitch's. That was also Kotaku, actually. Twitch's premier trashy reality TV show host.
So
Imagine
positive.
Kotaku calling anything else trash. Like, beam me the fuck up.
All right, go ahead and vote. Vote. Who you want to keep, not kick? Keep,
You guys
not
doing alright
kick.
today?
Keep,
You guys
not
having
kick,
fun?
guys. All right, keep, not kick. Let's do this.
How's the weather where you guys are at? Sunny?
Actually, so
Very
perfect
good.
outside.
It's too good.
Yo,
It's
I love when it's sunny.
frustrated.
Oh,
Vote, chat,
sun.
vote.
Don't
Yeah,
you just
it's
love
not
sunny
too
weather?
hot and it's not too. Actually, are you guys doing anything fun with quarantine? Like, I bought a scooter yesterday. It lights
I
up.
broke my window.
Okay, different hobbies.
Yeah.
I made
is lit.
some salsa.
That's pretty cool.
How do you
I
guys
gotta
feel?
pee.
What about when it rains? How do you guys feel about the rain?
I paint when it rains.
Go ahead and
That's
vote.
cozy.
Rain is
I like
fucked up.
this.
Rain should
And
leave.
pray
Dude.
to the devil.
It's morally wrong. In my conservative Sharia
Fair
life. My worldview says rain should go.
What about windy weather?
I like the
Even
smell of
worse.
the rain. Wind is
Reminds me of my dad.
What's the weather like in Sweden right now, Nim?
It's very it's nice. You know,
Nice?
you go out with like a thin jacket.
Mhm.
The sun's shining. It's a fresh breeze. Yeah, and I'd call it nice, fresh.
Okay.
It's not t-shirt weather.
I'm looking at the poll here. It is between.
Ooh, that was not fun.
It is between. Let's see here.
Are you okay, Raj?
Yeah, it's between.
Quick stroke.
It's
The bottom two people, which is Lumiru and Lecture Fan. Those are the bottom two. Bob 7, you won the poll. You won the poll.
Nice. Do we have any more topics for everybody to yell at like
what's up,
lecture fan at?
Back y'all.
Like, can he be the villain moving forward in any topics? Because like
Actually, what do you think about World War
I think
II? What do you
that
think about
know
Hitler?
Lumi's a little stealing my thunder a little bit with good takes. You know, I want to have the good take, but it would just if we have no more cool topics to yell at lecture fan, then we could kick him. Just what's on the agenda, Raj?
Kim Jong Un's coming.
I can't tell you. I
Raj,
can't
this
tell you.
impacts my decision. Please.
Okay.
Raj.
Well, I can't. I don't want you to be influenced by my decision. Okay. I don't want you to be influenced by that. Okay. So, the next topic we'll talk about Kim Jong Un. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm not gonna tell you. Fuck it. I'm not gonna tell you. Bob, you make your own fucking decision, Bob. It's not about me.
Coin toss.
No coin
guys,
toss, Bob. You make the choice.
How you guys doing? Lecture fan, Lumi.
Fantastic. I can't wait to go hard on Hassan for his North Korea takes.
What about you, Lumi? Are you gonna destroy Hassan? I want Hassan to be destroyed.
Yeah, I'll totally destroy Hassan.
you-
You just called him a
will you
frat
na-
boy. I don't like
yeah, will
frat
you name
boys
call
very
him?
much, so.
Will you do name calling
Yeah,
with Hassan?
totally.
All right, show me. Just
Oh, I
do
don't
one
name
name call. You don't?
He's a
What about you,
goober.
lecture? Whoever has the better name call right now.
You can't
He's a
say
goober.
that on Twitch.
Lecture fan, if you could
What
point
are you
out
guys?
that-
What are we on right now?
It's
Tommy.
between Lumi and Lecture Fan to be eliminated from the
Yeah.
show.
If you could one up the goober comment, then this is it. Lecture fan.
Kami.
Oh, come that's you could do better, dude. Come on. Do better. Lecture fan.
That's
One more
as bad
try.
as it. That's as bad as it gets.
That was so
Okay,
uncreative.
socialist. Okay, socialist.
That was.
Wait, can we not reference the hypocrite comment earlier?
Can you just do something slightly mean? Just be like a little mean, lecture fan. Look
That
within you.
is. Calling somebody a socialist and a commie is incredibly mean.
Call him a stinky poo-poo head.
Priest.
All right, lecture fan, I think your opinion sucks, so I'm going to keep you so that I could disagree with you. And Lumi, again, you're great, but I just want to have the good opinions, I just want to be the one that stands out.
You gotta snuff out the actual SJW. I see how it is.
I want to be woke. I just want to be woke.
Lumiru, thank you very much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have they on the show. Much love to you.
Why are you so bad at this?
That's actually that's a meme
it's
in her
just a meme
community.
now.
If you didn't
It's a
know,
meme
and
now.
in their community.
Okay,
Sorry,
Lumi, go ahead and shout out your channel.
Why don't you just say "have you"
on
the show?
Well, because I'm trying to think. It's sometimes it's hard.
Because
go
you're overthinking
Go
it,
ahead,
bro.
Lumi.
Okay, next topic.
Alrighty. Thank you, Raj, so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm over at LumiRoo, twitch.tv/LumiRoo. I'd love to have you over there if you're interested in gender theory or intersectional feminism or just equality as a whole. Bob is not the only SJW on Twitch. I promise you. All right.
Thank you, Lumi. You're always so sweet and nice. Thank you very much. Give them a shout out. Bye-bye. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, and that is Kim Jong-un. That's right, Kim Jong-un. It is rumored that Kim Jong-un is brain dead or dead, or there's also rumor that he's perfectly healthy. But let's just go with the rumor that he's dead or brain dead or a vegetable or whatnot.
R.I.P. to a real one.
Well, it was CNN. It was CNN that reported it originally, so it's probably fake.
Well, actually,
TMZ also.
It was Japanese magazine, actually.
So
wait, I wonder if Lecture Fan is also upset as I am because Kim Jong Un is friends with Donald Trump.
So I'm curious. Hasan, what was your take that was so controversial? I want to hear about it.
Oh, we were doing approximately 6 hours of memes about Kim Jong Un's death. And in between that, someone came in and was like, "Why are you showing this like genocidal dictator?" Which dictator certainly, and also kills his own people, definitely true. So I turned the question to the audience member who wanted to upset me in the chat, and I was like, "Why do you never have this kind of energy for Western leaders that have pound for pound caused more damage to the rest of the world in destabilizing certain regions and in just like wholesale genocide warfare? Why don't you have that similar take for them?" And everybody got very upset at me.
Why'd you get upset, Lecture Fan?
Why
Let's
are you
hear
so
why.
mad?
Well, because it's completely wrong, factually and historically, it's completely wrong. And
by the way, Hitler is literally a Western leader.
And the Enlightenment has done
Hitler
more
is a
good
Western
for the
leader as
world.
well, by the way. Just
Communism as an ideology, which is what North Korea is. They're communists, just like China. These are the most evil regimes on the face of the earth. Comparing and then suggesting, oh well, why don't you ever say that stuff bad about American presidents? It's like, give me a break. It's just completely preposterous, and it's just
I'm
like
sure
not.
everybody's
It's not
treated equally in
cool
North
at
Korea.
all.
do you hate that North Koreans are starving?
Of course. God, I hate these dumb
interesting.
questions.
No,
do you
just
guys
hold
have
on.
anything but dumb questions for me? Like seriously,
I think it's dumb because let me finish.
Hey, what's
Let me
your
finish.
favorite color?
Let me finish. You hate that North Koreans are starving. Okay, certainly. Do you think that partially they're starving because of mismanagement and an authoritarian dictatorship, right? Because they're living under Kim Jong-un's
communism.
I have a good question.
Wait, hold
Lecture
on.
fan,
They're
would you-
starving because of communism.
Lecture fan, I have a question. A good question. Would you kill him yourself if you had the opportunity? Would you take him out?
Okay.
I guess.
Can I
so,
just
sure.
finish my? I just have a
Didn't
very
you
serious
call
question.
him? Didn't you call Western leaders infinitely worse? Aren't those the worst?
I said infinitely
were
worse
infinitely
pound for pound, and I corrected myself after. I can't
really
say
important
all
was
Western.
right.
I can't say all Western leaders because I truly do not know. I think a lot of like European leaders, for example, are complicit in third world exploitation and destabilization, but that does not mean that they personally engage in it, or at least I'm not knowledgeable enough in their activities to say that definitely all of them. It was a generalization in the heat of the moment. But as far as like American leadership goes, that I am certain of. And
Would you
when it
rather
comes
live
to-
under Kim Jong Un than under Trump?
No, of course not. That's an insane. That is an insane
Okay.
take. That would be an insane
it feels like
thing.
Can someone educate me? How does dealing?
No, because I'm personally benefiting from. I'm absolutely. That's not like an own. This is the point I'm trying to make. Is that like it's beautiful that I'm able to say this in America. Like that's a good thing. So I don't understand why people get upset whenever I like criticize America and wanted to do better, because I love America. I tried hard to get here. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just, I wasn't just like born here and fucking lived here my entire life. Like I had to come here when I was 18 and leave everything that I know behind. I obviously like America. I think that one of the greatest things about America is that you can criticize the fucking government. And my criticism in this circumstance is don't do so much fucking genocide. And in this situation, don't have such rigorous sanctions on countries like Iran and countries like Venezuela and countries like North Korea if you truly care about the people that live there, because they're starving by and large as a consequence, not of communism, unless you're a baby like Lecture Fan with a fucking beard and you believe in baby things, but they're actually dying as a consequence of sanctions.
Listen, right? I mean,
go ahead, Richard.
Richard,
let's go, Richard.
Okay, go ahead.
Richard.
Yeah, this is one of these insane fucking areas where, like, you guys are so fucking focused on drawing the line of, like, division and battle that you don't realize that, like, both of these things can be true. You're immediately thinking these are contradictory statements.
Yeah, I'm
so
not.
First thing, yeah, right. When you start talking about, forget communism and who's a tanky and who's left and who's right. Let's just lay it all the cards on the table. Right. First thing, right? Authoritarian dictatorial regimes that oppress their people are bad. And I hope we could all agree with that. Equally, over the last 50, 60, 70 years, there has been no more destructive force on the world than Western foreign policy, probably, if we were to lay it all out.
Thank you.
You will notice there is a specific couple of decades I have omitted. But so when you lay it out, you can agree with that. You can agree that Western foreign policy is fucking bad. You can agree that we went into all these fucking fucked up foreign wars predicated on absolute bullshit, which led. You can agree that it's completely wrong to sanction countries. You can agree now that even with the situation in Iran, that it's morally objectionable to withhold coronavirus aid from a country just because two world leaders are in a fucking dick measuring contest. You can agree all of this and actually not have to argue about it, because all of those things, in my opinion, seem to be pretty true. So I think when you get into this like ridiculous sort of situation of saying America is so fucking great that even when they do things that are just provably wrong on paper, right, that we have to defend it because we love America, right? Just because they're not oppressing people at home don't mean that those motherfuckers that were getting got, you know, they got freed from the fucking Taliban and then the US are in there taking over the poppy fields and doing all sorts of other crazy shit.
The same people that we
those
gave
guys
guns
in
to.
Afghanistan were thinking, well, thank God for the liberators. Of course they weren't, so.
Never mind, sorry.
Wait,
has a great take.
Yeah, I don't understand this shit, but terrorism is bad. Canada's lit. Lecture Fan's fucking idiot, absolute retard. Hassan's basically just talking to himself. There's like two people who can understand this shit, and that's like Richard and Hassan.
No,
Lecture
I
Fan's just a
understand.
fucking whore.
Let's hear Lecture Fan. He's got
Here we
an
go
opinion.
with the big brain take, autism, how 5G's
No, I completely
Can you
disagree
respect
with
the
what
girl here,
Richard said. And look, like
sure you
over
do.
the 20th century, communism was the worst force for evil in the world. And what American foreign policy did throughout a large chunk of the 20th century was a part of the Cold War, which was a global ideological and military struggle against communism. And so a lot of what the foreign wars that you are all upset about were part of the Cold War, and America won the Cold War, defeated communism, and the greatest and I can admit that America's made mistakes in the past, but if you look on balance, America has done more good for the world on balance, even taking into account the negative consequences of some mistakes that America's made. On balance, America's done more good for the world than any country on earth. Communism is a scourge.
I have a question.
But we're not defending
Lecture fan. I just have one question.
Defending the USSR, Lecture Fan, and I'm not even defending North Korea. This is what's so hard to put through your thick ass dome. Is that when I say North Korea is obviously bad, or when I say China is obviously bad in its dealings with like the Muslim Uyghurs, for example, where they're in concentration fucking camps.
Well,
but
it's
then
not
I turn
China.
around.
It's the communists there that are bad.
No,
Wait, Lecture fan, can you name one thing worse than communism? There's one thing worse.
Bob 7.
Communism is pretty far up there.
You
No,
literally.
it's
do you
not
not hear
China
yourself?
in and of itself that's
You
so
just
bad.
keep
or
saying
North
you just
Korea
keep
in and
saying
of itself.
communism bad, communism bad.
I want to know
when
what's
none
worse.
of these
I really
countries
do.
are
Okay,
just fucking.
I
Why
want
don't
to.
you agree with
I
me?
want to. I want to ask. I want to
Next
ask a
topic,
question because
bro.
we're kind of drifting off into something else. I want to go back to the topic of Hassan, sort of memeing the death of Kim Jong Un. Is there? I want to go back to. Remember when we talked about Rush Limbaugh, lecture fan, and people celebrating his getting was it cancer that he got? And I want to. I'm curious. Do you think that celebrating the death of Kim or the rumored death of Kim Jong Un is something?
It's awesome.
Is it something do you think
I
that
feel like it's
should be
sad.
celebrated? Is what I'm
Rest
saying.
in piss.
No, it really should, and I think Donald Trump was right to say that. I hope he's fine. I mean, ideally you would hope
I fucking called it.
you would
Oh,
hope
really?
you would hope that he would be deposed and have a lot of changes. But no, it's not good.
You
want to
know a great way to depose
guess.
authoritarian
that's a good question.
dictators?
Like, can
Let them
we
have fucking
wish for
heart
people's
attacks
death if they're
and
bad
replace them with
people?
non-authority.
So you don't.
Wait, but lecture
called
fan, you
it.
said that you would take him out yourself. You said you'd be willing to do that. You said, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you did say
But
you would
do
also.
you
You literally said you would kill him, dude.
I'm changing my position on
All
that.
right, so
position
fuck.
on
Are you allowed to
murdering
wish
Kim Jong-un.
death upon bad people? Like, is that okay?
Dude,
See,
Kim
you
Jong-un
sleep
is
on
fucking
Bob. You
dead.
sleep on Bob. He's
Massive
telling
dub.
all these jokes, dude. But he's
Do you
put
think
you in a
it's,
headlock?
no,
there.
it's an interesting
Yeah.
point here that do you think it's okay no matter how bad they are to wish death on anybody? Lecture fan, you would
Yes.
say that it is not
I guess
okay.
no.
regardless
I
of the-
misspoke earlier. No, it's not okay to wish death on people.
even Adolf Hitler at the
Damn,
time.
not
would
even
be-
Hitler, dude.
No, if you're in a
Osama.
war,
Lecture
if you're in
What
a
about Voldemort?
well, I was originally thinking like conceivably like we're in a war with North Korea, kind of like South Korea is technically still in a war with North Korea, and so if you're in a war, I think it's one thing. But if you're not in a war and we've got potential diplomacy going on here, then no, I don't think it's good to wish death upon them.
Okay. fair
Would you,
enough.
would you go back in time and kill Hitler if you could?
But Bob, we're not going to go back to this fucking
I guess
question
so.
that we always
Bob
ask.
says you wanna go back
What
in
about
time.
Stalin? Like, would you kill Stalin then?
Oh,
because
I
we
would.
were at war with him.
I would kill that fucker.
Yeah, get him. Get him.
Bob.
in a video game. But he's already dead.
Not in a
so-
video
But
game.
not Gorbachev.
I mean, I can't believe that even on Twitch you would have to qualify. That
Yeah, no,
by saying
like, what
in a
the
video
fuck?
game. But no,
Well,
what,
Stalin
I
is a
think-
partnered streamer on Twitch, so you got to watch out.
Yeah.
I think
It's-
lecturer fan was upset when Bin Laden died, probably. Like,
it was-
because
it was-
it's the
it was
Christian in him.
so- It's so absurd that to even have the debate. Like the reality is, first of all, it's okay to fucking in your mind wish somebody didn't exist if they
Oh,
pissed
yeah.
you off, if they cut you off in traffic and you think fucking I love to fucking this
Whoa.
cunt, the fucking
Like
the
Thanos
things I
snapping
do,
out the fucking
and but you're not gonna do anything about it. So the idea that a guy who's got fucking the blood of hundreds of thousands of people probably, if we talk about his dynastic regime on his hands, and we have to sit here and go, well, he was a world leader and he did engage. Fuck that fucking guy.
Right.
Fuck that fat piece of shit. He's not even dead, by the way. I mean, I don't want to disappoint anybody,
How
but
do you
his
know?
private train has been spotted on like the coastal area of North
That's
Korea.
Lecture fan.
No,
and the
Richard,
Washington
we know
Post have
because
reported that he's still
Dextero-
much alive.
Said.
Dextero has the scoop on it. They have.
It's
Oh,
Deserto,
shit.
and no, the way we would report it at Deserto, which by the way I'm a freelance for. I don't.
Oh,
work.
I know. I'm
How it would
kidding.
be
It was a
reported
joke.
is-
It was a
it-
joke.
It would be something like North Korean dictator goes missing. Here's what Pokemon had to say about it. Okay, that's how I would do it there. Because we know the average Deserto reader doesn't know who Kim Jong Un is. So who gives a fuck?
I think that.
Lecture
I
fan.
think that.
I just want to ask you: Can killing be justified? Can that be justified?
Yeah, in a war, I think it's if you're in a war with
Okay.
somebody and you
Okay,
Okay,
quick
so do you
question
think
then.
it's better for, like-
They're wrong.
So do you think the citizens dying rather than like the bad man ruling them is better?
Well, I mean, if you could justify it as self-defense, then sure, or self-defense for somebody else. And I think arguably he is in the process of killing people right now, so you could
So why
probably
wouldn't you kill him?
justify it.
Why wouldn't you
could-
do it?
Well, conceivably you could. I mean,
Wait, so is it okay? So is it okay to kill
I love
Donald
how
Trump?
everybody is so interested in
Wait,
what I
is
have
it
to
okay
say,
to
what
kill
I
Donald
think.
Trump then?
Everybody wants to ask
Hassan,
me
careful,
questions.
careful.
Am
This
I-
is
am
the
I the-
United
I'm the only
States.
person that's constantly put
Hassan's
questions
gonna make the
to
news
you guys
again.
are
Let him go. Let
This is
him go.
important.
He's
This is
gonna make the
important.
news. Go ahead.
This is important.
This is the lecture
Is
fan
it
question
okay?
hour. Let's all ask a
No,
question.
no, seriously. Is it okay for like I don't know an Iranian citizen after in an act of retaliation to kill Donald Trump? Then, because I personally don't think that that's okay, but it seems like you seem that it's
Of course
okay.
not.
Oh wait,
Donald
why
Trump
is it
hasn't done
not
anything
okay?
wrong.
Executing the second in command of Iran, Qasem Soleimani, in a time when there is
That was
no
a self-defense.
warfare?
That was a self-defense move. That was total. That was the greatest move ever. That was perfectly executed.
Got it.
Done in self-defense.
Okay,
he was
got
in the
it.
process of killing people.
So you're once again, your take is freedom of speech as long as I like it, or killing is fine as long as I like it. Got it.
I just said
Lecture fan, are we allowed to retaliate?
For
to
the
say if they
record,
do-
Hassan
if they
was
ch-
hold on, Fox. If you're watching, Hassan was posing a hypothetical question. He wasn't
Yeah, of
encouraging
course.
or promoting the death of
I
a
mentioned
president.
it already.
Okay?
I mentioned it in the end of it. I said I don't think
I know,
that's
but
okay.
you know they wouldn't have clipped the end of it. They would have cut out that part. So I wanted
They
to make
didn't
sure
clip
that
the end of it. They didn't
Clear,
clip the
no,
part either.
it's clear. It's clear
That's
what
true.
you're insinuating there. Pretty bad.
I would like to
Go
say.
ahead, Cutie
Do you
Cinderella.
think the military does unjustified killing, lecture fan?
I'm sure it has before.
My
go ahead.
stance on this is the same as Nim's, and I agree with everything Nim said.
Go ahead, Nim.
Thank
You want to say
That's
something?
what I'm trying to say.
You should say something really controversial, Nim. Now that
Don't
Cutie
do it,
has to
Nim.
agree with it.
Don't do it.
I'm kidding. Nim, did you want to say something, Nim?
No, I don't think so. I agree with everything Cutie Cinderella has been saying.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay, if we're gonna get back to Kim Jong Un though, and it's not
Rest
really
in piss.
it's not really all that fun because like Lecture Fan won't even fucking bring up anything that counters any of my points aside from communism bad and crying. Like, I don't know.
What point
Spice
did you?
it
Even,
up.
the only thing
America
point you've
pound for
made-
pound has caused more devastation than fucking North Korea. North Korea
That's-
abuses
that's
its
so
own
wrong.
fucking
That's
citizens.
so terrible.
North Korean leadership is dictatorial. It's
That's
despotic,
outrageous.
and they fucking abuse their own citizens. However, two facts still remain. Without sanctions, the people of North Korea would inarguably be in a better position overall. Their material conditions would be in a better position overall. They would probably still be brutally oppressed by their horrific dictator. However, they would still be in a better position as long as they had access to global trade. As a matter of fact, there would be better opportunities for them to liberate themselves even if they wanted to. But we're not doing that right now because
Well,
the buffer state for China. Now, number two is America has done a lot worse things than North Korea has. America in its destabilizing efforts since the inception of North Korea.
America's been a force for good, not evil.
Okay, then let me pose you this question then. How much good outweighs all of the evil? How much of the good is allowed when you can just go and fucking sanction Iraq, for example?
Sanctioning Iran is a good thing. They're a radical Islamic theocracy and they support terrorism and they've been trying to get a nuke. And they want to destroy other countries. America's overall been
if you could ever
right now, lecture, like what?
If you could ever remove yourself for a brief moment from your American exceptionalist cuck-like mentality, you would realize that an Iranian has even more of a justification to say like America is a fucking brutal white supremacist Christian nation that's like trying to fucking execute us, and they would be right. Like, you know what I mean?
Can we actually do something? Can we all name one person who's alive and deserves to die? Can we all do it?
Bob.
I'll go first.
No,
I'll
Bob.
say
Henry
Golden
Kissinger.
State Killer.
Henry
That's my pick.
Kissinger.
Golden State Killer.
Let's not.
I
Okay.
just can't imagine how uninformed you have to be on the history and the world to actually think what Hassan just said. I mean, that's mind-boggling.
I mean, we literally are directly responsible for Iran being a theocratic fucking state that it currently is, in a state of disrepair.
No, how about
maybe you
the
should go back and learn
theocrats?
some history, buddy.
How about the Ayatollah and the mullahs being responsible, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Who fucking put them in a position of power by fucking literally killing Mossadegh, who was a popular socialist leader?
Part of the Cold War. Part of the Cold War.
No, motherfucker, it's because they wanted to nationalize their goddamn oil fields, and British Petroleum wouldn't allow that to happen. Learn your goddamn history.
No, I've debated this a ton. No, I've debated this a ton. What was going on was that the country was about to fall, and there were communists that were going to take over, and this was at the height of the Cold War.
Yeah, the country was about to fall.
To prevent communists
the
from
country was
taking
about to
over the
fall by
United States and
nationalizing their own natural resources, but
thank God the U.S. won the Cold War.
Lecture fan is
All right, so what happened, lecture fan? What happens if someone's like trying to promote communism? Like you would probably call Bernie Sanders like a communist. Like, do you think what should be done about that guy?
Well, I really think it's sad that America spent most of the 20th century fighting communism, and now we've got people that are trying to bring it to the United States and bring ideas that are based on Marxism. It's just despicable.
Would you take that guy out?
To be that uninformed about the world and world history as to think what Hassan thinks, it's truly a shock. I mean, it shocks the conscience to hear that stuff.
Okay, do you think Norway is communist?
Sorry.
How many unserious, dumb
say yes or
questions do you
no.
have to ask?
Just say yes or no. You're only here for entertainment.
Can you make a
Norway is
point?
communist.
Hello,
Can
my
you make
name
a
is
point without
Do you
asking?
think
a
Norway
question?
is communist? Do you think Norway is communist, lecture fan? It's a super simple question.
Oh my god, I hate to even lower myself to even entertain your dumb questions, but of course not. That's a stupid question.
Okay, then let's
Amazing.
have exactly what Norway has right now as far as their economic organization, which is precisely
No,
what Bernie
thanks.
Sanders was advocating for.
Now, Bernie Sanders is an extremist even by Norway standards.
Wait.
Wait, what?
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 How?
Yeah, whoa, that's
lecture fan. I think I've got
hot
something,
take
I think
Andy
I've got
right here.
something that
Not
can bring us
true.
back to the center, 'cause
Oh,
we
Kim
wanna
Jong-un's
talk
sister is
about
that sexy,
American-
boys.
In the
We
political
wanna talk about
spectrum
American-
internationally, Bernie's like left of center, like
Can you
hardly.
describe to me why Bernie Sanders is more extremist than Norwegian social
Yes,
democrats?
because of his policy positions.
Like,
Oh,
for
well,
example,
that's
do you
a
think
great
Bernie
point.
Sanders advocates for nationalization of all of our entire extraction industry? A thing that already
yeah.
exists in the country of Norway?
Yeah, he has.
So it's not communist in Norway, but it's communist in America if Bernie Sanders advocates for it. That's his most extreme position.
Did I call Bernie Sanders communist?
You said he's an extremist. So are you saying that Norway
He is
benefits
an
from
extremist.
extremist positions? Okay, so you're saying that Norway benefits tremendously from extremist positions like the nationalization, the wholesale nationalization of their extraction industry, specifically oil.
No, I don't think Norway benefits from that. No.
You don't think Norway benefits from their oil extraction being nationalized so that
No.
everyone in the government, in similar capacity to Alaska, can benefit from the natural resources they all sit on? Like multiple billions of dollars of oil that they drill
Just
is
say
not
no.
helping them in their social democracy and their social safety nets. Now, the follow-up to
No
this,
forehead.
because you're too stupid to understand what I'm saying, the follow-up to this is that's precisely what Iran wanted to do, you fucking moron, and we fucking killed them.
Lecture
Because they're brown and we can exploit them.
No.
Thank you for understanding, maybe for even half of a second, what global politics looks like.
Does anybody
say
else
no
want to
one
get
more
involved
time?
in the conversation?
Well,
I think
It's a little
Kim
bit of a
Jong-un
derail.
is a bad guy.
Let's go talk about Kim Jong-un. Dead in a bed.
a little bit of a derail here,
Yeah.
but I'm not even sure if I even agree with Lecter on the idea. How is Bernie extremist again? Like Bernie's policies are polling incredibly popular here. I don't even get like where is
No.
he's the extreme.
Bernie Sanders' ideas have about 10% to 15% of the American populace support, and I'm so sick of
Wrong.
hearing about his ideas are so
really?
popular. Yeah, why can Bernie Sanders
BibleStudy.com.
get any more than
Marijuana.
10 to 15%? You know what? Bernie Sanders couldn't get
69%
more than
of
20%
Americans believe in
to
Medicare for
30%
all,
of the
43% of
Democrat.
Republicans.
Those are
Oh, that's
yeah,
the whole
just
thing.
like
69%
Hillary
of
Clinton was
Americans.
going to win the election. Look at the polls. Hillary Clinton was supposed
okay,
to win.
so all polls are wrong. Okay, all polls are wrong. All polls are wrong.
If his policies are so ideal, why did he get destroyed even in the Democrat primary? He can't get
Oh
more
my
than
God.
20 to 30% of the Democrat primary vote, which means
we
he
can
can get
absolutely have
10% or 15% of the American people.
Colluding. Are you kidding me right now?
Okay.
Why the fuck would Pete Buttigieg voluntarily step out whenever he like? Come on now, dude.
Hold on,
Like,
is CNN real news then, lecture fan? When CNN covers Donald Trump is fake news, but when CNN is attacking the left, it's real news? Is that what you're about to tell me? You're about to tell me that liberal
No,
media,
I'm talking about
which
actual.
is promoting...
No, I'm talking about actual election results. Actual election results.
So
not
you don't think the media...
polls.
So, okay, tell me now then, the multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate industry has no influence over the broader electorate? Is that what you're saying?
No,
especially including the projected electability of Bernie compared to Joe Biden. Like, come on,
You
now,
guys
man.
are just making up excuse. Oh, it's the media's fault that Bernie
No,
lost.
I think
No,
I think
Bernie
there were
lost
plenty
because
of
he's not
weaknesses.
popular. He's
There
an
were
old
plenty of-
burned out socialist.
There were plenty of weaknesses on behalf of Bernie Sanders. There were plenty of weaknesses. When it comes
Guys.
to Bernie Sanders' bona fides, there were
Host
plenty
here.
of weaknesses there. I've criticized Bernie Sanders a million times, a lot more than you fucking criticized Donald Trump,
Hey,
because I'm
guys.
not some fucking random dick rider.
Yeah.
But listen to me, okay?
I'm sure you've watched
When
so
it
many of my
comes to-
streams, Hassan.
Of course not. What do you think? I mean, you would know if I did, I assume. But
If I can just bring
He's very popular, believe me. Go on.
I was just
Listen.
going to say, if we can bring it back to Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, I wanna get back-
If we can talk about
Yeah.
one extremist from another extremist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go from extremist Norway to another to an actual extremist.
So,
Lecture fan, I think a real American would want him dead. I think you're being a fake American right now.
Yeah, fucking coward.
Fake American.
Yeah, he's a coward.
Doggo.
Viewed through the lens of your
Little
argument
bitch boy.
about what's morally right and what isn't. How would you feel you know, because obviously we know about North Korea and their weapons testing and everything. So how do you feel about a world leader that's dropped bombs and killed, I don't know, 700 civilians last year?
Well, that's bad.
Okay.
No shit, idiot.
So that's right. So what do you think should happen to a world leader that does that?
Well, I mean, if you're talking about like we bombed some terrorists and there was collateral damage, civilian deaths because we were bombing terrorists, like that's bad that there were civilian deaths. But I don't think, I mean, you would have to have more context to really decide what should be done.
I think they should go to church, honestly.
So
they should do Bible studies Wednesday night.
That's right, Wednesday night with lecture van Bible studies. Go on, Rich.
So my context is this, and I'm not making any broad statements at all, just stating some facts, and then you can pass them however you want. Right, so the North Korean weapons testing, that was like this big existential crisis that we had to shut down. One of the reasons why we wanted to enter into peace talks and have these, you know, talks that the right wing lauded about Trump getting North Korea and South Korea around the table, actually they were just going off in the ocean. Meanwhile, there was 700 civilians killed by bombs, a record number, by the way, we dropped on Afghanistan last year. That's from your leader that's supposed to be getting us out of all these meaningless wars in the Middle East.
Right, which people are criticizing.
And that was from misplaced targets. Misplaced targets, as in
think those
that was
people
just
are
an
allowed to
acceptable
retaliate?
percentage of collateral damage for American foreign policy. What I don't understand is how can you, as a Christian, I will appeal to your Christian faith, how can you not see that one is morally objectionable, and yet for this other world leader that, you know, has done all these other atrocities, but certainly isn't bombing foreign countries because they don't have the capability to do so, you think is this huge existential threat to the world? Like,
first of all, the huge existential threat with North Korea is because we have a global policy of preventing the proliferation of nuclear weapons, and that's the big issue. Is once
I didn't realize
once they get
Afghanistan's nuclear program was an
no, I'm talking
existential
about
threat to the United States.
that's why North Korea is a big deal. North Korea is a big deal because of the nukes. The Afghanistan thing, no, I think it's terrible if innocent civilians get bombed. That's why it's so ironic when Donald Trump wants to withdraw from Afghanistan. All the leftists are like, "Oh, Donald Trump, this is bad policy." It's like Donald Trump is the most anti-war president we've had in a generation. He's done more to try to withdraw our troops and get us out of foreign wars than any other president. And a bunch of Democrats are going to criticize him for that. Give me a break,
brother. Just before you go down the talking points, right? Because I know what you have to say, right? But like, let's just get back to the point. Why is one world leader?
What is the point?
Right. Why is one world leader an existential threat that you yourself have said on this show that you would kill? I know you renounced it. That's fine. I'll allow you that. But you do think as well it's okay to celebrate their death, that they're evil, that they're all this. Yeah, we're talking about an American president that is responsible, supposedly anti-war, by the way, for just a bunch of civilian deaths. I'm just talking about the ones in Afghanistan, right? From misplaced bombs. Imagine that as a fucking, you know, as an acceptable cost of doing global business or whatever. You know, what do you think about world leaders that do that? I guarantee if they were communist, you would be calling for their assassination. So that when Hassan's talking about the net bad that America does, there are some countries where you are never going to be able to repair America's reputation based on decades of oppressive foreign policy. You know,
hey guys,
I can't believe you're going to make an argument for any world leader on that basis.
Okay, first of all, we're in the U.S. government's primary purpose is to provide safety and security to the American people, and I don't want innocent people dead either. But you know what? Afghanistan and the Taliban and Al Qaeda
were they born bad people?
Are trying to kill Americans, and so to the extent that we have to take military action to defend American lives, I'm okay with that. No, I don't want innocent people to die from it.
But you're saying it's okay that you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. That's what you're saying, essentially. That to protect American lives, if a few innocent people the world over get killed, and let's be honest as well.
Do you think those people are morally bankrupt?
Can we honestly just say that, like, saving American lives, there is a lot to support. Now, I'm obviously against extreme terrorist groups, any terrorist group. What's worrying is when terrorist groups and governments have this idea that civilian collateral damage is acceptable to get their point across, and there is an ideological similarity there. That should fucking give you great pause for thought about what you're willing to support. And what
Well,
you want.
that's a preposterous comparison.
not a
First of all,
preposterous comparison.
bombing a terrorist group who's purposefully bringing civilians there, and then the civilians accidentally getting killed. Comparing that to terrorists who design and purposefully attack civilians is a completely absurd comparison.
The 7,000 bombs that were dropped on Afghanistan in the first half of 2019. How many terrorist groups do you think we actually shut down? There's a lot.
The size of Taliban grew. The
Right?
size of Taliban grew from the beginning of the Afghanistan war to now.
It's the ultimate recruitment tool,
Yup.
by the way.
So
Being
why are
able
you guys
to
all
show
against that? Why are you guys all
disenfranchised
opposed to
people
Trump
a
then?
video of American bombs landing on schools and hospitals and houses and civilian bodies being piled up in the streets? Why do you
Dude,
think
nobody
people
cares
want...
about this stupid shit. It's so ridiculous. I can see why the left and right fight forever because the right is fucking retarded.
Yeah,
Sorry,
man,
sorry,
who
not to
cares
use that
about
word. And the
brown
left
people
is like
dying,
half
you know?
a brain.
I mean,
Okay,
too mad. Like, people care because like people in Iraq fucking care. People in Afghanistan fucking care. Like they're dying.
That's what
Their
I'm saying.
parents are.
You know what you're talking about, and this guy's a bit of a fucking idiot.
Okay, so we need
So
to,
on
we
to
need it,
K-pop,
guys.
then.
We could talk about this for ages. So let's find a place to end here, and then we can move on. And we need to vote. We're going to be eliminating 2 people for the rest of the show until the finals, where one person will get eliminated. So, are we good to stop and move on?
I'm just saying
I say yes.
I suppose so.
To sum it up, Kim Jong-un, bad guy. Also, I learned on TikTok you can roll your tongue in the back of your mouth and it makes it so you don't have a double chin. And that's what I've been doing.
Mewing.
Okay, let's.
Also pog up.
All right, let's go.
Fake news?
Go ahead, TRIHEX.
Oh yeah, I mean there are some follow-ups for a future round, I suppose. Here, like what is determined as fake news and legit news according to Lecture Fan. There is what did Trump? Apparently Trump did nothing wrong so far. That was one comment that was uttered at some point in this round, and it's like, okay, well we can go into the response to the pandemic that came here that could have been easily mitigated to quite a percentile had things been done.
I'd love
I love your ability to follow conversation, Lecture Fan. Like after explaining Hassan and Richard why Trump bombing people is bad, you then said, why don't you like Trump then?
Yeah, so there are some things we can get into there, but I don't want to make it to the Lecture Fan show. So if you got different topics, Raj,
Kim Jong-un's sister, she's kind of fresh.
I guarantee when you were out there
She looks like a
criticizing
Disney
Obama,
villain.
one of the grounds you criticized
Luna.
Obama on was the number of drone strikes he did. That's just the absurdity of it. That it's like if it's Team Red, kill who the fuck you want. If it's Team Blue, fucking oh my god, we can't put Hillary in power. She
No,
go to
I
war
bring
with
up-
everyone
hold
and
on.
kill everyone.
Let me
You
respond
can't
to
have a
that.
coherent logical
No.
standpoint.
No, I bring up Obama and the drone strikes, and I also bring up the fact that Trump has been doing more to try to pull our troops out of the Middle East
Wrong.
to show the left's hypocritical stances. So
You don't
nobody
think
ever
you've adopted a
criticized Obama
hypocritical
for doing
stance?
this,
Criticize
and
Obama
Obama
for
invaded
literally
Libya, did all
wrong.
this
What the
terrible
fuck?
and then Donald Trump does the
I
same
thought
thing.
the biggest
with
Obama
this huge
hater.
thing, and he's just like Kim Jong Un, and he's a terrible.
Do you know how much
person.
I probably
and
get
then
shit
when
on
Trump-
more than you
when
do
then when
by
Trump wants to bring troops out of Syria and Afghanistan, now Trump, oh my gosh, he's abandoning our allies, and Trump is bad, and Trump is this, and it's like, if you were honest on the left, you'd be praising Trump up, down, left, right, and center because
Why?
he's the most anti-war president we've had in a generation.
I
period.
wrong.
He was a
Wrong.
You know what's funny is now
Wrong.
the Democrats have a nominee who was in
Wrong.
favor of the Iraq War, and Donald Trump was opposed to the Iraq War,
That
and
is-
so now
well,
you've
that
got a
is true,
Democrat
actually,
party.
but-
who's
Yeah,
more pro-war
big
than the
fan
Republican
of that
Party.
guy. You're right. Listen to me. Listen,
clearly,
Lecture
right.
fan.
Yeah.
Listen, Lecture Fan. Here's another lecture for you. Okay, first of all, you're absolutely incorrect about the criticisms from the left on Barack Obama. One thing that many people on the left have criticized Barack Obama for universally has been calling him the drone king and the deportation king. So that's one. Number two, okay, Donald Trump is not a peaceful dove. That is a total fabrication, and you have to be stupid enough to vote for Donald Trump to genuinely believe something like that, which is why I'm genuinely concerned. Please do not ingest bleach, okay? Especially
Trump
considering the
watches
fact that Donald Trump literally
He does porn stars. we know
literally
that.
stopped reporting civilian casualties. The number that Richard is referencing is an estimation. The real number is far more significant and far greater. We do not know because Donald Trump reversed the Barack Obama decision to even report civilian casualties by drone strikes. Look that up, motherfucker.
Hassan, real quick,
There you
we
go.
got to eliminate the bottom 2 people in the poll are Cutie Cinderella and Nim, which is actually really weird. Yes.
That's crazy.
That's
We
really
all have
weird.
the best opinion
In
on
solidarity, they will be
I thought I had
eliminated
the best take.
together.
I thought we did.
They will be eliminated together in solidarity with one another. That's how the poll sorted out.
Crazy.
You two have been a pleasure to have on. I'm sorry you guys kind of got cut out of the conversation there.
It's
No, it's okay.
But it's
At the end of the day, I still agree with you, Nim.
okay.
Thank you.
Let's
thank
go
you
with
very much.
let's go with Nim. Nim, shout out your channel. Always a pleasure to have your
Okay,
sexy
sure.
ass on the stream.
Thanks for having me on. I'm sorry, I got a bit boring towards the end. It's been a
It's
long
okay.
day. It's 2 a.m. here.
It's all good.
And
You're looking hot,
but
man.
I had fun. I hope you guys had fun having me on. And it's Twitch.tv/Nim. That's NYMN. So.
Thank you,
Congrats on
Nim.
the Super Seducer thing, by
Have-
the way, brother. I'm
Have a
looking
great
forward
day.
to
Yeah,
it.
congratulations, Nim. Thank you very much, Nim. Have a good day, Nim.
you.
Last but not least, to eliminate here from this round, Cutie Cinderella. Go ahead and shout out your channel.
Hi, I'm currently working on recreating the cake at the end of Mario 64 on my stream.
Oh,
It's
good for
Cutie
you.
Cinderella on Twitch, so kind of cool. That's all. Bye, guys.
Cutie Cinderella, thank you so
Bye,
much.
Cutie.
We'll have to tune in.
Later.
We'll have to have Kate on again to see if
No,
you guys
I'm
can get
so
after it.
fine. You know, I'm just.
What? You're fine. You don't want to have
I'm
Kate on?
fine. I already won. I don't need to do it again.
Okay. Well, we'll do it again. I'll see you later. Bye,
right.
Cutie. Okay. All right.
Raj, now that it's just the boys, can we talk about cool things like sex and football?
That's fucked up.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's
yo,
right.
doggy style, yo, that shit hot, dude.
That's right.
You guys ever do doggy style?
Oh, now it's a sausage fest in here.
That's
Must
right.
suck.
Anybody like reverse cowboy? Is anybody into that?
No.
Is that an anime?
No, it's a sex position.
It's a
Reverse
sex
cowboy.
position.
I'm joking.
No,
Ryan.
I hate it. I think it's like the worst.
I like how I'm
Logistically,
hoping
it's
you
the worst
explain
for
that to your
dick.
audience and not me.
Okay.
Hassan, I have
That's
a
right. I forgot
hypothetical
you were
for
a cowboy, Richard. I forgot about that.
Hassan,
Let's hear it.
Let's-
Bob
if you could stop coronavirus, cure it all, and all you had to do was just swap bodies with me, would you do it? And this
Cure
is my
the
headline.
entirety of coronavirus?
Yeah, and all you have to do is swap bodies with me. Because I want to see, do you care about people or do you care about your vanity? bro?
Sure. I'd swap it. I'd do it.
What a fucking liar, dude.
What's
Did I
the
do it
next
right?
topic?
Oh,
So
my
we
God,
got it.
dude.
We
This
got,
is a topic.
we got
Yeah,
the
what's up?
next topic here. It's related to Zoom, but here we go. So thanks to quarantine, Zoom meetings have become more common for things like classrooms, working from home, and even SNL. What? Do you think that after the quarantine is done, online meetings like this will become more commonplace, or things will go back to normal? Oh, forget about that shit. I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about
That
Zoom.
question's-
People running into Zooms. We can talk about that part
Oh,
if you
yeah,
want.
TWOMAD. Let's talk about
crashing.
that.
So
TWOMAD.
basically-
But people, what is your guys' take of people running into Zoom meetings and
There's-
disrupting classrums, etc.?
Yeah, who
There's
the
this
fuck would do
popular
that?
YouTuber that's like making YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who the
that's me,
fuck-
dude, and it's fucking
so-
awesome. I won't lie.
So I'm not sponsored by Zoom for the. I'm not even using Zoom for this show, by the way. Zoom, if you can give me a better product, hey, we'll work together. TWOMAD, you are the YouTuber that is doing that, and I'm very curious. What is your perspective? What's your take on doing that? What do you think?
It's fucking awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. It's hilarious. School sucks. It's a bit of spice to a lot of these kids' lives. There's basically no negative. The good just outweighs the negative completely. So there's this is a super easy topic. There is no argument to this.
What about
Well,
the dudes that are
so-
breaking in and masturbating?
All right, does that mean that they?
Yeah,
that,
so
that
That's
means,
fucked up, but not what I'm doing. That's fucked up. What
So
you're
can we
No,
just,
no,
can we
no,
just
I'm
go
not
down
saying
and
you
clarify
are,
a little
yeah.
some cool things here?
Yeah.
So Zoom was not prepared for the pandemic. It's not like a pandemic prepared product. So the security on Zoom was not meant to be taken to this level. So yeah, there's a lot of vulnerability, a lot of exploitability, and it's not really hard. I believe you can even Google, you're able to brute Google your way into a couple of these Zoom
it's
meetings.
because they're old. It's because they don't know how to secure the room, so people just get in. It's super easy. The fact of the matter is the teachers just don't get it.
And so when that happens, things can pretty much become as wild of variables like old school chat roulette, where you just go in and just dong everywhere, or whatever it could be, right? So that's and the thing is here, I've heard that there are a couple of these Zoom crash parties where people can come in and at first meant to I guess target and harass maybe your stay-at-home teacher, because you guys still got to do school during a pandemic right now, which kind of sucks because it's remote and extra tedious. It can go as far as even some certain White House official coordinated business being impeded on through Zoom meetings here.
Yeah,
me
but that's
ask
so
you-
stupid. Why would they
Wait,
ever
wait, wait,
use Zoom?
Tumat,
Like,
can you do me
it
a
goes
favor?
through China. It's terrible. Like, no
Tumat.
government should ever be using Zoom. It doesn't make
So
any
my question
sense.
to you,
Tumat.
Tumat, is what are you doing? Like, what you're crashing
Instead of that
inconsequential
question,
things, but what are you?
I want you to show us instead. So like Hassan, can you talk about some boring ass political shit? Like teach us about it, and then TWOMAD, we're gonna roleplay you entering the
Nah,
Zoom.
I'm not
like,
gonna
this
do
is-
anything.
And
What
then
I
and
do
then
will
show
get
us
you
what you would
banned
do.
anyways.
All right, go
Yeah,
ahead, Hassan. Take away with the
you
lesson.
can't do it on Twitch. What he does to enter the Zoom.
Definitely not.
You can't do that. So Hassan, what's your
But
take
what
on that?
what I do is I
Wait,
just
wait,
go in
wait,
there and I say like some dumb shit, like who's Joe? You know what I mean? Just the dumb shit. Maybe take off my shirt. And
Who is Joe?
Who are you invading?
Wait. Who's Joe?
Oh, yeah, so-
Joe
who
is
are
some
you
guy
invading
in the
right now,
classroom, Bob, that we don't know who Joe is.
Joe
It's
is
just a
some
random guy.
dude using Zooms. Joe is a random fucking teacher. Anyways,
You're going in like
what I
random
do is
Zoom
I don't
rooms?
do anything. I don't bother anybody. I just make hilarious content. People love it. They like the fact that like it's a weird, awkward dynamic that a teacher has like some random, black dude. I don't know if that's
Can
random.
you show me a joke? I just want to see one joke. I love jokes.
No,
Give
Bob,
me an example.
shut up,
Are you
Bob. What
seriously
the
asking
fuck?
Joe is Joe Mama. There you go, buddy. Laugh, everyone laugh. XD.
Got 'em.
Anyways, what I'm doing doesn't hurt anybody. It actually adds a lot to people's lives. It's entertainment, right? We can all agree that entertainment improves a lot of people's lives, especially now in quarantine. So what I do is okay, but what other people be doing, where they get their dicks out, whatever the fuck, all that shit, no. Like in general, that's wrong.
So
It happens
again,
when
I want to slow that down here because I still haven't heard from you. Who are you invading? Are you invading stay-at-home classrooms? Are you what
So
rooms
I
are you
asked
invading?
I asked my fans to give me their classrooms. Okay, I just tell them to give me the links, right? And they just
so
give
it
it
is-
to me.
so it
That's
is
it. I just
classrooms.
whoever they give me, whether it's a karate class, it could be an actual class. It's usually classrooms.
Do you
Could
ask
be
for
like some
consent?
fucking Bible study. That's happened many times. Shit like that.
Bible study. Lecture fan, I'm curious because you just came back to the computer here. Were you able to did you listen to what TWOMAD said about coming in? Do you even know what topic we're talking about right now?
Yeah, like going into Zoom meetings uninvited.
I want to know what it would be like if TWOMAD invaded lecture fans' Bible study session. I think that'd be fucking pure
Dude, I'd lose
unadulterated
my fucking
content.
brain. I'd be like I'd be off the shits. I'd be off the trolley. I wouldn't handle that for a few fucking seconds. I'd die.
Well, here's my question. Okay, so I want to get some TWOMAD Zoom meta here. So you get in the room, couldn't they just kick you? Like I don't get it. Like why? Like you
They
get
can,
there, you
but
cross
they kind of suck at it. They definitely do kick me. It takes like a few seconds, few minutes, and I'm gone.
Okay.
You don't get much time in there. It sucks. I wish I could go longer because it's fucking hilarious. But
So you don't feel like any guilt for what you do at all? Like there's like no like.
nah,
nah,
not
fuck
really.
'em?
Unless I say something wrong. Like I feel fucking bad myself. Like I go in there and I say like, "Who's Joe?" And then there was some girl who just said, "Do fentanyl, die." Like that's some people would say. Like the fact of the matter is, me joining isn't that big of an inconvenience. Me specifically, what I do isn't a big deal. Like
Do you think that you
they
inspire
they
others?
hate
Do you
school.
think-
I'm
I
actually.
don't know,
loving
dude.
it.
So do
I
you
don't
think?
know, I don't know, dude.
Do you think you have an
They wanna
impact?
leave.
You kind of come off as like a 2013 prank nation cringe Zoomer content. I'm sorry, dude. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's kind of what it is.
Yeah,
That's
but
kind of
like,
what it is.
so-
But my point is there's more good than negative.
Dude,
Yeah,
what
therein
what
lies
is
the
Zoom?
problem. I'm
Alright,
sure
yeah.
what you're doing is
TWOMAD, can you
fine,
help me be better
TWOMAD.
with the Zoomers? Because I feel like I want to hit well with them. Because I imagine there's some in the Twitch chat. I think like, do they like
I
armpit
think you're
farts?
doing
Is
a
that
great
funny?
job already. Like you're doing fantastic.
Is this funny to the Zoomers?
I doubt that's hilarious. I don't think that's funny.
What
at
about
all.
like Kappa? Like, I'm so excited to be here. Kappa, is that funny?
Bob, would you stop
Somewhat,
derailing the
depends on the
conversation
person.
with stupid shit, please?
No, Raj, I
God.
won't.
This is his fucking bit, man. Come on.
I
Luke.
know, but
Like,
I mean, there isn't much of an argument for this. There isn't
Bob,
at all.
you
It's just
derailed the conversation
well, I
for
mean,
about
the
45
argument was come
seconds
down to
asking
what
who the
Bob
fuck
actually
Joe
did
was.
say, and everyone ignored it.
Who's
And
Joe?
that was
I
that.
still don't. I don't even know who
do
Joe
you
is.
inspire people to do like push it further? Like every time there's like a sort of social trend that blows up on YouTube and people get attention from it, people end up doing like a more dumb or extreme version of it.
Yeah.
Like what about that fucking manufactured nonsense, the Bird Box Challenge, which was again that was AstroTurf the fuck by Netflix because the film was garbage, but motherfuckers were in blindfolds like, oh, can I get out the room? And then it became motherfuckers driving cars with blindfolds, motherfuckers walking down highways wearing blindfolds.
You're
And it's
not
like
wrong.
People are too fucking dumb to be given something that's funny when the smart person that came up with it did it. And then they think, well, I'll be funny if I do it, and I'll add a little twist and push it a little bit further. Like,
A little bit further.
But what, hold
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
but,
you-
but,
are you ever
but
worried
Richard,
about that?
Richard, what if he puts before the stream, you should not try this? I'm a
Listen, no,
professional."
I
that will
don't think
work.
I am not
Good
saying
point, Raj.
TWOMAD is responsible for anything an asshole does. But what I'm saying is, like, you do have to kind of weigh stuff up. Like, when you're doing something that might inspire copycats or people to follow it and stuff, like.
I weighed it. I
Yeah,
weighed it, and honestly,
okay.
school is trash. School is trash. It's fucking.
You
it's an
think so? Why?
institution. Ending classes
I
once in a
waited,
while.
and I'm
it's a day off for the
anti-education
kids,
was
it's
not
fine.
the answer I expected. I won't lie.
Dude, school is trash. Nobody
Why,
likes
why is
school
it
unless
trash?
you-
Why is
some
it
people
trash?
like it.
Why is school trash though, in your opinion?
It's trash because a lot of people are just forced to go into it. And they like, if I had kept going in school, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be helping my family. I wouldn't be, helping. a bunch of
Oh,
other
that's
people,
actually
you know?
okay.
Fair enough.
TWOMAD, that actually is smart because like if you stop learning, then you could stay in that mindset and then appeal to that fan base.
I'm definitely learning. I'm just not learning
like the
dumb shit like
14-year-olds.
math, like certain fucking complex math that you don't
Hold
need
on.
ever.
Let me tell you something about school, though. Hold on. Let me tell you something about school. Okay. I have a bachelor's degree. Okay. I know it's a shock to many, but I'm educated. I went through the entire system. Okay. And I can tell you, TWOMAD, yeah, sure, you're not going to remember what you learned in those classes, but school does teach you basic fundamental skills that you will carry with you for the rest of your life.
That's what you're doing.
No, I'm
I
not
admit
trying
it,
to
I'm a
call you an
fucking
incel.
I have bad social skills.
I'm
whatever,
not
but
trying
still,
to. I'm not
worth
calling
it.
you an incel.
Worth it to drop out of high school, 100%. At least for
What
me.
I'm saying is, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. What I'm saying is, hold on. But let me finish. Shut up. God
You're the
damn it.
host. You're the host.
I know, but let me finish. All right.
All right.
Okay.
My name's Raj, and my opinion matters.
I was gonna say it's important though. I think school's important, and I also think that education should be free for all. But that's another conversation. But go ahead.
You gotta put yourself in the poll now. You're part of it.
Sometimes
Who's gonna pay for it, Raj? Who's gonna pay for that?
I don't know.
Like, learn shit that you don't want to learn
China.
because your parents told you to. It doesn't come out right. Like there's a lot of people who go to school, gather up all this debt, and they're just stuck with it for the rest of their lives. Well, it's just terrible in those cases. So it can be good, can be bad, but a lot of it's almost always forced to go into it. The kids don't even get a chance to figure out, do they want to go down this route that'll take years and take a lot of money and really put them in these positions that they might regret in the future.
Do you do
That's
any
what I think sucks.
Do you do any immoral memes? Are your memes grounded?
Oh my
Somewhat, but I don't think it really matters because I'm a kid.
But here's the thing, TWOMAD. School fucking sucks, is what it does. That is
globally
true.
for anybody.
But TWOMAD,
Oh
but
my
let me
God.
but let me tell you another thing. You know what also sucks? Life fucking sucks, and it teaches you about the fact
That's
that
called depression.
no, life sucks. Well, no, multiple things in life sucks, and I think one of the biggest things that schools teaches you is sometimes in life you got to do things that you don't want to do to get to where you need to go, and that's just the reality of life.
That school did not teach me that.
Well,
Definitely
okay,
not
well,
school.
maybe it's different for every person, but
Okay, so
I
the
think
thing
school
about
taught
it,
me to
TWOMAD,
grind
you're
and, and like be like routine and have routine.
your villainization and detestment of school in general is misplaced here, because I think you're also including the lump of education in general is whack. No, the American education system is antiquated, outdated, terrible, and needs a complete logistic overhaul and makeover. That's why you were not engaged.
I have
That's
a
why you
question.
hate
No,
it
you're
right
actually
now.
right. I'm just terrible at articulating myself.
do you think there's too many dumb people?
I completely
Because,
agree with you, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. But I'm just terrible at articulating. That's exactly it. When I
Yeah,
say
you-
school in the general sucks, I think it sucks when you go through high school and just like high school sucks. Like you're fucking like edgy teenager. I'm still edgy, but you're like a
Oh,
fucking
for sure,
kid.
yeah.
You're, like going through this
Because,
shit.
and if I can hear me continue here, because rather than have your interest or like social dynamic, like maybe like molded by and to engage you in the classroom to actually want to learn, instead the most important thing is like date of manufacture. What year were you born? You're born this year. You go with these other people who are relevant of their interest are all forced to give a shit about the same shit that you don't give a fuck about at all altogether here. Like that doesn't even happen in the real world anywhere ever. You're not surrounded by a bunch of other like Zoomer ass idiots when you're working on a particular job. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that is a very outdated thing, and it's unfortunate that your lack of engagement has led to your total resentment here. Because I
don't think
there's
it's
potential
total
here.
resentment. I think I have resentment, but I don't think it's total resentment. I think I'm just bad at explaining myself.
I
don't think
okay,
school in
man, I
general is
think-
bad, but I think
Dude,
it's
do
nice
you know what
when they
actually
are.
would have helped you?
Well, at the same time though, you're probably throttled because of the.
You just
I mean,
made it
honestly, yeah, Zoom stay-at-home schooling sounds like fucking, I don't know, ass AIDS or whatever,
It's
dude.
better
Like,
than
I
normal
totally get
school,
that.
for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, because you get to
Is-
stay
is-
at home.
is no
You don't have
one
to- it's only an
gonna-
hour.
Is no one going to leap on the obvious material that we've got a guy saying school sucks and then going, but for some reason I'm just terrible at articulating
Yeah,
myself?
that's what I just said.
Like,
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like,
That's
if
Sorry to
only
interrupt
there
you,
was
Bob.
some
No,
sort
don't
of
hit that
system in
spot.
place to assist with that.
No, but
I'm
Raj.
but it highlights the problem that TRIHEX alluded to, which is the fact that there are problems with our system, and there are problems that fuck, god damn it, they don't.
But look,
it doesn't always. Shit!
There's Raj filibuster. This is filibustering.
I'm
We're
passionate
getting late
about
into the
this.
round.
Go ahead,
I'm
finish
getting
your thought,
filibustered
TWOMAD.
by
Sorry, I
Raj.
couldn't
I
finish
was
mine.
gonna say like, yeah, I'm bad at math. I'm bad at articulating myself, but I still think it was worth it for me. I think my talents and what I'm good at is what I'm doing right now, and whatever it leads to, rather than Because if I went to school, I would have been like my dad, an engineer,
God,
and fuck,
everybody should
oh
just
my
become a
god, would have been
YouTuber.
bad. You know what I mean? Like that would not have been good for me.
I want to live
But
in a world
how
where
not
everybody
bad,
just
I
watch.
strayed away from that.
If everybody watched each other's
makers right
content,
now.
we could all be
We need
YouTubers. You just
engineers.
have to promise to all watch each other.
You do. There is a need for engineers. So people who want to be engineers should be engineers. But not me. Fuck that. Not me. Not me.
Anybody want to be a YouTuber? I want to be a YouTuber.
I think
Taking my shirt off.
Well, if you think math is whack, then engineers going to be a very uphill battle for
What,
you
what
anyway.
hold on.
Math
What
is
I was
whack.
trying
love
to
math.
say.
I just don't have the capacity to learn it.
What I was trying to
I
say
don't have the willpower.
was I was trying to say too, Matt, is the system isn't built to cater to every single student, and I think that that's a shame. I think that the system is biased towards a certain type of person that excels in testing and all sorts of other things and can sit through hours of
Raj,
lecture. I think that especially
Raj,
creative
Raj,
people.
we're supposed to have the opinions.
Done talking. Shut up!
The rounds are short, Raj. I can't handle it.
I know.
It's for me.
But let me finish.
I gotta
Let me
get my
let me
opinions
finish.
in.
Let me
You're the
finish.
host,
Let me
Raj.
finish my thought. Okay, I never talk. I never talk.
Two times
I never
speed.
talk.
3 times speed. Just
I
speed it up.
never talk.
I know you can speak really fast, Raj.
No, but what I'm saying,
Okay, this is my opinion, and my name is Raj Patel, and I think
saying,
that-
Bob, is what I'm saying, Bob, is and to
Faster,
TWOMAD,
Raj.
is the system is not built for people, creative people like yourself. Okay,
Exactly,
it's built
bro.
for the people that have a different type of brain than you and I have, and it's not fair. People that don't have the same type of brain as the people that can sit in front of lectures for hours at a time. And absorb all that information, then perform on a test. Not everybody's like that, and the system isn't built to cater to the
You're
other
right.
people. And
I'm
those
good at
other
making
people
memes.
are
I'm good at
valuable
editing.
parts of society, like yourself. So go ahead.
Maybe lecture fans, right? Maybe because Raj has Coomer brain, and maybe that's because of the porn, dude. Maybe we were all wrong yelling at you. Maybe it's really. What'd you say? Moral rot? Yeah, no, that shit's stupid. Still.
So if I can't hear, all right. So TWOMAD. The elephant in the room right now is you're on your Nirvana point. You're invading more Zoom rooms than a Dark Souls PvP player right now. My question to you is obviously Zoom caught on here that their security is horseshit and needs to make it pump up to be pandemic proof. What's your plan? What's your content creation plan / happiness goal once you can't do the Zoom invasions? It's because
Okay,
I don't
so
think that's a heavy question or
I've
not,
been
but
doing YouTube for so long, and I've been viral many times. I make good money. I never needed Zoom. Zoom's just another thing I've been doing. Like I
Is
just
that
keep up.
nice
I
of
made a
you?
couple videos on it. People love it. I don't need Zoom to continue. Like my skills, what keeps me from being a fucking homeless in a box, cardboard box on the street, is the fact that I'm just good at video editing. I'm just really good at that. I learned that. I'm good at that. I'm not good at math, but I'm good at video editing. Really good at it. I'm really good at it for what I do.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know you personally, so I understand you went viral.
This is what I was
with
trying to
Zoom
say
invasions.
earlier before Raj cut me off to deliver yet another monologue on his own show in the final round. But,
See? Raj, it's not just me.
I do agree with TWOMAD here. I agree and I disagree. I think school is, of course, incredibly important to give you a base level of knowledge, help you get critical thinking skills, whether you like it or not. I think it's important. You need to learn to read, shit like that. We obviously can't leave that up to the individual because then you would have a lot more lecture fans in society, and society would literally be overall worse. The reason why he hasn't talked about it is probably, I'm assuming he's a fan of homeschooling because public education is communism.
I live with a guy who's homeschooled, and he's a fucking idiot. He's like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there needs to be a
watching.
base level of education. It's overall a good thing. I think we need to encourage more education. Most importantly here is that you are correct when you say you have certain skills and you have certain interests. And unfortunately, we as a society have failed to bring that out of you in the best way possible. That where you could have gone to a trade school or you could have gone to an art degree and you could have gotten something that genuinely helped improve your editing skills early on. Once we found out that was what you wanted to do.
When we become cyborgs, that shit will be solved. When we could just scan somebody's brain and be like, all right, this motherfucker, put him that slot, cells, interlink, that type of thing. Then it'll be complete fixed.
So you are correct, and I wish that we had more funding and we had better opportunities to make sure that every single person could follow different pathways after getting their base level of education.
I want to go to
that
the school of
appeals
cloud,
to them,
dude. How do I get cloud?
where they can understand and consume and learn the information as best as possible.
True and real and happened.
Okay, has everybody gotten the time to talk that they wanted?
No.
Want?
I don't know. I want to hear more from that host guy.
We only touched on really one part of this question here, which was the whole TWOMAD invading and Zoom security. You actually had asked, do we think that in-home conferencing will be done further in the workforce post the pandemic? Wasn't that your full question? Or do you want to
Yeah,
get?
No, I don't
Raj
think I
said
have
he didn't
to,
want
but
to
we can
talk
talk
about
about
that though.
We could kick people. It's time.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
okay.
I want to
I'll be the
clarify
host.
something.
Raj could be the. You
I
wanna
want to
flip-flop?
clarify something. The reason I had to go on a monologue is because I inappropriately went after TWOMAD for bashing education, and then I had to come back and say and balance it out and play the centrist role for why his opinions are valid, so that it didn't get skewed to one direction.
But I do believe everybody should just quit school and become a streamer. That shit's viable.
I
Well, I
agree.
can't help you after that.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
you just have to watch each other. If we just watch each other, we'll all have.
Okay, here we go.
I'm on the Raj show.
Well, it's
There's
changed
actually
Twitch Prime.
I would love to pick that point apart there too, man. If you were serious about that and you think
No,
people
I'm
think
not serious.
all-
I'm not serious. That's fucking stupid. I'm not
Man,
serious at all.
well, look, I know you're a YouTuber, man. You got to throw a Kappa in there when you're being sarcastic.
Sorry,
bro.
my bad. Cap,
Twitch
bro.
rules.
Massive cap.
Kappa. All right.
All right. Go ahead and vote. The bottom two are going to be in the eliminated from the show.
I will expose Hassan when we get down to the 1v1. I will destroy him.
He's just
like I
literally
destroyed
doing this
Justin.
so he can stay in and
That's
no
a
one
good
fucking.
point. You're exposing me too. We'll expose each other.
Okay, well, I have nothing to expose you on. I don't know
You
what's
just
going
exposed
on,
me.
but
That was my trick.
my expose is that you were just using that as a way to stay in.
Hey,
Hey,
I got something good.
By the way, Chad, I want to remind you, bans are permanent. You can't see the chat, and no unbans are happening. Okay, so if you want to fuck with it, I will ban you permanently. Okay,
Holy
and if
shit,
it
really?
doesn't matter to you, then I guess it doesn't matter to you. But that's just what's gonna happen. Okay.
God damn, Raj,
Perma
I'm
bans
sorry.
are coming out in the
I'm
chat,
sorry.
and they're coming out aggressively. Okay.
I'm sorry that I was making fun of you for monologuing. My bad. It was okay. It's your show. Sorry, Raj. Monk.
What happens, Raj? Are you gonna ban someone if they type Kappa? Like, so say if they say like Raj thinks Kappa.
Bob,
is
you're
that
banned from the
bannable?
chat.
Kappa.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, Raj.
All right.
Where's TRIHEX?
All right, here we go.
Died.
Keep voting. Hassan, you do the same shit. You freak out in your chat, and you threaten to ban them for some guy earlier some guy earlier said something to the effect of he wanted to he disagreed with you on the weather, and you banned him for 72 hours. It was unbelievable. Who was that guy?
I think it was, but he's a longtime troll.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I know, dude. I know my community really well. Like, I know my return customers really fucking well for how big it is. Like,
That's an Invader V take right there. Return customers. That's some cuck shit.
Yeah.
And I get it. I know. I for one stand behind the fact that I don't speak that much on my opinions on the show. Okay, so I get it. I shouldn't do that. You're right.
Your opinion is I'm gay. That's it. Nothing.
Raj,
Which is a
can I
good
say
opinion.
something?
No, you
You're
can't,
an all
Bob.
right guy. You're all right.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. I love how you throw me under the bus at the for your benefit and my expense.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
I mean, sorry you get to make the money off of it.
Well, hey, you get to make it too.
True. Wait,
I get
what?
to make the money?
Yeah, no, Bob is a
Can I have $5 for coming on the show today, Raj? Just $5.
No.
Raj, just $5.
No, you can't.
Come on, anybody has $5, Raj.
I'm fresh out, Bob. I can't afford it. I can't afford it, Bob. I'm too financially irresponsible.
I do.
Same.
I was about to fucking respond to my own offline chat almost. That's how in tune with them I am. Okay.
Okay, let's look at the poll. The bottom two are going to be eliminated from the show. The bottom two are Richard Lewis and Lecture Fan. Both of you have been eliminated from the show. Lecture Fan, let's start with you. Sir, you have been tanking quite a bit of nasty, nasty libs for the entirety of the show. And we have a lot to pray about at Bible study this Wednesday. Please shout out your channel. You are a pleasure to have on the show despite our disagreements. So please tell us where we can find you.
Well, I appreciate that, Raj. I had a lot of fun today. Hope everybody else did. LCTR Fan, every single social media platform. It's Lecture Fan, spelled LCTR Fan. Thanks a lot, Raj, and thanks
Can I
everybody
give you
else. I'll
homework?
talk to you
Have a good one,
bro.
Lecture Fan. Thank you.
And my day's gone.
Did you guys want to say he's still probably in voice? So
I just wanted to give him homework. I wanted him to figure out like would he kill him or not and be able to justify it. That was the.
How am I still here?
For me,
Richard Lewis, let's hear from you, sir. You are always a pleasure to have on the show.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And just on a serious note, Raj, like, thanks a lot for like reaching out and being a good pal and everything else, man. With everything else that's been going on, I really appreciate it. Just always great to see all the regulars again. TWOMAD, great to meet you, brother. You know, I think that Zoom stuff's some funny shit. So I hope it takes you to viral heaven. And lots of money.
Is it nice to meet me?
Yeah, well, no, we've done a show before, don't you remember?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I made a big impression, I can tell. But good luck in the finals to everybody. Channel is Richard Lewis Reports if you want to follow it. R Lewis Reports on Twitter. Take care, guys. Thanks a lot again.
We
Raj.
love you, Richard.
Yeah,
thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
See you again.
Bye-bye. Okay, it is now down to your final 4 here that are going to duke it out for the...
Well, guys, do I expose this on now, or do I risk...
the prize is, and we can talk about... We have one more topic, really, before we get to, like, the final round, because obviously 2 people are going to get eliminated again. And that is the Tfue Ninja drama. Oh, my God, it was huge yesterday. I don't know if you were following it on Twitter.
Oh, shit, no,
it was huge.
Not.
I believe Tfue was streaming when allegedly he wasn't supposed to be, and leaked some information in DMs regarding the MrBeast charity stream. Does anybody care about that, or
how are you supposed to have an opinion? Like, oh yeah, I'm glad you leaked it. That was awesome.
Well, I don't know.
I can't wait to fight about this.
What's the drama?
If I can, my feedback here, Raj.
Sure.
Like, okay, so if we're talking about some shit that happened weeks ago, it was earlier in the topic today here. Why are we getting to like Valorant? Like,
you know, I'm not. I'll be honest with you, TRIHEX. I'm not a big gaming guy, but we can talk about it if you'd like.
Well, no. It's you don't have to be a gaming guy to talk about like the incompetence and the goddamn shit show.
Yeah, sure. So we could bring up the fact. I mean, one of the things I was passionate about personally was what is your guys' take on like the Twitch enabling the what do they call that thing?
Let me go
drops.
Riot
drops.
sponsorship opportunity is gone. And that's why Raj won't talk about that.
It's just a bunch of kids with their iPads.
So yeah,
playing
so
and,
what do you guys think about them
shit to come
enabling drops? The extension that allowed streamers to enable drops. And if TRIHEX, you obviously have a strong opinion about it. Let's start with you.
Oh, so yeah. What happens right now is you can take engagement of a stream and you can like weaponize that for marketing and engagement. So whereas before, you know, it would just be like, you know, I'm gonna throw a static ad at your face and you have to like, you know, deal with it and suffer from it, you know. So no matter how much you don't give a shit about, you know, Clorox bleach and you have to watch that commercial when you're on a Twitch stream. Now they have like, you know, influencers who are doing native advertising via throwing you the thing you want, you know, using artificial scarcity of the resources you want here, the invite to the beta key for playing, you know, Riot's first game in 10 years here, Valorant. And
what about TFT, dude? Don't throw shit.
So yeah, so now you're seeing that. But the problem here is, and this is where my opinion gets strong here, the problem is that if you're playing the game and you have your Riot account connected, you get drops enabled. So you're hoping to get a key because you want to get into the exclusive Cool Kids Club and play the cool new game or whatever, right? But the problem here now on Twitch's end or in the Twitch ecosystem is that like top streamers caught on here that if you do reruns, proper systematic reruns of your broadcast, you don't have drops enabled. But if you are broadcasting live, you can just go live and play your VOD manually through your OBS software or whatever. And while deceptive to a certain degree here, that does get drops enabled, and that was getting viewers and bots and traffic and monopolizing the directory.
This has to do with Invader V. Look, Amazon. That has totally to do with Amazon, their business. They want to like expand Twitch to the mainstream, so they do that stupid shit. Where
but do you guys think that's? Do you think that's the way to do it, TWOMAD? Do you think that there was like
the
beneficial?
rich get richer. That's what it is.
But do you think it was beneficial? But do you think?
But it's only Summit 1G's anomaly at doing that.
But do you think that truly the rich get richer in this scheme? Because in order for the rich to get richer, doesn't the method of getting rich be sustainable for the long term? Do you think that that's a sustainable method?
They get followers. Twitch is just going to keep letting it slide constantly because they want to move their business forward. It's just going to go that way. Twitch is just losing
what if these advertisers find out the fact that these numbers were inflated?
Dude, but Raj, that's the thing.
It's non-genuine engagement, which is going to hurt like the ad sales of Twitch eventually at some point here. But even aside from that, thank you. Even
so,
aside
Twitch is
from
double
that,
stupid then. So they're still going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. This is 100% to me. In my opinion, this is like short-term like monetary growth, and long-term it's going to hurt. Because not only that, I mean, imagine, Raj, imagine if like some asshole has a better podcast than you and does a vodcast in the deliberately wrong way that just fucks you over.
But I don't think Summit isn't doing what somebody referenced.
Yeah, he's not. I didn't name drop
Yeah, but
someone.
I know. But somebody, I think the chat thought that that's what he was doing. He's not.
No,
really-
Anomaly is doing it.
If I learned-
Some is criticizing it.
Yeah,
If
Summit
I
was
learned
not doing
anything
that.
from
Summit did
Devin
not
Did not do that, chat.
I just hate
Clarification, he did
people
not
who are
do
rich
that.
and famous.
Yeah, that is actually fake news.
Yeah.
If I've learned anything from Devin Nash is that he said that when it comes to marketing, you know, just morals don't apply at all. So Riot just as long as they get people to watch their game, who cares? You know, it's all good.
While that is true here, I mean, this does affect suspension here because, like, so what happens whenever like any of us are going to be playing games and then like some other asshole's going to make like a new marketing campaign for their game and they're going to have drops enabled, it's going to be high demand, whether it be Activision with the new Call of Duty, whatever the fuck, right? And then this shit goes on again. It's going to be normalized here where you can, like, what if for no additional effort you can just win the directory you're known for an additional 12 hours a day for free and get all these offline subs and monopolize this whole directory
Yeah, it
shit?
sounds smart, dude. That sounds smart.
It sounds fucking toxic. It sounds impossible to like.
I want to be the guy on the top. I want to be the guy playing the VOD and just getting subs, dude. That sounds sick.
You're aware this is the equivalent. I don't even mean sarcastic right now. It's the equivalent
It destroys like the platform. If the largest fucking content creator on the platform is abusing the system, there's already a system set in place called restreaming, and there's a reason why Anomaly doesn't use restreaming and instead does VOD reruns, which is a workaround because he knows that reruns don't get the same kind of placement and reruns are not going to get the same kind of audience, and that's precisely why he's doing it. It's
Son,
so
don't you
strange to me
advocate for
that
working outside of the system? Don't you always advocate for that?
this would literally be.
You're taking so monumentally stupid right now. I can't take it.
I advocate for good rules. I advocate for good rules all the time. I know Bob was just memeing, but my point is,
I don't have an opinion on this at all.
Twitch is once again putting short-term profit over long-term gains, and like protecting the, I guess, not sanctity, but protecting like integrity of the environment, or creating a better culture overall by literally allowing a non-live video, a non-live podcast to be streamed as though it is a live broadcast, and it's been continuously that way. This person benefited tremendously from it. Like now that, you know, Summit and XQC are no longer doing it, they're no longer like playing 24/7, which Felix literally did. Like he sat there and he played for 3 consecutive days. He played the game for 3 consecutive days, which, you know,
I heard people were like concerned for his health.
So wait, Son, weren't you salty that you didn't get into the beta?
Oh yeah, of course. I was super salty.
Do you deserve special treatment? Are you not one of the people?
Yeah, no, I do deserve special treatment. Absolutely.
Why is that?
No, I was more mad about, to be honest, I was more mad about the fact that like they were doing this.
Why can't you just watch a stream like a normal person? You know?
Excluding it, as TRIHEX pointed out, like artificial scarcity. I was more upset about that, but the other part of it, the reason why I was salty about it is because fuck, man, like all of my fucking friends are playing video games, and I'm not even gonna benefit. Like I wasn't even gonna benefit from playing Valorant. I lose viewers.
So just because you're the top 1% of Twitch, you deserve special treatment, you know?
Yes,
I think
that is why he deserves special treatment.
I think everyone should. My point is, I think everyone should have gotten the game. I think everyone should have gotten the game.
I want to give you some dose of reality here. You sitting at 2K viewers the other day, you are in the top 1% as well.
Right, that was only because you were there.
Actually, way higher than top 1%.
Yeah, even higher than that. Yeah.
I'm not saying that like I specifically
I am an advocate
deserve it.
for
I'm saying that
socialism.
everyone deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You're in the top 10th of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, okay.
By the way, I will. Hasan is addicted to something, and I will expose him.
It's ramen, dude.
If I see myself in the finals, because I dunked on Destiny and lost last time, so I think I could maybe pull that off again this time.
It's time to vote. We are going to vote for who?
Wait, we're voting over that stupid shit game topic?
Wait, what?
Alinity has been unbanned.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Dude, I think it's because of my argument. It's because I defended her. I think Twitch staff was watching and they did the box thing. I think they voted not sexy.
Okay, Bob. It's time to vote. We are voting now on who you want to keep, not
Free
kick.
the nipple.
Keep, not kick.
Well, now I will say you're too mad. I feel like you will have opinion that you can contribute here to it, because if you're, you know, I see that your YouTube is like, you know, you're over 1 million subs. Congrats, by the way. And so I'm just like, I know you understand here how annoying it may be.
I'm putting the link in the chat. I'm putting the link in the chat. Well,
Do you mean you
I
want
don't
to put it
have
in
a
your
new link. I don't have a new
Discord?
poll.
No,
I don't know
okay.
where it is.
I'm trying to talk right now.
Yeah, I know,
my friend.
TRIHEX. Finish your thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like if you don't get the context of what's going on right now, it's like it's literally the same thing as if like some asshole on YouTube was just like, you know, view botting his ass off to gamify the algorithm to get preferred recommendations of unearned traffic en masse and continue to use that exponential growth to continue to fuck over everyone else in the same spectrum of Google and search results that could eventually hurt you if they overlap in your like video categories.
Honestly,
you not follow that?
Which is fucking god. It's just terrible. They're being SJW and they're making everything all shitty. They're making everybody make less content, and it just sucks.
I mean,
that's why they took my partnership.
To some degree, they have
And
to
that
have
all just
certain rules.
encapsulates into that. Because I'm not smart enough to be able to think like, oh, this and that. Like, I get it, but like, man, all I know is Valorant just fucking sucks. That's what it registers to me. Valorant sucks. I don't care about Valorant. If you play Valorant, you suck. That's it to me. Like, that's how it is. I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
We need rules to some degree, but I think that, like, I feel like Twitch is strict in areas that they don't need to be, and they're not strict in areas that maybe they should be. I don't know. It's
We
weird.
talked about it with Alinity. Like, it doesn't make sense how they do this shit. Like, it's all over the place.
It's hard to be consistent, I'm sure, but still, yes, it doesn't make sense a lot of the times. But also, it's important to keep in mind with a lot of these situations is a lot of these things are there's information that we don't know, and that's the hard part about all this stuff.
Yeah,
Twitch
what
doesn't make
Hassan's getting in his DMs. Dude, Raj, let's go on Mixer, dude. Let's go.
I'm not going to Mixer. You kidding me? Hell no.
Mixer fucking sucks.
All right. Hell no. I went on Mixer the other day, and like the top stream was like just playing music. Monster was like
Monster
the top
Cat.
stream.
Monster Cat's still topping that thing?
I mean, I don't know. Nobody was online, and Monster Cat was just killing it with 500 viewers, and they were just killing it. I mean, look, if the entire viewer base is AFK, I don't know if that's a place I want to go to. You know. Okay, the bottom two getting eliminated from the show. Is TRIHEX and TWOMAD. Those are the two getting eliminated from the show.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
man. Gentlemen, you were you were both of you were a pleasure to have on this. Both of you were a pleasure to have on the show. Always. Let's start with TRIHEX. TRIHEX, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
This was fun. This was fun.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
it. Lasting impression, y'all. Once again, do not nipple shame. Free the nipple. Free the breastfeeding. Tits are not genitalia. Should be totally normalized here. Yada yada yada. Try hard in chat. We're still #1 global emote overall here. I am. There's a new update from Mario Maker that came out recently. I play really hard Mario Maker levels. I deliver takes that are right up there with Hasan. So we're in there. Unlike Hasan, though, I kind of stopped watching the daily White House press briefings because they were like making my hairline recede back further than TWOMAD right now. So I had to stop on that one a little bit there because it was just literally like driving me insane.
They stopped their daily White House briefings?
No, I stopped watching them because they were like putting me on tilt every day because it was just it's propaganda. It's just nonstop. It's insane. The last one I watched was whenever the CEO of MyPillow came on and then delivered like an unabridged, 2-minute long monologue about like how we need to thank God for Trump blessing us with his presence here and just also
since then Trump has told people to
and privatization of markets and all that. So
he told people to ingest bleach, dude. I mean, it's content is fuck.
I heard Jared Kushner said some crazy shit about like it's our supply.
Actually didn't defend that. That was surprising.
Yeah,
I thought the lecture fan was going to be like, bleach doesn't hurt.
It's on. We should chat some point, dude. Because I haven't mauled in a while here. You can give me some feedback on how things have been.
Hey, link TRIHEX's channel in the chat, please. Twitch.tv/TRIHEX, man. Thank you very much.
It was nice meeting you, TRIHEX. You seem like a nice guy.
Thank you very much. Last but not least, this is his first Rajj Royale, and he made it this far. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it before, except the people that came on first and won. Go ahead, TWOMAD. Shout out your channel. Pleasure to have on as always.
I just want to make it clear, since like this is my time in front of Twitch viewers, I'm not just a YouTuber. I've streamed on Twitch for like a year or two, and I did some incredibly fucked up things, so I got banned. But I still have 150K followers on Twitch, so I'm not just a normie YouTuber. I know the Twitch memes, okay? Stop putting me in this bubble, please. But now I stream on YouTube because I say the N-word too much.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm doing a $10,000 giveaway to whoever can make me laugh on my stream. You laugh, you lose challenge, some Mr. Beast type shit. Peace.
When's that happening?
Have a good one.
That's happening sometime like the next week. It's gonna be fucking awesome.
All right, TWOMAD. Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, peace, boys.
Peace out.
Win.
Please, brother.
Okay.
Oh, look, Hassan's eating again.
Here
Am
we
I
go.
right?
Here we go, ladies
Are you
and
guys
gentlemen.
ready for the max? I'm about to pander more than
It's the
anybody's ever pandered
moment
before.
you've been waiting for. It's
First off,
Bob
Hassan,
7 versus
Take
Hassan
this.
in the final. The
All right,
winner,
so,
the person
I'll
with the most
expose him.
amount of the votes, will win the show. Let's start off by.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Go ahead,
Raj,
Bob.
you get just don't talk, okay? So, Hassan,
What?
we talked about
What'd you
this
say?
concept before.
Sorry, Bob. What?
Hassan,
Were you
Bob,
just...
after all this hype, there better be a good ass fucking expose, dude. I'm wondering because like if you don't deliver right now, literally everyone is gonna be like, oh fuck you, you cucked us, you lied to us,
Hassan, I've
you
talked
made
about
us
this concept
you made us
before.
disinterested.
And Hassan, listen, I want to help you. I think that you have a hunger that you can't satisfy. You have an addiction, and you are addicted.
I am a coomer.
You're addicted to clout pussy specifically, and you know you're gonna go from one girl with this many followers to the next. You know, you always like the porn stars because they got a lot of clout, but you know, I don't think you're ever gonna be happy unless you reach the top of the clout pussy chain, which is Oprah Winfrey. That is the only way you can satisfy the hunger, Hassan. You must have sex with Oprah.
I agree. That's fair. No,
And
I
now I'm
agree
ready
with
for
that.
I'm ready for the debate now. I'm
Was
ready
that
for the
was
debate.
this the expose, Bob?
Yeah. I'm also going to dunk you in a debate because you are actually I could debate you on anything, and I'll
Let's
give
go
you an
ahead.
example. Okay, so here's the debate topic. So not only let's be careful how I phrase this. So Hassan, my debate topic for you is you are much dumber than me. To be clear, not that just you are dumb, but you are much dumber than me. And the first
Probably
point
true.
that I would like to make is you got a pretty dumb face.
Oh, no, I probably am much dumber than you are. I'm much dumber than most people. I try to make this very clear all the time. I'm not a very particularly intelligent person.
Yeah, I agree.
I just do probably
You're losing the
reading
debate,
on weird
asshole.
shit that most people are not that interested in. So it comes across as I'm intelligent, but I don't think I'm like a particularly intelligent person.
Are you having flashbacks to when little Steve-O used to dunk on you? Because you're losing this debate, dude. Can you make one good point in your defense?
Not necessarily, considering that I think I'm doing pretty well for myself on the platform and in my life in general. So I don't really think about.
I disagree.
really
I'm much
like to
happier than
look
you're
behind-
doomed. I just talked about that you're not happy, Hassan. You turn on stream every day and you get views when you yell. So do you know what that means? You are incentivized to be angry. So you get paid to be an angry person, Hassan. Does that sound like a good life to live? Like, oh, I'm yelling about politics. Boom, thanks for the 500 gifted subs, dude. You're telling your viewers, if you trigger me, then I will be more entertaining. Is that the type of life that you want to live, Hassan? Just getting triggered all day? Is that really happiness? Is that what you want to do with your life?
Bob,
You just want to be known as the guy
let
who got
Hassan
triggered?
respond, please. This is like...
Yeah, you just got gish galloped, you dumb bitch, dude. I'm gonna pull out all the different debate topics. You're a frat boy. You care about your vanity more than anything.
Bob,
I don't even believe you. You said that you'd swap bodies with me to cure coronavirus, dude. There's so many vain people on this platform, but you
Listen,
were the
man,
top of it.
I'm about to
listen,
lose my hair in a couple of years, so my hairline's gonna look
me
like
too,
yours anyway.
man. And do you think I care?
No, that's what I'm
Embrace it.
saying. Like, I'd rather get ahead of it and, you know, get comfortable with that. And beyond that, I would rather have your skinny. The grass is always greener. So I'd rather be skinny like you and be able to eat whatever the fuck I want than
Also-
have to eat salads all day.
Can we actually bro out for a second?
hold on.
Mad all the
Let
time and
Hassan
getting paid
respond,
for it?
Bob.
Wait, hold on. As far as getting mad all the time and getting paid for it, honestly, I am mad. I'm an angry person. So if I'm gonna be an angry person regardless, I'd rather get fucking paid for it than not. You know what I'm saying?
Why not just be happy? But we could actually, do you want to bro out? We could bro out like, yo, isn't it cool that you had that feud with Steve-O, but now you get more viewers than him?
Are you doing this because your expose came short?
I'm just trying to pander. This is pandering.
Are you doing this because your
I'm trying
expose
to-
came
I'm
short,
trying to pull
Bob?
it-
Let's
No,
talk
it didn't
about
come
you
out
for a
short, dude.
second, Bob 7. How about that?
Ooh.
Respond to me.
How come you keep? Have you won one of these before?
No.
No. This is my
Why
second
do you
one.
think?
And by the
Why
way,
is it that
Bob,
you're
let him
afraid-
respond, Bob.
Why is it that you're so afraid, so cuck the Raj, so afraid of actually taking down the bigger streamer in this goddamn popularity contest? Buckle the fuck up, bucko, and
No, I'm gonna
take
win,
matters
dude.
into your own fucking hands instead of this neutered ass bullshit and give it to me straight, motherfucker. I want to see.
What do you disagree with that I said, Hassan? What did you disagree with?
None of this like, oh, this is a big streamer, so I don't want to really attack him that aggressively. Then Raj will get mad at me, and then he won't, have me back on, or I'll ruin the show. I want to see some real expose shit. Okay.
Well, hey, you asked for it. I didn't.
I think that you say that you were God. Don't be mean. People like you used to always pick on me, those jocks with those beautiful faces, and it's unfair, dude. Because not only do you get to bully on people that look like me, then you get to be popular on Twitch too, man. It's fucked up. But Hasan, you probably were like a frat boy in college. You probably went to college parties where you had to have like 2 girls on either arm just to get in, dude. I bet you women were the currency in the parties that you used to go to in your frat house. Am I right?
That's good pandering. That's what I'm talking about. Still not an expose.
Wait. Is that right though? Did you used to go to parties where there's a girl minimum, you got to bring 2 girls?
No, I never got in. I was just like you, Bob.
Are you telling the truth?
He couldn't fit
That's
through
the
the door
secret.
back
I was
then.
just like you, Bob, and just like you in the chat.
Yeah, we're both 6'4", dude.
Yeah, it's hard. Listen, it's hard. I used to be very fat, very insecure.
Yeah, you're an incel. Everybody knows. You have an emote just because Haas mods to acknowledge how big of an incel you are. Everybody knows. You don't fuck. There's no beautiful women with a lot of.
Here's how I would have attacked myself. Here's how I would have attacked myself, Bob. Are you ready? If I were in your shoes right now, here's what I would have done.
Lay it down.
I would ask Raj. First of all, I would command the room. I would ask Raj to play inspirational music. I don't know if he is right now.
Nah, that's
But I would
lame.
command him
That's
because
lame.
that is alpha. That's alpha
being
dog.
lame as fuck
That's
right
you
now.
as a worker finally fucking seizing control of your own destiny. Not just your means of production, but also your own
Hassan,
destiny.
do you know I'm going to win today? Hassan, do you know why I'm going to win?
Wait, listen,
because
let me tell you.
I
then I
actually
would talk
represent
about
the
how
chat. I am the common man. You are above them. You say I am for the people, Hassan, but you've always been above them. With your privilege, with your wealth, with your good, awesome looks. You're amazing looking. And me, I'm an average guy. I could relate to the chat. Chat could see themselves in
That's
me.
what I'm talking about. That's what I would hit. I would say, look at this fucking guy preaching for the little guy day in, day out, acting like he's an incel. And meanwhile, I, the literal manifestation of chat, sit here and try to put content in front of you when all of these big streamers don't even care enough, where they skirt along all the way to the fucking end and then absolutely bank on their massive audiences and their offline chats voting for me day in, day out. If you want to vote for the little guy, if you want to vote for the real representation of the chat, you vote for Bob7, not this Hasanabi shit.
Are you willing to die for your beliefs? Are you willing to die for what you believe in? I know I am.
I don't know where this is going, brother, but no, I don't know. It depends on what the beliefs are.
I'm a man of the people. I am equal.
Gentlemen,
I don't think that I should play king, and you guys are the chess pieces. I think that I should be on the front lines. Front lines? Okay, do the vote.
Gentlemen, last closing statements
Come on,
here.
don't throw, Bob. You got this. You got this, Bobber. You got this, Bob7.
Last closing statements from Bob.
This is a win. This is a win for the little guy. Day in, day out. Except, okay, if we're being honest, though, out of all of the large streamers that come on to the Rajj Royale show, and I don't even particularly consider myself a large one. I've morally lucked in rather, into both the correct positions.
Bob, you got to stop interrupting him. Go ahead.
I've lucked into the correct positions, and I've also certainly lucked into some recent Twitch success, and I love it. I love my audience. I love my community as much as they make me mauled. They're fucking awesome. But the thing I will say is, out of all of those big Twitch streamers that come on, point to one other motherfucker, with the exception of Destiny, I guess, who gets in early rounds all the way from round 1 all the way to fucking the last round.
Steve fucking
sleeps. Fights.
Destiny literally goes on.
Fucking
He'll just
stop. Okay. So
wait, what?
Ultimately,
but here's the thing. I
come on here for him. But also,
here's my problem with you, Hassan. Here's my problem. So you have so much potential. You could become president, dude. All you have to do is just get a little better at speaking, just be a little bit more entertaining.
No, dude, I
beautiful, dude.
I don't want to be president.
People love beautiful people. They want to listen to you. So you have good opinions.